Hey, this is Redban, and we are coming to you live from the Ice House Comedy Club here in Pasadena, California. We do these live comedy shows in one room, and in this room we are doing a podcast at the same time. If you want to see a live show, go to Ice House's website, icehousecomedy.com, and check it out. Search for Death Squad. We are here now with Joe Rogan. What's up, Joe?
I'm always appalled by your professional attempt. Appalled by your professional announcing skills.
You don't like that?
It was good. It was good, but it was like, hey folks, it was like you're doing a show for your parents.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Mom, Dad, we're ready to do the show.
It was a little morning zoo.
Yeah.
It was a little morning zoo, buddy. I need you to take it down a notch.
I'm acting like
you're a
Heffron.
little amped up.
I know.
You get very amped up. You're an excitable boy.
No, it's just the announcer thing, trying to get through shit, but not trying
You
to
like
be...
that Warren Zevon song?
Get it done with. You have a style where your beginnings take like 15, 20 minutes sometimes.
They just go, man.
Yeah.
Whatever they are, dude.
So
you gotta let them.
I like to get it through, get it done with, so you can just not have to think about it.
Yeah, I have ads. That's the only reason why the beginnings are so weird. Is because I refuse to, we refuse to do a regular ad in the same way every time.
Yeah.
We just, I don't know if it's entertaining.
I don't think
more
it is,
entertaining
because I hate it. Every time it goes on, I was like, all right, this shit's going on. I know.
But sometimes though, it says sometimes funny things will come out.
Because I listen to almost every one, and it's like go buy your own ingredients. If you don't like it, all right, let's start this bitches. And it's almost like a cool ramp up.
Well,
so I like it. So it's 50-50.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like doing it that way. I don't want to just read it. I hear people reading their ads.
Right.
But it's also like with the way you
boring.
guys do it, because I listen all the time. It's like an organic conversation gets started.
Yeah.
So like I'll listen for like the first 10 minutes, and then you're like, all right, let's start this bitch. I'm like, oh, I thought you already started.
No, weird.
This bitch.
Yeah, weird questions and weird discussions can come out of
especially with the fleshlight.
Yeah, man. It's a very controversial subject, man. It's amazing. Some masturbation devices, hot topic debate.
Right. Yeah, it's weird that it rubs, no pun intended, rubs people the wrong way.
It does, totally, dude. Like a lot of people have told me it's a bad idea to have them as a sponsor. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Why? What's their argument for that?
Who are these people?
Who are these people? Somehow or another. Well, the idea, I guess, is that it's pornographic, So somehow or another, that being responsible or being associated with anything that makes your dick feel good, it's like,
trust me, I
what?
was born attached with things that make my dick feel good.
You can totally go out and buy one of those, what is that, that, not Sharper Image, but there's the other one. Brookstone. You could totally go to Brookstones and buy one of those really dope neck massager things, and everybody would be like, "Ooh, I like that. What is that?" And you're like, "Oh, you put it on there. It's like artificial hands just shiatsu massaging your trapezius muscle." And you're like, "Wow, what a great idea!" But if you go, "What is that?" "Oh, dude, it's an artificial vagina, and I fuck it. And it feels really good."
Right.
People go, "Ew, you fucking creep."
Right.
We draw a distinction for where we want you to have your pleasure.
Well, remember there was that time, Ari Shafir and I were talking about this before, like, there's a time growing up where, remember when kids would be like, so-and-so beats off, like you're 12, 13,
right.
You're like, I don't fucking beat off. But then you hit an age, like when you get into adulthood, like I'll call Ari, he's like, let me call you back, I'm beating off. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so commonplace, but we denied it for like, from age 10 to 14, you're like, I do not do that, dude, I'm a man.
I know, it's hilarious, isn't it?
And now like Ari will call me and like, let me call you back, I'm about to beat off. I'm like, okay.
I'm so conditioned, like if I smell bad hotel shampoo, I start to get aroused.
Really?
What's the association?
Just that's what you do. You beat off with shampoo.
Vegas shampoo, like shampoo that you'd get in a Vegas hotel. For some reason, I know that smell. And then
what's the difference in the Vegas?
It's Pavlov's dog at its finest, right there.
I don't know.
What is it like?
It's a weird. There's a Harrah's hotel.
You specific.
And
that just gives you boners.
It reminds me of just because you're in Vegas and you partied and nothing happened, and then you find yourself back in the room. So you have all that conditioning with
poor John Heffron.
Yeah, it was back in the day.
There's a lot of pressure to get laid in Vegas.
Yeah, but I just so when I smell that though, I immediately go, oh, I'm not going to feel good tomorrow. Like my brain thinks that I've just partied.
It's amazing that they took the approach of Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. They took this approach.
They committed.
Like somehow or another, they're like telling you that it's cool. Listen, Nothing matters. You can just come here.
And come to the land of secrets.
Could you imagine that that's their approach? Not Vegas, the land of beautiful scenery and friendly folks. No, the Vegas to come
Not even
here.
gambling. They don't even touch the gambling.
No, it's gambling. It's
Come here and fuck someone you were not supposed to.
Come cheat on your wife.
That
Come
should
cheat on
be
your
the
wife.
commercial. It should just say Vegas. Come here and fuck someone you're not supposed to.
Come here. We'll
Just
keep your
don't
secrets.
shh. We don't know. We get drunk and what's up? We're partying, party.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This
fly back to Ohio and teach school.
Yeah, they
Vegas
definitely
is
committed to it,
strange.
and the commercials are great for it too, because it's all like these soccer moms that go there and then like, come get triple teamed by some fucking MMA fighters. We'll never tell your husband.
Jesus Christ. It's a weird place. There's one place where everybody says, "This is we're gonna get crazy. We're gonna get married. Woo!" There's just one
The
spot.
marriage one is the one that's weird.
That's
It's like
very
that
weird.
people go there to elope.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's.
Well, it's like the place where you're allowed to kind of do anything. See, in Nevada, from what I understand, this is my limited history of Nevada. This is the disclaimer. I've read nothing. This is all like hand-me-down information, repeating things that I barely listen to other people say. But from what I understand, from my recollection, back
It's
in
like that
my
game
day,
Telephone.
the way it was told to me was that there was a lot of government nuclear bomb testing in Nevada, and in exchange for that, they got some like crazy loose laws. Nevada.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, Nevada was. Yeah, they have legalized prostitution. It's the only place in the country. They have gambling at the highest level. I think there's shit you can do in Vegas. I wonder if you can do it in Atlantic City. I shouldn't speak out of school because I do not know.
Yeah, some of them had the weird things where you can't roll dice in some casino for some weird,
it's
but
weird.
you can't have real cards. But
Right.
you can have.
I don't. Yeah, like in Los Angeles, there's a lot of different places where you can gamble. A lot
But
of different
the
casinos.
rules are extremely different. Like the as far as the percentage that the house has over you are skewed more towards the house
Right.
in California than they are in Nevada.
Oh, I see.
So
Nevada
like in
is easier
blackjack,
to win.
Exactly.
Do you think that they made an agreement? Like, did they agree to do it that way?
I think that it's a couple reasons. One, I think that they did it because what they're trying to do is, at least on paper, minimize the addiction of gambling. And in essence, like if your reward system is less, you're going to be less inclined to blow your money there.
Right.
And also, the more money the house makes, the more money the state makes.
Right.
So I think it's a taxing thing, and I think they disguise that in the way of like, oh, well, we don't want to, have it. So everyone's just blowing their, government checks or whatever checks at Hustler Casino.
It's a weird thing. You're only allowed to do a few things. Like, how come you can't go to a casino like one of those any of those casinos that you see, Commerce or something like that? How come you can't go in there and bet on fights?
Yeah.
They don't have a sports book, right? Vegas is the only place with a sports book.
Correct.
Does
Yeah.
Atlantic City have a sports book?
I believe so.
They do too.
Uh-huh.
Those are the only two spots.
Are there even sports books online anymore? I used to use one of them, like
Yes.
Bulldog, a lot.
Yeah. You can still
bet on
have sports
fights all
book
the
online,
time.
yeah.
Dude, I've watched some people. It looks like a lot of fun. I don't understand anything about sports. I used to love betting on fights when I would go to see like the WEC. We can go and bet on the fights. It's fucking exciting, man. Even if it's only like $20,
Absolutely exciting.
makes it a little bit more fun.
I used to do it with the UFC, and I started with like $200, $300, and got it up to about $3,500.
Really?
Betting $25-$50 a fight. So
Just online?
Where were you getting your picks?
well, here's
Was
the
it
problem.
Your
This
instinctual
is
or?
before when I first met you. Before we did that little
Maximum
tour, right?
thing? Yeah.
Then I got to meet a lot of MMA fighters just through you, right? So the more I got to meet them and think I know anything going down with the camp
worse it
is
went.
when I started losing huge. Like there was one I had 50 to, like I said, to $100. Then I bet maybe $1,000. I've even forgot. Maurice Smith was training him. Whatever fight that was that happened, I bet for sure. I might even talk to how's he look? Like I even maybe had that conversation.
Like he's a horse.
Literally put all my money down because at this point it was.
Who is it? Maurice Smith was training who?
I forgot somebody he was training. This was maybe even 5 years ago. I don't even remember. So because it was
Frank.
fake,
It wasn't Frank Shamrock.
I know. I'll think of it if I don't remember. So it was fake money at this point. So I was betting like $1,000 a fight. And then I lost everything.
Maurice is apparently going to have another fight soon. He's 51 years old.
It's funny, like once you started to get to know fighters, then you started losing because all of a sudden you're like, Clay Guido is a nice guy. I think I'm going to put $1,000 on him. Clay Guida's like bleeding as he walks to the ring in every fight. I love watching him fight.
Clay Guida's wild, man.
A wild that just stands.
He's
Just
fun.
let's do it.
He's got an unbelievable endurance, man.
Yeah.
The pace that the guy's able to put up is incredible. You know, he's always he breaks guys with pace sometimes.
Yeah.
You know.
And MMA is weird because you like a sports team, you love your sports team no matter what. But like sometimes with fighters, you flip flop. You go, oh, he's totally gonna win, even if you.
I never know.
Well, you can flip flop based on just who they're fighting too, because there's certain like what's great about MMA. What I love about it is where boxing doesn't have it as much because you get to know so many people's different personalities. What's up, SteveO?
Hey.
What's up, dude? How are you, buddy?
Is you get to not only do you get the fighters that you love and you like they're fun, like the Diaz brothers or something, they're so entertaining, but then you also you love to watch fighters that you don't like,
Right.
for whatever reason. Like I just want to see, whoever it is lose,
No.
I never feel like that. I never would just want to see anybody lose.
Yeah.
Never. No. I honestly, nobody believes this ever, but I never root for anybody. I want to just go completely blank. Even when my friends are fighting, it's very hard to do.
Now, do you feel like that is because of your actual job as because commentating requires so much neutrality?
There's going to be a bunch of people who always think that you're biased because you don't think the way they think. And, it's a perception issue. It's like, it's subjective. What do you think is more important? What do you think is worth more in a fight? Like, there's a lot of questions. Like, some people think that, leg kicks are just as good as punches, because they really know how to throw a good leg kick. They know the damage that it does. And then some people think the takedowns could mean a lot. And then other people think takedowns shouldn't mean shit. If the guy doesn't do anything once he took you down, you get right back up to your feet. They think that should mean almost nothing.
Right.
So there's a lot of questions, man. What counts for more? 2 jabs or a takedown that doesn't do any damage whatsoever? A lot of wrestlers think the takedown. A lot of stand-up fighters think it's the jabs. It's a tricky sport to judge,
Yeah, it's a tough sport to judge.
So when you're doing commentary on it, it's like, oftentimes you're just guessing what you think is doing more damage. You're just trying to perceive. Like when Brock, when he fought Overeem, we could see that he got hit. He got hit hard to the body.
That knee to the body before that one really.
There was a couple of them. Overeem's so scary with those knees, dude. Those knees, they just come so fast, and he's so fucking big.
He's a
and he
monster.
just drove them into Brock's body, and it's another level, man. It's another level. Like there's dudes that have good knees. There's guys that are like good stand-up fighters. They're decent. They can knock you out. And then there's guys like Overeem that are just doing everything is on another level.
Mm-hmm.
Those knees were fucking ferocious, dude. And then he liver kicked him. I mean, and that's just like when you're kicking like that, throwing body kicks, which is right there for a wrestler to catch your leg. He didn't even give a fuck about that. He was just was planting it in on him then.
Yeah.
He's a beast, dude.
And you could tell it got him in the liver too, because a good liver shot has that delayed 3-second. Because remember when De La Hoya got it from the Executioner?
Bernard Hopkins.
Hit him, and then he took 2-3 steps and then just went down.
Yeah, I've been hit like that. It's terrible. What is that?
This is Redban's We're Talking About Sports Too Much fucking interruption.
What is that noise?
Is that you?
Is that me? Oh my god! Why did my computer all of a sudden decide to start playing music? The fuck is that? That's pure evidence, right? Hey Apple, what the fuck? Why don't you explain that shit?
I know what it is.
What is that?
Here's a funny practical joke. If you have the Apple iTV remote,
you bitch.
the remote, for some reason, Mac decided to have all Apples to automatically accept this remote without programming it. So you can just pretty much go to in the airport with one of these remotes and just go around hitting play, hitting thing, and people's computers would just start playing their personal notes, their horrible music, and they have no idea what's going on. So grab an Apple TV remote and
You just sold
that is so annoying.
Yeah.
Can you take my computer out of mute as well?
Yeah, I can do that.
Did you do that?
Yeah, that's what I
Because I did have it muted.
Yeah,
you
I
fuckhead.
unmuted it. And,
how dare you?
And there's a way to turn off your remotes in your settings. Steve, did you just buy a motorcycle? Is that what's going on?
I didn't buy one, but I just came from motorcycle school. Probably the dumbest decision I've made, and I've made a lot of dumb decisions.
I came real close to buying a motorcycle, but the week that I was thinking about getting it, I was going through lessons and everything. 3 people I knew were involved in motorcycle accidents. 2 of them crashed, and 1 of them watched somebody get hit by a car. And it all happened in a week. It was just
dangerous, dude.
It was just dunk. And I was like, okay.
I shouldn't say it's the dumbest thing I've ever done, but
yeah, that's a bold statement with you, bro.
It's a bold statement. But yeah, it's weird. Since I enrolled in motor, here's my fucking thing. Okay, why I decided to do it. Right, I was on an airplane flying to England, sitting next to this guy who's reading this book, and the book's called Emergency. This book could save your life.
Oh yeah, I read that.
By Neil Strauss? Yeah. Right. So, I mean, this guy's describing, he says, okay, like what the author of this book did, he decided to really go into how to be prepared in the case of economic collapse, natural disaster, terrorist attacks, and like, and he said, so like when the shit hits the fan, like everybody's trying to get out of town, it's gridlock, nobody can go anywhere, but the fucking motorcycle dudes just zip right fucking in between the lanes, you know? And that made sense to me. So I'm thinking, okay, I believe it, you know, like the shit's gonna hit the fan soon, and I want to be like prepared. So I enroll in motorcycle school. As soon as I enroll in motorcycle school, everywhere I look is like fucking dude with one leg. I'm like, oh yeah, I was just riding my fucking motorcycle. Someone applauded me. Fucking, it's insane, dude. Like everybody.
So you're just gonna keep it just to have the skill, just in case of emergency. Then
just keep it gassed up in the garage, just in case.
When I decided to do it, you know, I was like, fuck, man. You know, it'd be a cool thing to be able to like zip through, especially just with traffic. I mean, what if I just want to get somewhere and it's traffic? But I thought that, you know, I'd have a lot of fun learning how to do it, and it'd be like a cool hobby too, you know. So like useful skill to have, fun hobby, like 99% likelihood I'm gonna crash. Right. Yeah.
Well, I think I would just travel with like, they have like crazy technology now with like the jackets have like metal, like a metal frame to it, like the helmets in the back have like roll things. But I mean, it only helps so much. But you know, if you get the right jackets and helmets.
But they're pretty laid back, you know. I was looking around the class that I just came from, and like, there's some nerdy, dorky ass people in there who like, you know.
I just went, but they all have Zespas or whatever they're called.
Zespas.
There's a person at the class that they said like, you know, we were going through this like list of questions. And it's like, how can you determine like what kind of a safe motorcycle rider will you be? And the answer was like, look at how you drive the car, you know, like look at how you are, you know, in a car. And I'm like, fuck, man, I'm an asshole in a car.
Oh God.
I mean, I'm not like an asshole, like I'm just a fucking not a great driver. Jesus.
So you should be fine on a motorcycle, bro. You have nothing.
You should
to
get a
about.
bunch of them.
You should mod them out and like do illegal mods to them.
And you should like practice one day, just close the right eye, drive to work,
blindfolded.
I shouldn't say I don't know. I almost didn't go to the class.
Why didn't you go?
Maybe I'll just pass the class and then forget about it.
Well, it's good to know in case everything does go down and you have to knock out a guy to jump on his bike to get out of town. So it's not where I would just stare at it and not know.
Yeah, that's true. I've tried to.
At least you know how to use it if you need to pick it up, like Grand Theft Auto or something.
If you got to knock out a guy, yeah.
Yeah, you have that skill.
I know a lot of dudes who got fucked up on bikes. Remember Ricci from the Comedy Store?
Yeah.
Brian?
Yeah.
Remember that dude?
Yeah, I remember that.
His hand, his arm, his whole fucking arm and his hand just jacked. Just smashed. Some chick cut in front of him, and he T-boned her and smashed right into her fucking car.
You went to go see him in the hospital, didn't you? I remember you talking.
No, I didn't even know. I didn't even know he had crashed until I ran into him at Jay Davis had that room in Hollywood, and
not Miyagi's, but across the fucking
wherever the fuck
Dublin's,
it is. Yeah, not that one.
No, he's talking about the one that's right by Sal's.
Near Sal's.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Melrose.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The parlor.
Parlor.
Yeah, exactly. I ran into him there, and I saw his fucking scars, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, dude, what happened? And he told me, you know, he got fucked up, man.
That shit's scary, man. There's nothing you can do with that shit.
What's that?
You never went through with it?
No, I didn't. I backed out of it. I was like, it's just too risky, too dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Just you can't control the environment enough. You know, there's too many things outside that can fuck you up. It's not like you're doing it in Colorado. You know, there's hardly any cars on the road, and you know everybody's used to motorcycles. It's LA is like when you go anywhere else, you live anywhere else, and then you drive around there, and then you come back to LA. Even when we're on the road, like when we'll do like go to Columbus, Ohio, or something like that, and we drive around the streets, and then we come back to LA. There's a noticeable extra tension in the air around here.
For sure.
People noticeably a little more aggressive the way they cut you off.
Absolutely.
There's always like 1 out of 100 cars is driving too fast.
It's drugs.
Being aggressive.
It's drugs, man. Especially in Hollywood, like all those accidents. Those are people like that just left the club doing cocaine. They're fucking on wasted on vodka service, bottle service.
The amount of people in this town that text while driving, or you see this move where you're just it's compared to the rest of the country. I mean, everybody does it, but in this town especially, it's like
it's scary. It's really scary. It's scary because they're not paying attention enough as it is, just regular driving.
Yeah.
To add something like TV, I mean, it's more addictive than TV. Your Twitter feed, people are tweeting while driving.
Insane.
It's nuts, man.
What did you think of that book?
You've never read it, Joe?
What book?
Emergency from Neil Strauss?
No, I haven't read it.
The whole book is about when stuff goes down, here's how you have to prepare. He talks about you have to get 2 passports. Like the biggest thing is being able to leave the country. And he gives examples. So I
have 3 passports.
So there's or dual. Like he shows you how to get dual citizenship, right? Like, and there's some island in the middle of someplace,
the Caribbean or something.
That for X amount of bucks you can say you also live there. So that way you can leave the country if the government takes over.
You just got to go to Alaska. They'll let you go. Just go to Alaska.
It's a good book.
It's
a really good read.
So you enjoy it?
Yeah. It's a good read.
Yeah, Heffron totally prepared for the end of the world.
Yeah, dude.
He's been prepared for
a while, for quite some time now.
Heffron's ready. He's got knife training classes.
Training, gun.
I just saw a
bear fighting.
Just saw a documentary on Thailand, and it was about all these girls that got arrested and thrown in prison for all the just breaking some kind of laws. And then right after that on Netflix, I watched Wild Boys, where you were in Thailand, and it was like you skateboarding on Buddhist temples and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Did you guys get in any trouble at all, or was that like a fake Buddhist lot, or what?
No, it was fine.
Yeah, it was in Gower.
It was fine. God, Thailand's so funny, man. I got my dick sucked by a transvestite in D.C. Like, if only that happened in Thailand, it would have been totally excusable.
Yeah, it'd be a way better story. It'd be exotic. And people would go, dude, I've seen some pictures. It's really amazing. You'd be fooled too.
Yeah.
For sure.
They're really hot.
Thailand is the international Vegas. Like what happens in Thailand.
I
involves a penis.
Hearing crazy shit about Thailand. There was somebody who won an MMA fighter, Junie Browning from The Ultimate Fighter, got in some crazy bar fight in Thailand. He's in jail in Thailand right now.
Ooh,
I didn't know.
that can't be good.
Yeah, that can't be good, right? That's a mess.
There's an actor, a guy who's in a bad guy in A-Team, just got in a axe fight while he was in Thailand.
What?
An axe fight?
axe
he was
fight?
at a bar and he got in a fight with some guys and a dude pulled out an axe.
You're talking about Jeremy Renner?
Is he the actor?
Yeah,
guy?
I think it just recently happened,
Yes.
right? Yeah, his entourage actually got into a fight where somebody pulled an axe out.
An axe and chopped a guy in the neck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they showed up to some bar drunk, and one of his people in his little entourage broke a glass, and then some
You
natives.
show a picture of the axe. It's actually really cool. It's like this axe that's about
hatchet?
this big. Yeah.
Meanwhile, John Heffron's ordering one on eBay.
I'm on Amazon.
Where do I
looking
get my
at
fucking axe,
I know.
man?
I could kill a zombie with one of those, right? Could I kill a bear if I had to?
That is a quality that every comic has, is that ability to just slip completely into the ridiculousness and be ordering a fucking. I ordered a tomahawk that was also a pot pipe. I ordered it. I actually fucking ordered it. I paid for it. It came to my house. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong?
How long
with you,
ago was
stupid?
this? What year was this?
Just a year or so ago, right?
Yeah.
I was hoping you.
But
would
you
have
just
been
also
there.
just bought a
year and a
nuclear
half ago?
detector, so when we go to Japan,
Yes, I bought a Geiger
that's crazy.
counter.
Who Geiger
I got
counter?
that shit online. Yeah, I brought a Geiger counter. See if shit goes down. See how radiated my French fries is.
And when you do not need a Geiger counter, bro, because you're gonna
Dude,
put it
you
over.
don't
You
know
upset. You're gonna
shit,
obsess.
son.
There needs to be a Geiger counter app.
Listen, this is going to be all part of a bit that Brian and I are going to do. Brian and I are going to do a bit.
We're gonna come back glowing.
What's
Listen,
it
man,
Pings
there's
wants?
The X-Men, the Incredible Hulk. There's a lot of good things that happen because of radiation.
That's true.
A lot of good things.
I'm just hoping I'm going to get some cool-ass fucking superpowers
Yeah.
and come back.
I hope you do. I hope you do.
Has anybody ever gotten, I mean, we'll talk about false advertising. All these
Yeah,
people that got jacked by radiation in the comic books.
I was in it was when I was in Thailand, right? Like, it was like, that was in, 2004, 2005. Like, I guess 2005 because it was after the tsunami. So we're in the airport, and I'm looking at the fucking the luggage machine, like with the X-ray.
Right.
And it says like, do not insert any part of your body into this machine. And I'm like, right away, I'm thinking, dude, like, I gotta get on this belt and fucking go through the machine, right? So
How
like,
did you not think that?
well, and so I asked the dudes, I asked the
TSA guys?
Yeah, I asked them like, hey, let me get on there. And they're like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, they're like, I talk them into it,
Wow.
I'm thinking that we're gonna film this I'm thinking we're gonna film it for Wild Boys.
Right.
But I'm like all geared up. I'm like fucking all stoked to do it. And our line producer, he says, I'm like running to the van and get my fucking camera, so I'm filming, so I'll own the footage, right? To the van and get my fucking camera, so I'm filming, so I'll own the footage, right? I'm all gung-ho, I fucking lay down on the belt, I fucking go through it like we're filming the fucking, the monitor. It's hilarious, dude. It's hilarious. You can see fucking, like, it perfect. As cool looking on the monitor as I could possibly have asked for, So I go through it, we get all the cool reaction shots. The fucking guy, they're pointing at my dick on the fucking monitor, like, it's small. And fucking, like, cause I'm so happy with the footage. Then we get into the van to leave, and I go to the sound guy. I say, you don't think I'm gonna get radiation sickness, do you? He goes, it's called cancer, dude. And like that's like apparently like probably up there. Speaking of dumb things I've done, like,
That's a
probably
constant stream
Yeah,
of
I know.
radiation,
Yeah.
not
I
designed
know.
for
It's
biological things.
it's sustained.
Yeah,
fucking,
dude, you were just in an accident in a lab, and the gamma rays have affected your brain.
I
Wow.
also like.
You're like Bruce Banner, bro.
Well, yeah, like if you do like an X-ray like for a broken bone or something, it's like it's like a snapshot, whereas like this is like video, like just sustained, whatever you said.
Hey, was it Bruce Banner or was it David Banner?
Actually,
'Cause
both.
One
It
of
was
them was
both.
the comic, and one of them was the TV show.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
The comic was the only real
David
one.
was the
David
TV
Banner's the
show.
Incredible
David
Hulk.
was the TV show, but Bruce Banner was the comic book.
I believe so. Yeah.
Why did the
What?
TV show have to change its name? They're scared of Bruce. Is it a gay thing? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Bruce became synonymous with gay somewhere along the line.
Somewhere in
Yeah. I mean,
are you
late
serious?
'70s.
Bruce
Yeah.
is a pretty badass name.
Yeah.
Bruce is a
Bruce
badass
Lee?
name, but Bruce. It's like the standard.
yeah?
If you're gonna make fun of a gay guy, you're gonna say a gay guy's name like in a homophobic
Isn't
way.
Batman named Bruce?
Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bruce
Bruce
Wayne.
Wayne.
Yeah, but that's old school. He fucked up. He missed the cutoff. The cutoff was like they didn't start doing that until like the 70s.
And it also
Oh,
was
yeah.
those shorts that when his legs grew, that like those jean short cutoff shorts that he had that ripped a little. His name Bruce with that doesn't mix. You were also jumping in the water in the in the Congo or something like that. Were you not scared of getting like
Yeah,
diseases in your
they've got those fucked up fish that swim up your dick hole and shit.
Yeah.
In the Amazon.
or just
That was
disease
in
like
Brazil.
malaria and shit like that?
Oh yeah. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of shit. Did you ever take malaria vaccines?
I used to throw
Or vaccinations?
I'd throw the shit away and replace it. The bottle filled up with Xanax.
What?
Yeah.
So
like,
you didn't take the malaria medication?
Plus, check this out. Like,
It never stops.
Here's a,
It just never stops.
Dude.
Yeah, I just switched
Malaria kills people.
I found that the malaria. I tried it for a couple trips, or one or two trips. The fucking malaria pills gave me like weird dreams or nightmares I didn't dig. I think that was my beef with them.
Here's the good news, though.
My friend-
Radiation kills malaria.
Oh snap!
Now you're back in. You're even. You're even.
Check this
My
shit
friend
out, man.
Dave took malaria medication, and
Just for a goof, or he
no,
was.
his wife took his kids to Africa, and he had to go meet them. And to meet them there, she's punishing him. So the way she punished him was, as they got divorced, she would take his kids all over the world. So if he wanted to see them, he would have to fly all over the place and get them. And
Oh,
she was
I
doing
remember
it all with
reading
his
that.
money. It was
It was on your podcast.
It
I know
was
who you're
a
talking about.
Fucking goddamn disaster. Anyway, he took this malaria medication, and apparently you're not supposed to drink when you're on this shit. Like you go psycho, like complete psychosis, like super aggressive, blackout drunk, don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know, it's weird to watch, but that malaria medication apparently is a motherfucker.
Wow.
But that's because if you get malaria, dude,
party over.
Yeah, that's
Party's
not
over.
good.
Yeah.
You know, and even if it doesn't kill you, it's gonna shorten the trip.
Yeah.
It's gonna shorten the shit out of that trip. That's not something you just kick. That malaria will motherfuck you.
I grew up mostly in England, you know, like, I grew up in 5 different countries, but when I was in 8th grade, I was at the American school in London. We had this week-long field trip to Egypt, right? So I'm in Egypt in 8th grade. Before we went to Egypt, they told us, they said, don't drink the fucking water. If you have a Coca-Cola from a restaurant, don't even let them pour it on ice because the water's so fucked up, you know? Like, so like we were with my buddies now, we're like taping up our butt cracks and our mouths like to shower and shit. Like, but then when we were at
Wait, what?
It's just like Sex in the City.
We did,
You're taping up your butt cracks in your mouth to shower?
So no water would go in.
We were being ridiculous. We thought it was funny. But anyway, so I'm in Egypt, right? I'm at this, we're eating on this patio at this restaurant right on the Nile River. And I look over and I see this fucking Egyptian dude, fucking like some homeless Egyptian guy, like lean over and like dunk a toothbrush into the Nile River and just sit there brushing his teeth. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, if tap water is so fucking bad in Egypt, then what the hell is the Nile, you know?
What does it look like? Is it brown? Is it green?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. It's just a shitty-ass river. So the guy's brushing his teeth. Then I think to myself, well, that's this Egyptian guy. If he went to England where I lived, or if he went to the States and he drank tap water there, he'd probably get sick. So I'm thinking like it's whatever you get used to. So I remember, dude, consciously there, I was 13 years old. I thought to myself, man, you know, probably the safest, best thing to do is to travel all over the world and deliberately drink tap water, and then you know build up your immune system. And it's exactly what I did on Wild Boys. Every time when I got to a new country or wherever, you know, we'd check into the hotel. I'd like brush my teeth. I'd, you know, you rinse your mouth. I'd think about that Egyptian dude and fucking just go drink as much fucking water as I could just all in one go. And I drank tap water everywhere, dude. Rwanda, fucking Indonesia, India, fucking all South, every continent.
Could that be a game show where just glasses of water from around the world?
Oh my God.
You get to level 2, North America.
That should be a Fear Factor stunt, like 12 glasses of water.
I drank tap water all over the world, every continent except Antarctica. And I'm pretty sure it's totally pure in Antarctica anyway.
The only place that it's good.
Where we buy a bottled water from.
Right. Have you heard of this little lake in Antarctica that they're going to tap into? It hasn't seen the outside world in millions of years.
All frozen, totally frozen?
Yeah. Well, there's a sheet of ice, and they've found under the sheet of ice there's a giant lake. And they're going to drill into this, I don't know, it's how fucking crazy deep this giant sheet of ice is, and tap down into this lake that apparently, you know, actually probably has living organisms in. Wow. It's very possible if there's volcanic vents at the bottom that there's somehow or another like living things that haven't seen the air for
and it's just a freshwater lake. It's
plus
not,
years. Exactly.
Salt water's not pumped by the ocean or anything like that.
No.
Oh wow.
It's interesting that that's what they would be looking for is you know instead of I don't know.
Dude, that's crazy. Just, I mean, can you wrap your
Even
head around
fossils,
that?
There's got to be
drill through
fossils.
the ice, deep, like a mile deep, and you hit a lake.
How long till that happens?
What the fuck?
To some company adds pink berry or pink lemonade to that water. Like how quick till you just add flavors to it?
Right.
Grape. We found this new lake that's never been touched by a human being with grape.
with grape.
With grape.
or like some
purple drink.
Purple drink.
Yeah, they're really close to breaching this lake.
Are you looking it up? Is that right now?
Yeah, it's apparently just recently.
Is people trying to come in?
Yeah, there's a fucking. This is really nuts, man. Sealed off for 14 million years beneath almost 4 kilometers of ice. What is that in miles? Is that 2 miles?
For a little over.
Kilometer is
little over 2
2.2
miles. Jesus Christ! Think of that.
It's probably
sealed
4.5.
for 14 million years almost 4 kilometers of ice, the oxygen-rich Lake Vostok in Antarctica remains completely unexplored. But a team of Russian scientists hope to soon reach the lake for the first time to collect samples, as they've already drilled within 100 meters of the lake surface.
Do they say how deep the actual lake itself is?
I don't know.
Excluding the fucking 4 miles.
Here.
What's up, brother?
There's
Good to
something
see you,
in there,
man.
man.
Great to see you too, bro.
That's badass. 14 million years. This is like Piranha 3. That's what this is like.
Well, see, what's
Arctic
interesting,
piranhas.
like a lot of organisms or even like, microorganisms, but the fossils, there's got to be some like crazy fucking
Yeah, who knows, man?
prehistoric
Guy's
fish
gonna
fossils.
bring it back in a bottle. It's gonna be like a movie, and they're gonna like, don't take it. We haven't tested it. He's gonna take it. He's gonna drop some over the U.S. and then it's gonna land in the lake, and some awesome creature's gonna.
It's just so nuts that there used to
Figured
be
it
a giant sheet of ice right here. This is
Yeah.
like it's most of North America was covered in ice just 10,000
All the Great
years
Lakes
ago.
are the retraction of
It's
the
nuts.
the ice shelf. That's all
Yeah.
the Great Lakes.
Well,
and that
yeah.
water's still fucking.
And all
You say
across
just
parts.
10,000 years ago.
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
Just 10,000 years ago.
It's
Which is nothing,
for
which
us.
is nothing, yeah.
For us,
Right,
it's a
right.
long ass time, but for the Earth, I mean, even for like history, we know about shit from 10,000 years ago. But just 10,000 years ago, man, they were fucking saber-toothed tigers.
Iliza.
Hey, what's up? Iliza Shlesinger in the house, bitches.
All right, I'm gonna go in the other room and switch out. Who wants to go first? Mark Ellis is here.
What time is it going to start, Brian?
We're probably starting in about 5 minutes.
What's up, Ellis?
SteveO, did you want to do any time?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Okay, cool.
Good
Hey,
to see you.
Teeb,
What's happening?
you want to go first, or Sarah Tiana?
I don't care, man.
No.
Teeb, go up there and make the magic
Okay.
happen.
You want the magic?
Be
You got the magic.
Be the
Gotta-
master of ceremonies.
Let's switch out Teeb with Iliza and Sarah. I'll get Sarah
Okay.
a microphone. Also, Yellow Band, can you help me out for a second?
Powerful Teeb.
Oh, you have a yellow
What's up?
band?
Yeah.
I've talked to him. I didn't know he had a thing.
eventually, yeah.
As we switch out here, I'm gonna continue to talk like I'm trying to keep this all together.
Oh, cool.
Did you miss it? We're doing it right now.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
As we
Yeah,
speak,
definitely.
I'm actually
Cool.
saying this. Yeah.
You got awesome stories, man. They're great, man. Your stories are awesome. Fucking dude.
I know, right?
He's
I've done
drinking
none of
tap
that.
water all over the world. Like, what? Oh, my God.
By the way, SteveO, I've seen.
If you really wanted to go hard, you'd take toilet water. Drink toilet water all over the world. You really want to go hard?
I wouldn't even drink my own.
You wouldn't even drink your own toilet
radiation
water?
is a cure for cancer, yet
I
it
don't-
also causes cancer.
Yeah, pretty weird, right?
It's like a snake venom, right? It's like the anti-venom.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing that causes it.
ridiculous.
But
It's also the cure.
If I had this Coke Zero and you took a sip off of it, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't drink a can.
You wouldn't drink it because I took a sip out of it? Because of
But I'm with that
germs?
with yeah. So to show you how I wouldn't have any
I was trying to be
toilet
nice,
water.
I just
Like if my wife was to take a drink out of that Coke Zero,
No, I definitely wouldn't drink after your wife either.
yes, I wouldn't
No,
either.
I've seen pictures
Yeah,
of her.
yeah,
Yeah,
so-
for
yeah.
sure. That's a good move.
But that's how germy I am.
This is a podcast. We can't have a conversation.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep it
Well, they're
alive.
talking about the sausage.
I was just
I'm being rude. I'm being
I was
rude.
volleying it. I was
ready
just,
now.
I'm being rude.
I love it.
I'm rude.
Powerful Ice House Chronicles here in lovely downtown Pasadena. This is how we do on Friday nights, bitches.
Speaking of ice, we're at the ice house.
Speaking of it,
Should I tweet that?
did you see the thing? Did anybody see the new thing?
No.
No, I don't like
I saw
scary
Planet of the Apes
movies.
for the
Oh, we
first
just
thing.
saw it. We just
Yo.
came from it. The Devil Inside.
No, is that
Oh,
good?
I thought you were talking about scary movies.
Yeah, we were. We were talking about
Oh.
the thing, but Devil
Oh, I
Inside,
thought you
was
meant
it
like
good?
the thing, like the way Jews do it. Like, you see the thing?
No, no.
That's what you meant.
The John Carpenter. There was a John Carpenter
Yeah.
movie, and then they
New
made they had a remake of it.
No.
Fucking fun movie. Yeah, I love those movies.
Scary movies? God,
Yeah.
I'm such a wuss.
I know.
want
I don't
monster
even like
movies,
it when
man.
they show the previews for scary movies in like my regular movie when I go to see The Help. You know, when I'm like, hey.
They show scary previews. for
Yes,
the
they
Help?
do.
No.
Yes, they do. They show it at
Who's
regular
fucking
movies.
with the projector?
Yeah.
You know what I liked was a fun movie. It seems like it would be stupid. 30 Days of Night.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that
I've
movie?
seen that one.
Good one.
That was a fucking good
I'm
vampire
not
movie.
a vampire fan, but that was good.
It was a little too long. Like you kind of dragged it out a
30 days,
little.
Joe.
Yeah, you know what? I think you could have resolved it a little quicker. It should have been like just a little shorter. There's a little
A
hokiness
fortnight
in there.
of night.
Yeah,
I remember
There was some hokiness to it.
going on dates, like when I was in high school, and you'd go see Nightmare on Elm Street, like 1 or 2,
Right.
or Cujo even, or
Yeah.
Children of the Corn. And I would have to act like I wasn't afraid. And every time I would get scared, I would reach for popcorn or something.
yeah.
For
That
real,
Such
to
a
me,
wuss.
the scariest movie I think, just flat out scariest, was the original Alien.
Yeah,
That was the
really
scariest
scary. It was
movie
really scary.
because the way they did it was so slick. Like the special effects were awesome, but they didn't show you much. They showed you like little flashes of it, and then it would just jack people. And then you stopped and think about it, and you're like, well, that could be something that really could happen. Like when
That's
I see
the scariest.
yeah, like this could be an organism that could somehow or other get to you.
I think
and
that's
what do you
the
do?
key for all scary movies is as you're watching it, we just came from the devil inside. And as you're watching it, you're like, oh, I could be possessed. You don't, if you're not Catholic, by the way, you won't be possessed. Or this could happen, or your house could have a demon in it, and that's what gets you. That's
Well,
'cause you start to think.
That's why
about that.
Children of the Corn were so, because I grew up in a farm community
In a
where it's all
Swedish farm
corn.
community.
Yeah.
And
so-
we all know that there's something creepy about a fucking group of people living in the middle of nowhere with just plants everywhere.
Children.
Farmers are
Yeah.
fucking creepy.
Yeah, man.
Across the board.
Ruined the
5
Southeast
miles
for
between your
everyone.
next neighbor, and it's just corn between you guys.
But it's also when
Yeah.
they leave enough to the imagination. That's
Yeah.
when it gets really like when you make it scary in your head.
That's why books are so scary.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, like Harry Potter.
Yeah, they'll never quite be. I mean, movies are fucking awesome, but they'll never quite be able to capture something that happens in books. When you're making it all up in your own head.
Yeah, you're envisioning.
Yeah.
Although I do think it's such a pretentious thing when you're like, I saw the movie, someone's like, the book was so much better.
Oh,
It's just
yeah.
their way of saying, I read the book.
Well, it's like, isn't it funny that people take credit for reading? I'm fucking reading, dude. Yeah, the book is so much better. Why even bother with the film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get people who reverse engineer, where the popular movie will come out and then you read the book. Like, that's what I don't get.
Yeah,
the
if I
movie's
see the
already
movie,
out.
I'm
Well,
not gonna
if
get
you,
the book.
if you enjoyed the
Yeah.
movie, why wouldn't you get the book just to see
No
if it was
way.
different?
There's no way.
Because sometimes things are different.
Yeah.
I've read the book for The Color of Money. The
There was a-
I
Tom
used to live by
Cruise-
that place in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah, the one where yes.
The pool, huh?
The movie's totally different than the book. They made a bunch of shit in the movie. Like Tom Cruise's character didn't even exist in the book. And I was like, wow. Walter Tevis. He's the same guy that wrote The
Interesting.
Hustler. So there you go. You learn something new.
All three of us are just like, we're just waiting for the next thing we can talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
No idea.
No
We're just
idea.
like,
I
yeah,
don't
the
know what the fuck
hustle.
I'm talking
money,
about.
pool.
I love
But what I'm
Walter.
saying is sometimes it's okay to enjoy a movie and then
Go
read
back.
the book.
I've never done it in my life.
Well, do it,
I
son.
don't know.
Take
I would have
chances.
to-
Bobby Lee.
I'm trying to think of like.
I
I didn't read Moneyball, but I saw the movie. That was amazing. Moneyball.
Moneyball was it
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, my grandmother was reading the book because my grandmother's worked for the Oakland A's for like 24 years.
Yeah.
Like giving out the free shit at the gate, and then she keeps score. That's how I learned to keep score at baseball games. And she was like, the book was awful. It was all stats. It was all stupid.
Like, that's the program.
yeah, I was
Nana.
like, no, Nan, that's like how baseball works.
Ugh,
You should know. You've worked for them for so long.
she was a liar.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to sell baseball to some other country. Here's
Like
our
what,
stupid
Rwanda?
sport. Here's our stupid sport. I'm gonna throw a rock at you. You try to hit it with a
Hit it.
stick. Then you
Yeah.
run around a fucking circle. Run around a little pattern.
Aren't
that we
they
created
all
on the
that,
ground.
though? If you're going to break it down to be that rudimentary, it's soccer. Here, you're going to kick a thing into
Yeah, but
another.
hate
baseball, they
soccer.
just stand there. At least soccer, someone's running with the ball,
Oh.
trying to kick it into that net.
What's
you gotta run
cricket?
it back.
Bobby-
Cricket, they don't
You
even
gotta
Bobby-
steal it
catch
from
right?
each
Cricket
other.
is baseball on the ground.
Soccer is. I don't
Yeah.
even like soccer,
I don't
and
like
soccer is
soccer.
100 times better than baseball.
No way. You're
100 times better.
crazy. No, baseball's super real. Yeah. Bobby and I have had the same conversation and argument.
He's leaving
No,
now.
we've had this argument so many times about
Baseball's ridiculous.
why soccer is an inferior
Soccer's
sport.
way
Because
better.
it's not American.
I'm obsessed
Not
with
American.
soccer. That's all.
It's a way better sport.
Than baseball.
Yeah, way better.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just
It's a
say
real
this?
sport.
In
Baseball is a skills game. My wrestling coach, Coach Murphy. Baseball is not a sport. Wrestling is a sport. Baseball is a skills game.
That's
They
incredible.
don't need
made
to be-
baseball players look like fairies.
You don't need to be that athletic to play baseball, much like golf.
What are you
That is
yapping your
Not
mouth
for
about?
every- Not for
That's
all
crazy.
positions.
The
If
fuck
you're
did
just
you
a
even
hitter,
just say?
if you're just a,
Are you
That's
out of your
true.
mind?
a hockey player, a basketball player, 10 times
You
more
play,
athletic
yeah, but we're
than
not. We're
baseball
talking about
players.
golf, hooker. You said golf and
Golf,
baseball.
there's walking
You got to be
baseball.
more of an athlete to play
Really?
golf.
Yeah.
What?
No, it's not what I
Wait,
said.
when are
I
you
didn't
running?
say that. I didn't say that.
That's what you said.
I was just saying they're in like the same thing versus the other. Like if it's those two versus the other sports.
She
Baseball,
has
you can
Bieber
be-
fever, so
Do you have
let
Bieber
you know.
fever?
Yeah.
Do you have
let
Bieber
her-
fever?
She has
Loved
Bieber
it.
Did you
fe-
see the picture?
Do you have
Yes,
Bieber
I
fever?
did.
Do you?
He enjoyed my show.
I met him at a UFC. So he's a very
met
nice
him on
boy.
Tuesday.
He's handling his fame remarkably well.
He handled Blanche remarkably well.
Who's Blanche?
Jesus.
My dog.
Oh shit!
I've met her several times, Joe.
Wow. Well, I don't.
Probably at your feet.
I just say your cute dog. I'm sorry, I forgot your dog's name. What's my dog's name?
You don't have a dog.
I've got 2.
You didn't let me see your dog. At your house, you wouldn't bring him out.
Next time I'll let you see. Now that I've trusted you to come into my humble abode, next time I'll let you see the dog.
trust.
You're like, oh shit, she's been at my house.
And then the next time I'll let you hold a baby. How about
Bobby, are
that?
you leaving?
Okay. You have a baby? New baby?
Year and a half.
Can you hold a year and a half? Is it
Yeah,
too
she'll
big?
like you. Of course, no, they're not too big.
I don't know.
hold my 3.5-year-old.
Okay.
They're not that big. They're little
Okay.
monkeys.
I have a cat. Do you
got
guys
a
care?
cat? I got 2 cats.
I love cats.
My mom makes cat bandanas. I sell them.
I
on the
know.
road.
I have
Cat
one.
bandanas.
Her mom.
You keep them and she skins them. How's that
No,
work?
cat bandanas.
Oh, I thought
They're
you meant
little
bandanas
cat
out of cats.
kerchiefs.
Her mom's super
No,
creepy.
yeah, my mom makes
Fucking
like
game
You
of
gave me
cat
one.
owners.
You gave
Yeah, I
me
gave
a
you
cat
one for
bandana
Blanche.
with
for
candy
small
corn
dogs.
on it.
Yeah, for
And
Halloween.
It's too small for her because she's a dog, but I had her wear it a little bit.
It goes on the collar. Oh,
put it on the
yeah,
collar.
Yeah, you put it. Catbandana.com. We got it because it wasn't taken.
Shocker.
It's
Good thing.
Now catbandana.gov.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
do you,
no, it's still available. Still
Dot
available.
XXX.
you don't let your cats out of the house though, do you? Do
No,
you let
my
them out of
cat
the house?
can't. No, I live in an apartment, so she can't go outside. But if she did, she'd be Thanksgiving dinner. She's humongous.
Oh really? So
Yeah.
they
But she
want
plays
her.
Game for Cats on the iPad. She has a little game that she plays. Pretty funny.
I have that battle in my house. I have 2 German Shepherds and two cats, and the German Shepherds are trying to kill the cat, so we have to section off the house. It's such a pain in the ass.
Damn.
With a
Whoa.
baby gate.
It's like North Korea.
You got to keep the cats from your dogs, so the dogs want to kill the cats.
Yeah. And
Damn.
I've tried to have trainers.
When did the dogs decide to not like the cats? Were the cats? Did you?
Yesterday.
The beginning
cats
of
were there
time.
first,
The cats were there first.
and then we got
And
the
then
first German Shepherd and
how
did it
How old
wrong.
was the dog?
Like puppy.
Puppy.
6-7 weeks.
Okay.
And then we rescued a German Shepherd, and that's the one
How
that
old was that one?
that one was like a year, about a year.
That's tricky.
And-
You got to
and-
know if they have experience with cats.
Yeah, no, she sees anything like squirrels or rats running along our fence outside. She's
had
got
a-
this kill thing that I don't know how you
rescued a
fix.
female. I rescued a female and I brought her in my house. Female dog.
Oh,
and
I was
she
gonna.
I was like, that's not a nice thing.
I
That
rescued
sounds
it. I
sweet.
rescued a hoe. Well, you know, sometimes
Incredibly sweet.
about 11 p.m. when people start getting depressed, I'll go down to the Greyhound station and see what's up.
Yeah, just picking up hoes.
I rescued this female dog and I brought her home. And you don't know when a dog's like, she had been in a friend of mine's garbage and she was like really malnourished. It was like really sad, but she was a very sweet dog.
Right.
And so I brought her to a vet, got her all cleaned up. And when I took her home, you never know, man, what's going to happen when you introduce a dog and a cat. And the dog saw the cat and went running for a full clip,
Right.
like immediately, like in my house.
Oh, God.
But I screamed, stop. And she totally listened and stopped. And then she got it. And I yelled out, no, like, this is my cat. No. And then I brought the cat near her, and the dog like looked down. The cat's like not used to dogs at all, so she didn't know why the fuck anybody was chasing her. And I said, like this is my little friend. Like, you want to live here, bitch? We gotta get this shit straight. And she was a really smart dog, and she figured it out, and she never fucked with the cat again.
Oh, that's awesome.
But it was weird.
The cats are the ones that would scratch you to death getting away from the dog.
No,
So I
they
don't know how to
wouldn't.
bring
Do
the
you think
cats
they would?
involved. I
The
don't know. how to-
dogs will kill the cats.
Cat'll fuck you up.
German Shepherd
Yeah.
will fuck those cats up. You guys are crazy.
They have
it
to
would
sign a
even be
peace
quick.
treaty. Is actually what happens.
It would take seconds. German
German
Shepherd
Shepherd
would grab that
absolutely.
thing by the neck and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and don't worry, it'll be quick.
They're police dogs.
But Blanche will
Yeah.
always go up to cats and bark at them in their face, and then the cat swipes, and then it's over.
Gotcha.
So this is interesting.
My aunt actually raises guide dogs for the blind.
What's with your family?
Which is like, I know it's ridiculous.
weird job.
And like,
They're
but they
into
just
animals
quit
with
using
bandanas,
Yeah, they
'cause-
just quit using German shepherds because they're too aggressive and they're too difficult to put back in a home.
very, very
like
smart.
if they don't,
Yeah,
if they
no one
don't,
saw that coming.
if they don't pass the class, because they like you keep them at your house for like 9 months and you train them to like not chase a ball or anything like that, which is so hard. Yeah, Jews they sniff out immediately. It's really easy, especially in Northern California. But but they you have to train them like not to chase. Because can you imagine like if a blind person has a dog and a
I had
tennis ball
one.
goes rolling in the
I had a guide dog that got fired. I had the certificate.
Oh.
It said she was dog aggressive and animal. Broke the blind person's arm because
Oh my
she saw a
God.
squirrel. And then
Oh
I
my
got
God.
the dog after
What?
that.
Oh, you're crazy.
Lucky.
I I got a
Cheap
dog
dog.
that was fired.
What they say about German Shepherds is that they're too smart.
Yeah, they
That
are.
they're really smart. They're not like a regular dog. They're like super
And they
smart.
know it too, just
Yeah.
like the Germans.
They're like, I can get a better job than this.
that
Just like
thing's
the
walking-
engineers that
Yeah.
built the BMW
Have a
Yeah.
better
and
way.
Volkswagen.
I know how much your teeth are worth.
We will
Yeah. How
I
creepy is it?
know.
How creepy is it that really happened on Earth just like 50 years ago? Like, what the
Ridiculous.
fuck, man?
50 years.
Even-
Whatever it was.
I think one of the
60,
worst
70.
things to come out of World War II / the Holocaust is my mom's reading list that she forces on me.
She has a list.
It's always
Of
like,
course.
I got a book for you. It takes place in World War II. I'm like, I can't read anymore. Sarah's Key.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's
a good book.
What was the other one? Guernsey Potato Peel Pie Society. I read like all these things. I saw the book, not the movie.
Oh.
And I just go
I
through
saw the book.
And, and it's just, it's good, but it's upsetting. Non-stop World War II on vacation. No one wants to read
I love
that.
that she has a list. You know, usually the Germans have a
had-
list,
Oh,
so
yeah.
for the Jews to have a
Now
list
who's
is
got the
great.
list?
Yeah, we got a list.
I had a
motherfucker.
talk with now that we're related.
What is that? Why do you
Wi-
keep saying that?
Because there's somebody who
It's like,
he's your cousin.
who?
This guy who I met at.
Say his name.
I don't remember
Say
his
his
name.
name. It's
I don't
almost like
remember.
Candyman. Shh! Don't say it 3 times.
Somewhere in there, there's a librarian, and she says that the World War II section is huge. World War One, not so much. Nobody ever writes
Yeah,
about
that's why
World War
War
One.
Horse is not getting.
Yeah, why
nobody's
is
seeing.
World
People
War
are like,
II?
what?
That's one.
We don't know what one
Mark
is.
loved it. You loved War Horse.
I like the play. The play was way better.
Why is World War II more sexy than World War One?
That's
I'll tell
what
you
she
why.
said, the
No,
section
I'll tell
she-
you why.
Because Hitler
Number one,
is
it's
this.
well, there's
a
Hitler,
beautiful man.
and the Jews.
Right.
Number two, it's more recent. More people were involved, and it was just more recent, and it's just a bigger war. World War One, Archduke Francis Ferdinand got assassinated. Who gives a
And the Ottomans were involved, right? And like the Ottomans is like a whole weird thing.
Wow.
No, it was the Ottomans. Yeah. The Ottomans. Which sounds like so far. Yeah, like,
But also-
you think of
This
Ottomans, you
opened
think like
up,
the 16th century.
Right.
Just opened up a discussion on my message boards the other day because Brian Callen was on the show.
Right.
And he was talking
I
about
want to be as smart as
Who?
you.
I'm just
Holocaust?
joking.
How dare you? Brian Callen from Mad TV.
I know, yes. He would say that. He
He
would
was
list his credits right now. We should
from
do it
Mad
for
TV.
him.
And then he would
From
try to
Mad
make out with
TV.
you.
Brian
Yeah.
Callen from Mad TV.
Yeah, CSI.
Just let me kiss you real quick.
Law and
Close to
Order.
me. God, you
I'm
smell
gonna eat a
good.
peach.
Sleep with me for
I'm just
the
gonna
goof.
bite it with a hair.
He's told me that. He's like, let's get a
Just
hotel
stick it
room
in
for the
your mouth.
goof.
Just for a goof. Come
Work
on.
out. Feel it.
Feel that. Oh, look at
That's
you
such a good impression.
Look what you doing to me down there, girl.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sweating.
Yeah, he's. But anyway, he was talking about
Now
the
that everyone's
Holocaust.
semi-hard.
Yeah. Whew. Semi. Girl. He was talking about the Holocaust and like what a horrible tragedy it was. And then somebody posted all the different Holocausts and all the different things that have happened
yeah.
that have even been bigger and 20
Turkish,
million, 30 million, just all
Armenians,
throughout
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
history. It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Just Jesus. They went on for who knows how many fucking years.
Wow.
Like, there's been some gross fucking moments in human history.
Yeah, I was just in Istanbul for Thanksgiving. I know. I went to
Why?
Turkey for Turkey Day.
You love that.
I know.
that's
I was so
hilarious.
excited too. I
What
went
was it like?
by myself. It was
Why were you
amazing.
shit.
yourself? What were you there for?
I just went on vacation.
God
yourself?
damn,
Yeah,
you
just for fun.
badass bitch.
Yeah, just for fun.
Let me,
I won't
let me get
even-
some knuckles.
I won't even see a movie by myself.
that was pretty huge.
Really? Oh
That's
no,
pretty
yeah. I
dope.
love to travel by myself because then I don't have to do
love
what
it.
anybody else wants to do.
What if you fall?
Wow.
But that was like all the
What
Ottomans.
if you fall?
What if you fall and get
It's-
hurt?
you just sounded like your mother. What if you fall? What if you get hurt?
Read these
And you don't
books.
have a Kindle filled with World War II books in the
I know.
hospital.
I fucking just make do.
Will Blue Cross even work over there?
I got travel insurance on my ticket.
Wow.
So I really went all out. But that was like the whole Ottomans. And then, but like the Turks, you know, and the Armenians is right next door. And being from Los Angeles, I'm like,
know
oh, I'm
about
from
that.
LA. And then they're like, oh, the Armenian, you know,
Genocide.
like they
Yeah.
know.
Well, they don't like. Is that what it is? Turks and the Armenians
Yeah.
and the
It's the
Armenian
genocide.
genocide.
But
Yeah.
people in Istanbul like don't even care about it. It's
Today.
like, yeah. But then I come back and I'm like,
But
I was
isn't
in
it that
Istanbul.
some people deny it or something?
Yeah,
Isn't
the
it one of
Turkish
those
deny
things?
it. Or their government
It's
refuses to
northern
acknowledge it.
Turkey too.
Really?
It's not even really Istanbul because Istanbul is like an international hub for religion.
There's just been so many times in history where people just whacked the fuck out and killed a gang of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, all the palaces and temples and mosques and stuff have been turned over throughout, like,
Yeah.
like everything that, even the newest building is older than anything in America.
Yeah.
Like, we went to this hammam, which is like a Turkish bath, and it was from the 15th century.
Whoa,
Like it had been
God.
open.
You said we.
Yeah, who's we?
16th. Oh yeah, I met a
you're-
girl on the plane, and she had been there like 4 times. So she met
Christ.
up, and then I have a cousin that lives.
Weren't you
like,
afraid you could be
outside-
like a drug mule coming back, or like I'm stressed out for you and
Wouldn't
you've
she
already
know if
gone?
she was a drug mule?
Yeah, no.
Who knows? We don't know.
We don't know.
Well,
We don't know.
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
could get
No, I just swallowed
slipped.
it. Whatever they told me to swallow, I did.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the rule overseas. You
Wait, I
just
don't-
swallow whatever they ask you to.
I don't want to sound like a snob, but I still call it Constantinople.
Oh yeah.
Is that
No,
right?
no, no. It is Constantinople too, as well. Yeah. But the hammam, yeah, it was like
That
it's just so
sounds fun.
beautiful and amazing.
So
there.
did you get a guide, or did you just follow a book and just travel to different spots when you were
Yeah,
over there?
I just followed a book and I just knew I wanted to see and I took a podcast to learn Turkish while I was there. So,
That's cool.
So I could get around, and then I would ask people, questions in Turkish, and then they would usually answer me in English. Everyone was extremely nice. It was literally the nicest country I've ever been to.
Really?
And I wanted to go because I had a layover there over the summer, and I wanted to stay, but I couldn't because I had too much luggage. So I was like, I want to go back, and then
Wow.
just
Good for
cashed in my
you.
Sky Miles and went.
Wow, that's
Technically,
fucking awesome.
It was
You
really fun.
owe taking me on a trip. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's
What
true.
happened?
I've taken her on a trip.
Really?
Yeah, she took
Yeah.
me to Canada.
So hot.
So
And what'd
It's
you
my
guys
Brian
do?
Callen impression. So hot.
Did you guys wrestle?
Yeah.
Did
Did you guys sleep together in the same room?
Look at you.
We sat by each other on the plane.
We did. I don't think we saw much of each other, to be
I
honest.
know.
But
We drank. I was so hammered.
God, can
yeah.
they drink?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So you're the
Canadian-
American girl that gets drunk in random countries with no support that you hear about on the
We're an
news.
American band.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I know.
Coming to your
And
town.
not we.
Did
I
you get
was.
hammered overseas solo?
I didn't. They don't get drunk there. They just drink beer and then you smoke like hookah, like nargile pipe
And they
or
take
whatever.
a little heroin. It's no biggie.
Yeah, just
It's
swallow
no
it in a
biggie.
balloon and then you just go home.
Just
and
don't go to Aruba.
No.
Yeah, that's where girls
Yeah,
get
yeah.
killed, right? So
That
the
is
spot.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
They
How is
ruined that
that?
one.
Why is that?
they're up to 2 or 3 now,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Guys bring in and then they let the guy go. So just don't go to Aruba.
They must have
What
good laws
happens
there.
to
They must have
people
laws.
where they kill each other on vacation? That seems to happen.
Yeah, and on cruise ships too. It's
Yeah.
like all the time.
Can I
Yeah,
tell you?
it-
I had a joke about this a long time ago, but I have this thing where no matter how in love I am with my husband, whoever I marry, I will never go on a boat ride with my husband. Women never come back from boat rides.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ever.
fuck a boat ride, dude. Fuck
cruises.
a boat ride. I don't get
Tether
that cruise
yourself
thing.
to the side.
I've
before
talked to
you
people
leave.
yeah?
about it, like, yeah, it's awesome. You get a room.
I love
and
it.
the room is like really small, and if you want to pay more, you get a big one. But even that one's really small.
Cruises.
I love cruises.
Fuck that
You guys
noise.
are crazy. It's so
In
nice.
a boat with a
A
bunch
nice-
of freaks and all their sneezing.
Yeah, like all their middle classery. I like
middle
if it's like a
classery.
really nice one, okay, because there's some really nice small ones.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on a Carnival cruise. I
Oh.
don't
No,
want
no.
to eat at a gross buffet with someone from Tampa. I don't want to do that.
Norwegian is great because you don't have to eat dinner with like a group of people. You know,
Right.
you can kind of you can just dine all day and like it's
you-
it's like 24-hour
Dine all
room
day.
service and you don't have you could eat and you just
Fuck that noise. You're on a giant boat in the middle of somewhere you're not supposed to be.
The only one I ever
Anything
did.
can
not supposed
fucking
to be the
happen
ocean.
at any
Something-
moment.
something happened
The
to you?
hull can be breached. I watched some
Wait, wait.
YouTube clips of people
it was
caught
called
in
Titanic.
rogue
It was
waves.
Titanic.
Can
it was a
Rogue.
movie.
I
You should have read the book. You
waves.
should have
I
read the
lived on a
book.
boat. I did semester at sea for 4
Oh,
months.
you did.
Wow.
I went all over the world and we were
Two
on a boat.
badass
Everything was fine.
bitches. Oh,
two,
shit.
2 in a row.
Two badass
Across
bitches.
from
You were this cooler that you were by yourself.
I don't want to go to Jacksonville next week, and you went to Turkey by yourself.
Yeah.
On a boat.
I don't think anyone wants to go to Jacksonville.
I know.
Florida.
Next week
Yeah.
or ever.
Sketchy
I
spot.
was on the Disney cruise line when I used to do radio. They made me and Danny Bonaducci were on the boat, so that was the only one I've ever been on. I don't
I
know if
went
it's
on one.
because I was with Bonaducci that it was so miserable.
Yeah, no, that's why.
Or it was a Disney
The
thing.
Disney cruise. I went there on that in 8th grade. Yeah, it was like my
Where's-
first trip.
Sounds awful.
Yeah,
Disney cruise.
I didn't go by
where's-
myself.
Where's Bonaducci now?
Philly.
Philly.
Really?
Oh, I
Oh,
was
still.
gonna, I thought like True TV. I thought that was the answer.
They're done, man. I mean, radio it's really hard
done.
for those fucking guys.
You have more.
man.
You have more influence with your podcast than probably any major market morning radio show. If you were to, by far.
That's sad. That's sad
By
that
far.
it's gotten to that. You know, and a lot of it is them censoring radio guys, censoring them, fucking
Yeah.
with them.
We used
You
to
know.
have
Constantly
like,
having to plug things.
Yeah, and then they can't, like, everywhere we go, it's always the same thing. They're always buttoning down with new rules. Like, we were in Austin last time, like, they were telling me I can't say retard. Like, you
Oh, I
can't
love
say it
saying
anymore.
retard.
we used to have
It's
to
retarded
say-
when you can't say
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Tranny's a new one. You can't say tranny either. That's
You
new.
can't say
No,
tranny.
what?
Come
Glad.
What kind of a country is
Come
this?
My granny is a tranny. That just
the,
rhymes.
The gay
Oh,
Backstreet Boy, Lance Bass.
Yeah.
He said the word. This is a gay guy saying the word tranny, and Glad made him apologize.
Oh, what the fuck?
Glad is
Wait,
sad.
no, actually, that's fair. Just because he's gay doesn't
so
mean
sad.
that it's
You should
okay
be
for
ashamed
him
of
to say
yourself for that
tranny.
one.
But I didn't know tranny was like.
Yeah, because it's like it's an abbreviated version of transvestite. It's
But they're saying that you can't say that. That's equally. That's
it's
like
kind of
saying
derogatory.
That's ridiculous.
No.
Well, faggot is okay, but
ridiculous.
fag.
I love
no.
saying faggot.
Complete the thought.
I
Complete
feel like
the
I
word.
say faggot way too much.
I used to say it. I gave it up.
Yeah.
Why?
I did
I've
too.
only, well, because I ran into too many people that got upset about it, and I said,
into too
listen,
many
if
fags."
a word fucking queers, well,
Fucking, you know what
real
Romo
edgy,
rhymes with? Faggot.
real edgy. I always
I
felt
know.
like if the word means one thing to me, like you weak pussy, like
Mm-hmm.
you faggot, that's what it means to a lot of guys. But to gay people, it meant that homosexuality is a negative thing. So it's an ineffective word to me. It's like it was getting out the wrong signal. And even though it meant one thing to me, when you have options, I mean, this is a beautiful thing about language. It's not just one word to say someone's a pussy.
Right.
There's a million of them. And even though you're attached to faggot,
We should change it to Heffron. Don't you think? Like, you're a fucking Heffron, man.
I'm sure.
think-
I'm sure that's been thrown on.
I don't think John would appreciate that.
Yeah. I would
John
really-
who? John
I would
who?
Really.
Like gay people get upset when you say something's gay, like, oh, that's so gay.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, most of us grew up using it like that. But if I were a part of minority, like if everyone's like, oh, that's so Jewy, it would offend me if it was just a colloquialism that was just thrown around. Like it would bother you.
We
if
gotta
you were
try-
I
part of
know
that.
this dude who's gay who calls things gay, and it's fucking hilarious. If he goes to
You
a
have the one
movie,
friend.
you're like, hey, what was it like? He was like, it was fucking gay.
Yeah.
But does he mean
Gay.
gay?
It's like, but it was,
gay?
but it was, you
gay
saw
the way you would
Bruno.
say it.
Okay.
You went to see Bruno. So what do you expect?
Did you see the ads for the new
Dictator?
The new,
Whoa.
yeah.
Bobby's
in that, yeah.
Bobby Lee's in that.
Yeah, he does
Oh
a
my
scene
It looks
with
so funny.
fucking.
That shit looks so funny.
his
Sasha
name?
Baron Cohen.
is awesome.
No, not.
He's a
in a
can't
scene
miss
with
for me.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
Bobby
Yeah.
and Ben. Kingsley.
That's so cool.
Sasha Baron Cohen is a can't miss for me. He's like one of my
great.
all-time favorite funny
He's
people.
great.
All that.
Just his
You ever see the
commitment.
old Ali G show?
Ali G was
in
the
London?
boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boutros.
He's
So
fucking
good.
great.
So amazing. Just balls on that guy is ridiculous.
He had fucking Buzz Aldrin,
Yeah.
the astronaut from the moon landings.
Yes.
And he's
Oh, yeah, we
like,
know.
"You
We
think
know.
it'd be possible for man to land on the sun?" And then he says, "No, it's too hot." He goes, "What if we go at nighttime?
He's so
What
smart.
if we go in the winter?"
Didn't he go to like Oxford or something? He's so smart and
He's
so
fucking
funny.
awesome.
And so
Those
cute.
characters are
Delicious.
so ridiculous.
I
His
sat next to him one
characters
time
are
at
so
Hungry Cat.
ridiculous.
No big deal.
Really? Did you get excited?
Did your
think-
hungry cat get hungry cat?
Did you think if we just got to know you, God,
Just
got to
I
know
tried
you.
to like sit with my butt out a little bit. But
Did
he,
you?
He didn't. He was on
Did
it.
you just eat a lot of carrot sticks slowly?
Carrot sticks.
Yeah,
did you tweet
anything
that?
You can put in your mouth and suck on. You know what I'm saying? Like carrot
Did you
stick.
tweet that the Japanese girls licking
Yes.
door handles? So I
What
saw
is
it as a
that,
joke. At
man?
first, I was like, "Oh, this ought to be funny." Then you see the first couple, and you're like, "That's a little pervertive." And then by about fifth or sixth, you're like, "Okay,"
It's a
like
new
something
trend,
weird. Like a
apparently.
weird thing happens.
What?
There's a Japanese fetish trend, and it's women on their knees licking and kissing doorknobs.
Ricking.
Rick. How dare you,
Ricking a
Eliza?
doorknob.
How dare you?
That
That's
joke
Ricking and kissing
would be way
doorknobs.
funnier if
That's
you were
oral-
Asian, but
oral
since you're
R.
not, I call racism.
That's gay.
That's so
That's
fucking. You're a
gay.
fucking.
That's what
faggot.
my wife says.
Whoa,
Rap out
there's a
loud.
lot of people
Rap out loud.
throwing that world around today.
I guess we are kind of part of a minority though, because I don't like it when they call women certain things.
Yeah.
Like cunts.
No, it
I don't
doesn't
like that.
bother me. Or like,
Cunts is really better reserved for men. There's
Yeah.
very few women that
That's a hard
deserve
word.
cunt.
but
Usually bitch
what
is
I
enough.
hate is when a guy says, "Listen, sweetheart." I'm like, "Oh,
That's how I talk to
fucking,
bitches.
You gotta. I'm
That's how I
about,
talk to
My
bitches.
blood
Just let 'em
starts
know.
boiling
Skirt.
when I'm like, "Don't."
Listen,
I
This
don't
is the other thing I
Sweetheart
say. I
doesn't-
say,
Listen,
listen,
sweetie.
sweetie.
No, no.
Yeah, sweetie.
Sweetheart as a
Hey,
term of
listen, honey.
endearment is
Listen,
fine,
honey.
but when they'll be like, "Listen,
Young
sweetheart."
lady.
Hey, sweet
young
Sweetheart
lady.
doesn't bother
Listen,
me
girl.
if it's someone older. I have an issue. Not even an issue. It kind of irks me when someone younger is like, "Hey, sweetheart," like
Ew,
at a
yeah.
club. Like, "Hey,
Well, yeah.
sweetheart."
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
like,
can imagine
No,
that.
that's-
Like a
I'll
20-year-old
break you.
guy.
That's-
Yeah.
No, that's just idiotic. But when someone's like, when you're
Well,
having
wait.
a conversation and you were trying to get me to pay attention to a point that you're
Honey,
making.
sweetheart.
Like, listen,
Yeah,
sweetheart.
darling.
Hey,
I've
sugar.
been to
Boys are
Alaska,
gonna talk
and I'm
for a
like,
second here.
all right, buddy.
Has that happened to you?
So is that like it's a button
all the
for you?
time?
Huh.
Because I love to get into battles and conversation. I just like to talk because I feel like people think that a conversation is an art. People are fighting, and I'm like, no, we're just having a discussion, a legitimate argument. We have two different points.
Wait,
And then
a discussion and argument are two different
Yeah.
things.
No, but people look at it as an argument as opposed to I look at it as we're
I
just
think
having a
'cause you're a
discussion.
girl.
Can I
People
ask
don't
you
like
guys-
it when girls have something to say. It's like she's arguing. It's
Yeah,
like, I'm
that-
just
Yeah.
so they have to like
vehemently-
tell me how their point is
Yeah.
going to be, and they started off by being, "Listen, sweetheart, and I'm like,
Can I ask you guys a
gotta
blanket
fucking-
statement?
Listen, you dickless
Listen,
faggot.
listen, you fucking.
Can I ask you guys?
Yeah.
Do you guys feel that like that being a female comic, a lot of guys are like intimidated, like communicating with you guys?
Absolutely, 100%.
Because guys always like to be like funny. They always like to be the
dating
funny
guys
guy.
like to be taller, stronger. They like to make more money, and they like to be the funny one. And if I take even one of those away, sometimes two, like that is
Oh, shit,
extremely
sometimes two.
intimidating.
Yeah, I would imagine that would
Yeah.
be really strange.
Because they're always trying to be funny on the date, or
Right.
they'll say like, "I thought you'd be funnier," and it's like I'm
I've
like
had that.
I'm an animal at the zoo. You know what I mean? When you go to the zoo, the tigers aren't chasing gazelle. You know, we're chilling out. Like,
Yeah,
I've seen
I'm not
seen relationships where the man and the woman are friends and they're both comics, and it can work if they're both
Can.
funny.
If they're both shitty
no,
comics,
if
then
they're,
it
no,
works.
If
I've
they're
seen-
both good,
Tom
they're
Segura.
both Tom
Yeah.
Segura and Christina Pazitsky.
That's a good example.
Perfect example. They're both really funny. And and it works. But if you ever been where like the chick is the one who's the powerful one,
Yeah.
and
Which
the,
I don't
the,
think
the
I've ever
dude
seen.
sucks.
We could whisper something right now to you.
I could drop some bombs on your mom's fuck car alarms.
well, I dated a comic for a long time, and
Did
like
you dominate? Did you headline and he middled? Did he follow you around?
No.
Did you have
Like
him hold
I
your
was.
bags?
This was like 7-8 years ago. So like we were together for a long time, but it just like I don't think that it was like the intimidation factor. I think whenever you're both working and you're struggling, and whenever it wasn't like we were in competition, but when one of us would get something, then you're always like, why am I not
I think
working
that's a
more? It's not like
natural
I
reaction
wanted
to
his
anything.
work,
Right.
and we are not competing for the same parts or the same
Well, you're just
spots.
upset
I
that
think
you're
that-
not
Yeah, it
getting...
just makes you question
I
your
think
own
as a
work
performer,
ethic.
as a competitive performer, like that for any if a friend got that or anything, you always like, why not me? I dated a comic, and it was different than yours because there was such a huge gap between us because I was newer to it and he was older.
Yeah, me too.
So there was no there was no
How old's
competition. Who?
PJ? How old's PJ?
But so anything he got, it was just so out of my realm of getting anything, and we just appreciated
It's
each
a-
other so much for it. I also, in terms of the dating thing, I always go for guys that are the opposite of me. So I would never go for a guy who's the center of attention because that's what my parents did, and they are divorced. So I always go for like a beta, more calm, kind of relaxed guy, and then we
Are
can
you
appreciate each
attracted
other.
to those guys? Or
Yeah.
Is that, really?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
You like
to
not
dominate-
not like a baby. No, like they can
dominate
dominate in
quiet
other
guys?
ways, but they don't have to be look at me all the time.
See, I find that I'm not impressed by people a lot. Like
He also
I
took his shirt off, and that was that.
ah lovely.
Want to see a picture?
But see, you're also younger than me. I'm in my 30s, so like it's different because the men that I meet are like they should be further along than they are. Like I've also like I travel the world. If they've never been anywhere, it's weird, stuff like that.
yeah.
So like I find that I'm not impressed.
Right.
by stuff. Like I don't care what you do or your job or anything like that. But if you're not exciting to talk to, and
No,
like
but
I
that's
have all
not
these
what I-
stories, like
that's-
I just got back from Afghanistan. They're like, oh, I went to Maryland.
No, that's
for
not what I
Christmas."
mean at all by beta. I'm saying like in terms of the energy you put out. Like I'm a performer, so I would not want to date unless you're like a magician or something, which would be awful. I don't want to
What?
date someone
No,
that's
I'm
also
great.
like check me out, listen to my jokes because we're just gonna be like two positively charged things coming at each other.
You
so
can
you
use
go
that
for
if
someone
you
who
want.
has strengths in other areas that are just more.
I think it's a balance, but just in anything you did, because I know there's
Your
some.
wife's really hot.
But my
Whoa.
wife, we were at a.
Hold on a second. Let me get my pants
Yeah,
off. real
yeah,
quick.
yeah. Tell me this.
What's up?
And she's very not dominant, but she's very what's the word? Strong,
Oh.
strong, I guess. And some guy referred to her
Powerful.
as, "Oh, you're John Heffron's wife." And
Ooh.
and and I met her
But you're the
right
famous
when
one.
7 years ago when I was famous for like a second. That's right when I got married. So it was kind of all about me at that time, and I think she had enough of that, and then
You know
now
what?
she's got a strong
How did
career.
this
and
fucking show turn into the Oprah show? Where you bitches
we're talking about
complaining
faggots and water
about
and
girls not being nice
in
to you.
Vegas. Yeah.
Listen, you grab her by the back of the neck and fuck her like she owes you a ton of money. And that's what you do.
That sounds
and then when she's
delightful.
done,
Of every
she's
month?
come like 3 or 4 times. She'll be
see,
cool,
now
man.
it's
She'll
out of my-
relax.
You know what?
She'll
now
relax.
it's out of my realm.
You
the
gotta
calm
give her
ones
her
that do that.
medicine.
It's the quiet ones that are
You
like
gotta
that.
give that bitch her medicine.
That
That's
is
what you gotta
gross.
do.
What's up, Redban?
Tiana, you're next on stage,
Oh, wait.
by the way. And maybe if just go in there in the next 5 minutes or so, and then if he doesn't get off soon, just wave a light
Can I
at
go
him.
after
Who is
Sarah?
that?
Yeah, and you're
Who's
bringing up Iliza Teeb,
Oh, okay.
and then
Eliza brings up
How is it in
John
there?
Heffron. It's great room.
And then I bring up.
Chronicles.
Yeah,
Okay, I like that.
Powerful Ice House Chronicles.
Eliza, a lot better than last time we were here, right?
What are you
It's a lot more
saying?
It's a lot more comfortable.
Oh, I thought you were saying her performance, man.
Yeah.
Don't be douchey.
I'm excited to be
That's
here,
what
Joe.
he's
I
saying.
haven't got
Like,
to.
hey, be better than the last time.
Did Veronica give you her present she got you?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
No.
Veronica, she got you something.
There's so many things. I wish I brought in notes. There's so many podcasts that I listened to of yours that I was like, if I was there, I would ask this question or say this. I should have made just a random list.
I wish, people always say, why didn't you say this? Why didn't you say that? Like this
Yeah.
man, there's sometimes I want to say something, but I gotta like let this guy keep talking, and then I can't remember it because there's a new thing that I need to say.
Especially the guys that you had.
Yeah.
You've had a string like Tim Ferriss. I couldn't be
Yeah.
a bigger fan of.
Me too. I
That
love
guy,
that guy.
I just anything that he says or talks about, I'm just like,
He's cool as fuck too.
because he tests everything.
Yeah.
That guy will
Yeah.
go, I'm gonna either go left or right, but I'm gonna split test both to see which is right, which is wrong.
Yeah.
You can come
I
over
love
here and do it if you
I
want
love
to
the
go.
opportunity to have all these cool people to talk to. It's just fucking, it's really inspirational when you meet all these motherfuckers, that are really doing all this interesting shit. Just realize that there's just a giant pool of people out there that are, each in their own
I
individual
love
way.
the guy you had with the beard that wrote it was about consciousness and you create your reality. I forgot his name. It was a couple ago.
Lipton, Bruce Lipton.
That
he
guy was
great.
super.
Yeah, he was
I'm
great.
really into that stuff. So when I was listening to him,
his science I didn't understand because I'm a fucking retard.
Oh, yeah.
But
You're not bright at all.
I am in a certain way, but not in that way. I don't understand genetics. I don't understand how he's saying that positive energy actually affects genes and turns genes on. I mean, I think it's
Ooh,
amazing
yeah.
if it's true. It's
In fact,
incredible.
There's this whole study out
I
now.
just-
There's this thing that people do where they give you your picture. If you're sick, okay, you can send
Only
your
vibrate?
picture. No, I don't know. Maybe
But-
send your picture, and a group of people sit in a room. Yeah, and they meditate on it, and the picture changes.
What?
Yeah.
What if you got a little dick and you take a picture of your little dick
Like,
and
no.
you say, "Please, people, just gather around the
I have one.
Thanksgiving
I can-
Day
I can
table,
forward it to
hold
you.
hands, and grow me a cock."
Grow me a cock.
Man, a cock is fucking something fucking scary for once.
What was
Where a girl looks at it and just goes, "Oh shit, here we go."
How am I gonna fuck her like she owes me money if you can't grow
A
my
lot of
cock
money.
transcendentally?
how was
Fucking like
how
she
was
owes you a
Bieber?
lot of money
How
that
was
she'll
Bieber?
never be able to pay back.
That was Justin Bieber.
Yeah, how was Bieber?
He was so nice.
Yeah.
Him and Selena Gomez were so sweet.
Do you
and
think that you two could fall in love, even
No.
though he's a little younger than you?
No, I would crush him.
For now, you would crush
but
him.
let's say he calls you tomorrow and says, "Hey, listen, on the side,
No.
I think
No.
I felt the
I don't-
Thinking about
connection."
putting
I
some
already
jokes in my
have-
next song.
I already feel
wants
so
to be my
dominating in what I
baby,
do, and I'm already so
baby,
in charge of it. In a relationship, I don't want to be.
You sound like you need a
huger.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bigger than the guy I'm sleeping
You totally
with.
need a girlfriend.
Like a lady friend.
Get a lesbian relationship
Oh,
going.
everyone's
That's your
trying
move.
to.
You sound like a gay woman to me.
Podcast number 2 of trying to get Eliza to do a lesbian
People's
thing.
fascination
Eliza,
with
kiss
it.
Sarah.
We just-
Sarah, you guys kiss.
That's, I mean,
totally fine.
obviously,
Make out.
obviously I'm joking,
No, I
but
know.
that's like what
Lick that
everybody's
doorknob.
reaction is when a woman's strong and aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck it, why don't you just go eat pussy
Yeah.
then?
Yeah.
That's why I stopped playing softball.
Oh, yeah, why don't you just go eat pussy then?
Yeah.
Do you still do that?
I love it when guys are like, "Stop being so sensitive." Like they
Yeah,
tell us
because they're
not-
being an asshole.
Yeah, and I'm like, if you were telling me to
Yeah.
go against my gender,
I've seen
I was
guys
born with a
say-
vagina. Like I'm gonna cry when I
Big
read an old
vagina.
note. That's just how shit works around here.
I cry all the time. I don't care if it makes someone comfortable.
Do you
I'll
cry
cry
all
in
the time?
public. If I'm upset
Law and Order,
about something,
SVU,
you're
I'm
gonna
done.
deal.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
That's
obliterated.
nothing wrong with that. Better than hiding it, right? Do you cry when you watch like Twilight? or
I've
something
cried
like
at
that?
commercials.
Oh, yeah.
I've cried
You cry
at
at
songs.
commercials?
I'll cry. Women are
Super
very
emotional.
unstable.
Wow.
No, but we're just like
I-
in touch with our emotions, whereas you guys mask them all the time.
We mask them?
Yes.
Well, you can't generalize like that.
No, I don't. Yeah, I think.
All that you guys, we do this and we do that. That's
I like
ridiculous.
it
To
when-
think that two genders operate completely.
No, but I'm just saying.
I like
Same.
guys when
General.
guys act like guys, and it's okay if you mask it or if you're honest. I love men acting like stereotypical men. I find that to be a huge turn on. I think it's cute.
Yes, but when they
guys-
ask us not to act like women, then I'm just like, what? Are
Well,
you
yeah,
talking
no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, look, the bottom line is we're so fucking different that we don't
Wait,
understand
what?
each other.
Wait, what? Men and women are different?
What?
It's my new
We don't
comedy
understand each other.
album.
So it's hard for people to just accept that you're this way.
No,
and I'm this
I
way.
understand
It's hard
that.
for people. Well, maybe you do.
Can I tell you
But
what-
for a lot of people, it's that's like where there's like this balancing act where one person's trying to change the other person, the other one's trying to soothe the other person and change for them.
Okay, so if I could say one thing, if there's any women listening to this,
There's
I
no
think that-
women.
There's no women. Well, there's any gay guys listening. I think a lot of the issues come from girls want to change guys a lot. Men, you never hear guys
Yes.
like, I want to fix her upper. Here's what guys need,
No,
and
that's
this is
not
all
true
there
at
is.
all. I know a lot of guys who do that.
Really?
Yeah, they date girls that
Like
are like a
strippers?
little overweight or a little, and then
That's
fix them.
weird.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
Or financially.
fucking
Guys who do it
easier.
more
Here's-
financially where they
Yeah,
have to take care of
financially,
the
that's
girl.
different. Girls want to give you like a soul makeover. Here's what girls, all you have to know about guys, okay? Feed them when they're hungry and sleep with them and don't fetch. That's all they want. Just don't complain. Give them food. I've seen guys like go into violent whirling dervishes when they don't get food when they ask for it.
What the fuck are you talking about,
And just don't be annoying. That's really all you have to do. I've dated the hottest guys, way out of my league, because you just give them those basic things. That's all you need.
And
You got to give them head too.
Yeah, I do that. Not all the time. So you're tired.
Not all the time.
Not, what,
You're
how
also
often?
pretty high. I don't know why you say out of your league because I think you're probably hotter
a
than the
comic.
guys you dated.
Not for
no,
like a regular
you're pretty hot
model.
in general.
One of the all-time great Prince songs, Brian. Pull that shit up. Pull up head.
Can you play it? Are you allowed?
Yeah, we can play it because it's just
'Cause
goes
Prince isn't
out onto
listening?
the internet.
we got suspended
First of
for
all,
playing
Prince is cool as fuck.
Jerk You Off song on Prince. We're playing in the locker room. And
What
we
do you
got,
mean?
I'll get you, I'll jerk you off.
Okay.
That song.
Right, you were doing
teacher
it
came
where?
in. No, we were playing it.
When are you talking about? You in high school?
No, we were, however, old. Yeah, maybe like freshmen.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
so,
thought
yeah.
you were talking about your podcast.
There's
I'm
a
so
Prince-
baffled.
No, we were doing it
What
in.
song?
Prince Head.
Okay.
You know that song?
I think Prince is so hot.
Do you?
He's like sexy. He's not handsome, but
Right.
he is sex.
Yeah.
I want to like fuck his music.
I hear you.
I don't get that at all.
You
Every
know-
woman I know loves Prince.
You know,
Not
they love
physically.
Prince.
He's the
You
size of
know.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I
He
don't get
would
it at
eat
all.
your ass.
Yeah.
Okay, you know he would. He would go right to your little
He's
ass.
already that tall. He's right at ass
Yeah.
level.
He would finger you and eat your ass, and you
right.
would explode with love. You would love.
I bet he's great at it.
I bet he's awesome.
Yeah,
at it.
I bet he's a
Yeah.
great ass
That's his
eater.
I bet
go-to
he
move.
sings into girls' pussies.
And
Crank
watches
the shit up.
himself in the
Hopefully it
mirror.
doesn't
Crank the shit up, Ronnie.
Something about it.
Come on, man. This guy was an original. Listen to this. He's singing about getting some head.
Someone on. Oh, it's on.
What?
Listen to this.
How do you play bass to this? If Prince is like, hey, give me a line that sounds like I'm getting head. How do you make that funky enough?
Listen to the lyrics. I'm just a virgin and I'm on my way to be wed. What a freak! So full of spunk, I'll give you a head. Come on, man.
That's pretty,
That's a fucking jam right there.
This is great.
I'm just a virgin and I'm on my way to be wed. But you're such a hunk, so full of spunk, I'll give you a head. Come on.
classy broad right there he's singing
He's a
about.
It's kinda
original
gay.
dude.
But he's singing
Totally
it.
gay.
Oh,
Who
okay.
cares? It's like
Is Prince actually gay?
it might be. Who knows? You don't think Prince has sucked at least one dick to see if it makes
he's
him
had
sing
those.
better?
Yeah, but when dudes are that famous, they got it. They need something new.
Yeah,
like
that's
Mick
right,
Jagger
dude.
and David
Yeah.
Bowie. They're not gay dudes. They just got so bored.
Yeah, I
with
feel like that
all
happens
the
to a lot of
pussy they
people.
got. Yeah.
Do you think that that's a true story? Or do you think that's another crazy
I think
rumor?
Mick Jagger's wife definitely walked in on him and David Bowie fucking. Have you
Really?
ever seen the?
Geraldo Rivera told that story.
Didn't
Yeah,
Eddie
but unless he
Murphy-
was there,
Dude,
unless
Well,
he was-
Geraldo Rivera was there. He tells the story that he's in a kitchen. It's Bowie and Jagger. They're I swear,
Why
you
is
can look it up.
I
I'm not.
believe it.
Why are
I
they in a
believe it.
kitchen?
They were in a kitchen at a party.
Can I
Both
just
of
say
them,
that the worst guy to be there when you're about to fuck a dude for the first time is Geraldo? That's like the worst guy.
He said that they sandwiched him. Like they were like got on both sides and they were grinding with him at some crazy party in the 70s, and then he that he could have hooked up with both of them.
Isn't it crazy that like there was a point in time when dudes were willing to like step outside the boundaries of heterosexual, homosexual relations and just take whatever's near. You want to suck some cock tonight? Oh, both of them and just blowing each other and
not
like,
say
what?
anything about
it still happens in West Hollywood.
I'm sure occasionally, but I mean, I think these guys are primarily heterosexual guys that were really experimenting. I think,
there's just nothing else. They've had every type of woman you could possibly have. Let's just see what a dick tastes like.
Maybe it was
I've
also
heard people talk about that where it's you're tired of having sex with hot girls, so you go with ugly girls, and you need something to like excite you. And that's like a thing. Didn't that happen?
Those guys are
gotta
crazy.
Run out a
what are you talking about?
You gotta
that
run
is so
out.
nonsense. That you saying that is so hilarious because that some guy has like spewed that out at you. That is
like
nonsense.
a comic.
Let me tell you the
comics
truth.
say this.
No guy ever gets tired of fucking hot girls and goes, you know what, man?
I'm done.
Unless they're not nice to him.
No.
Unless you associate hot girls with being not nice, and then uglier girls with being more, more appreciative.
Yeah,
which
more.
some people do.
Yeah, you can't handle bitchiness after a period of time. But if you're that famous, then nobody's going to be a bitch.
Like,
dude.
I had a buddy who had a big beer gut. He was a great guy. He had a big beer gut. And when he would go to strip clubs, he would not want a dance from the hot girls because he knew they didn't really like him. He wanted to
The
dance
ugly
from
girls
the
don't
girl.
really like him either.
But in his eyes, in reality, he maybe could get her.
Yeah.
Like, it's not outside the realm of possibility that in a movie based on his life, in the best case scenario, he could get that girl.
Okay.
So for him, it was important.
Oh yeah, stripper.
I think we should ask Bobby Lee if he's at the point where he's getting so much pussy that he's bored of it.
Bobby's fucking only white women now. What? I was talking about your steady diet of white women.
You know what I'm doing now?
Tell me what's up.
I have porno erectile dysfunction.
Oh shit, you do.
Yeah. I had porno erectile dysfunction because what happened was I was watching porn and I would put in 9 discs in a row to find the moment. And you know what the moment I need?
What?
I need to see in the girl. No, not the credits. I need to see in the girl's eyes like them questioning their decision to do porn, and then that's when I can get off. And that's a problem, because that's like rape. You know what I mean?
Bobby, is this material trying out? Throw you in the toilet, bitch.
No. It's not material. And the thing is that so now I'm on day 10 of not watching porn.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I'm drinking beet juice.
Damn, beet juice is great for you.
And spinach and kale is in here too.
Well,
Dude, I
day
drink
10
kale
of
shakes
ever,
every
like
morning.
day 10, like you watch porn your whole life, and this is the only 10-day stint you've gone without it.
Yeah,
besides,
it's a miracle of life. Wow. It really is. And I feel.
So how long do you think you're gonna be able to hang out?
What?
How long do you think you're gonna be able to hold out?
I'm going for a month.
Oh, I thought you said hang out like here, like before. Like,
No, I'm going for a month.
A month with no porn?
Yeah, or masturbating at all.
And then just
Why?
a wild frenzy, just fuck face, raw, just fucking
Jagger,
everything
David
around
Bowie.
your hotel room,
No.
toilet paper
Don't you think
rolls, and
you've
just
gotten desensitized to it?
No. Because I almost came when you said that. I almost came when you said that. Just don't talk like that. Let me tell you. No. Don't.
What's up?
Oh, no. No, but the thing is that I want to be healthier as a human being. And I want to get married, and I want to find the love of my life. And I feel like the problem is
When this porn kicks
Once
in.
in your life, you find out.
Play the head
So
song.
you
Can I
want
just
to
let
be
you walk
someone.
away?
So you want to improve yourself and be someone that can be in some sort of a relationship.
Yeah, because Johnny Sanchez just had a baby. You know Johnny.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's so happy. And I know a lot of people that are in relationships and they're so
That's
happy.
awesome, man.
And I'm alone and I play Skyrim 9 hours a day. And I do 9 hours a day.
You love it?
I love it. I love it so much.
What's
I love
like
adventures.
the longest?
Where did you
What's the
marry?
longest relationship you've ever had?
They all end up to be 2 years and then I bail out.
Why is that?
Because what ends up happening is like I'd rather watch porn toward the end.
Oh shit! So it becomes a sexual thing.
I think that's
Yeah.
a mental thing.
No, it's not. I don't know
That's
what
a
that
mental
means.
thing, not a sexual thing.
I don't know what that means. What you're saying, but what I'm saying.
You have a problem
When you
connecting
talk,
mentally.
I don't know what you mean. You know
No.
what I mean? I love you as a friend, though.
When you,
I love you as a friend, but
that's what we're laughing at.
yeah.
That's a mental connection
I'm very
problem.
funny. I'm very funny, by the way.
I've given out your credits.
Yeah. I test well, but anyway,
It's not a sexual problem. That's the fact that you want to go to porn versus making like a deeper sexual connection with the person.
yeah, it's the intimacy. It's like when they look in my eyes and they go, "What's inside?" And I just want to go, "Don't look in there." You know what I mean? Don't look in there.
Right.
There's almost all kinds of things going on. You know.
So do you feel like less vulnerable when you're just beaten off? Is that what it is? It's like you can just concentrate on the lust.
No, it's what it is. It becomes a a fast thing.
Well, first of all, why the fuck am I asking? What needs to go through your head before you can come the best?
It's like fast food, right? It's like, you know what I mean? I want to just eat and get it over with.
Right.
That's what it becomes.
I'm still stuck on that. You had 9 discs in, like you haven't upgraded. You just hitting a porn site where you just start clicking on various movies.
No, I don't. I have to do. First of all, I have to do Blu-ray. I have to do Blu-ray. I can't do internet.
It's got to be high quality.
It's got to be. It's got to be. I got to see the freckles.
You one of those weirdos that like lays out towels and shit.
Yeah.
Keeps your fucking socks on.
Yeah, I have heated oil.
Do you have heated oil?
Oh yeah. And I got this new machine that's like an iPod. I got this new machine that's like an iPod, and right, it's got a flat screen thing. I got it at the hardware store. You fuck it, yeah. And there's buttons on there's buttons on top, right?
Is it a Kindle?
No, you're serious?
I swear, I'll bring it in next time I do the podcast. It's
I don't
amazing.
Smell your fuck box.
Oh, I've seen it.
I'm not saying you don't have to touch it. You could just look at it.
I ain't touching shit.
It's fun.
I've actually seen it, Bobby. It's actually really sweet.
Don't come up with me on that.
What are we talking about?
It's a machine. It's
steal
like,
on you.
Right? There's buttons on top of it, right?
What do
And
you
you can
call it?
adjust the speed. I forgot what it was called, like Joy or something like that.
Answering machine.
Yeah. And you stick it in, and you can, you know, the vibration. You can control
That
that.
thing. Is that
No,
like
no,
a
no,
vagina?
that-
Oh, it's a penis.
No, that's a fleshlight.
That's a fleshlight, and those are bullshit.
Oh, I don't know.
No, they're not.
I'll tell you why it's
No, they're
bullshit.
not. No, they're not. I've masturbated to one.
And
used
so
one
have I,
many
Joe.
times.
And
They're
I don't want to
amazing.
argue. It's your show, but can I say something?
Yeah, but don't tell me the fleshlight sucks.
But you have
That's
to try this new
nonsense.
one.
I don't need to try it. Do your computer thing. The fleshlight's great. It's way better than beating off. Period.
It's great, I know. But the beads on the side, you know, the vibrating one.
I don't need no freak shit, son. I don't need nothing up my booty hole.
No,
I
that's
don't need
not the
nothing
beads that go in my
vibrating.
butthole.
Okay, you're into
Alright.
some freak shit.
No, I'm
okay?
not.
You want vibrating
No, I'm a
pussies?
new-
and
Travel
thinking like
bottle
you're
of Pert
fucking a
is all
washing
you
machine.
need.
I'm from the future.
Well, that's not.
I'm an android.
You're fucking an android. That's what that thing is.
I think dudes get addicted to the changing stimulation too. Different looks, different faces, different like you can get like locked into this thing with porn, especially.
Yeah.
We just want to see like different
Like a new
girls,
scene, like every
all the
20,
time.
30 seconds. Like,
There's a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is as addictive as anything else that's psychologically addictive.
But there's an
fucking
article.
anything can be addictive.
Men's view of porn and what is portrayed in porn is actually what dictates the way that women look in our society,
And
sexually.
I'm glad you're willing to accept that.
It's
Yeah.
true. There's no reason to shave your vagina other than the fact that in porn that's what they do.
I
No,
think
you have
people
to
just
shave
got
it.
tired of
Because
looking
in
at some
porn, that's
crazy
how they
shit.
I just don't like it in my
man.
teeth.
Because
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
spit now.
Yeah,
But there's
yeah,
that, or the
pussy.
fact that you think a girl's gonna come from giving you a blowjob.
A good girl would.
Yeah.
Okay, a good girl would.
You know what, Eliza?
Just saying. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying
How dare
porn
you.
dictates that.
Porn dictates that because, well, how do you know there's not some girls out there that can? Have you done a thorough
They were on this podcast last
audit
time I was
of
here.
all the girls sucking dick in the world?
I have.
Maybe some of them can come while they're blowing guys.
Yeah.
Is that not possible, Bobby Lee? Can I get an amen? Can I get some
Amen,
backup, dog?
amen, Joe.
Why
Back
are
up
you
Amen.
from a fellow pervert. Can I get some backup?
I'll
As a
get in on
comic, you
that.
should be used to the generalization, not harp on the exception.
Oh, I'm all-
There's an article on Psychology Today, guys,
No, I love
on
you, girl.
porn erectile dysfunction. You have to read it.
Oh, I can't
What's it
wait.
about?
It's an epidemic. You know what? You're being a jerk right now. It's like I have a disease, and you're laughing at my
No,
disease.
let's talk about the fuck box.
It's not. I'm not talking about. I'm saying I'm not using.
clean
It's in
it?
a cupboard now.
Do you
In
clean
the
it?
cupboard.
I've been at 10 days. No congratulations.
You haven't
10
fucked
Can't
days without
believe this
beating
right
off?
now.
No, you haven't fucked it in 10 days?
Yeah, I haven't fucked in 10 days.
Do you feel like more vibrant? Because they say that if a man goes without masturbation for 7 days, he has 47% more testosterone in his blood.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Really?
Well, isn't that why fighters and like athletes
Yeah,
don't?
you don't fuck for a while. I used to think
Rocky
that was a
didn't do it.
rumor.
Right.
I used to think that was bullshit. When I was a kid, I would make sure that I had sex because I didn't want to think about sex. Because I think at a certain age, you know, you really don't have such a good control. Like whatever relaxation that you get out of that, if you can get it, get it.
Yeah.
You know, because you're always nervous when you're about to fight.
Yeah.
You're better off just having some sex. But I guess biologically, I'm totally wrong because they said 7 days. If you go no masturbation for 7 days, 47% more testosterone. Or 40.
I feel great. I feel great, guys.
You like it?
Yeah. John, you want to get
It's
on that?
amazing.
on your masturbation? No.
All right.
Who's on stage up in this motherfucker?
Tiana just went on.
She just went on. Oh,
Yeah.
And
Or
you're
she's
next?
probably been on 3 minutes.
You better to rock that shit, girl.
Dude, that is a fantastic crowd, by the way. And great
Really?
job, Redban. You killed it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we should have
really
switched
killed
because I'm
it.
headlining the other room, and I have nothing in my room right now.
Why? What's the
Really?
matter, buddy?
The first show was packed. The second show is not because of the Rogan experience, man.
That's not why. It's because you don't have enough Twitter followers.
Oh.
How many Twitter followers do you have?
No, I usually do well here.
How many Twitter followers do you have?
I don't do Twitter.
Well, there you
Well,
go.
so then 0.
That's
The
ridiculous.
answer is 0,
How
Bobby.
could you not do Twitter, man?
Well,
You want to
I gotta
promote
go.
your
I'm gonna
shows?
go.
Buddy, you know I love you.
I love you too.
Why? Don't get scared.
Don't get upset.
Why are you running away?
I'm totally fine.
But don't forget to take
Why
off
are
the
you running
headphones.
away?
How many Twitter followers
Why
does your
don't
fuck
we
bot
help
have?
you, Bobby? We can help you
That's
right now.
rude. What's
We
your
did
name,
this with
Jayson?
Bill
That's
Burr.
rude.
What's your name?
What is your name? We could do this with you. We did it with Bill Burr. Bill
Yeah.
Burr didn't have a Twitter account. Let's get you a Twitter account.
Yeah.
We'll
I
set you
have
up
one.
and have everybody
I have
go to
one.
it.
I do have one. Bobby
where
Lee
is it?
Live.
Bobby Lee
I haven't
Live.
been on it in 6 months. I'll tell you
Get
why.
on it, buddy.
I'm gonna get back on it.
Why wouldn't you get on it?
Because I couldn't get followers. I mean, I would go
We'll
on.
get you followers.
You probably have so many followers.
I had like 7,000.
Dude,
and then
we can get you a
but it took
ton
me
of
6
followers.
months to get that.
People love you, Bobby Lee. People love you, Bobby
have
Lee.
to keep pumping out content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to say funny things.
I don't even have that many.
Okay.
Or tell personal stories or talk about love.
Yeah. I love
Or
love.
send threatening
Talk about
tweets to Kim
love.
Kardashian.
In the
Whole
6
lot of love. That's what I tweeted today. It's my favorite tweet of all day.
In the 6 months you haven't been on Twitter, have you noticed a spike in your testosterone level?
Whatever your name is, that's very funny.
Fuck you.
I see what he did there.
You're milking that cow. You're milking
See what
that
he did
cow.
there.
Oh, we're allowed to smoke weed now, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because SteveO left.
to go out.
No, please don't.
Want a whole lot of love.
I love you. Hey, Joe. I love you.
I love
Happy
you too,
New
Bobby.
Year.
Happy New Year, buddy. It's good to see you, man.
Bobby Lee is going to hopefully start a podcast here with Death Squad. But if you're
love to do it.
in Los Angeles Saturday, he has tickets available. There's 2 shows tomorrow at the
Thanks, brother. Love you, man.
IceHouseComedy.com.
What's the over-under on him not showing up for it, by the way?
I don't know. I love that dude.
Yeah.
Me too.
He's
I love Bobby
impossible
Lee.
to nail down.
He's a silly boy.
That you're next, Eliza? To a fucking, and I'm not bullshitting. That's a good fucking
Yeah.
crowd,
Then
man.
I'll try.
Yeah, get your C game out.
Get your C game out.
You know what I mean?
Get your C hang out. Where's C hang?
Redban, you didn't even want to do time, and you did great, bro.
Yeah, I had a bunch of new jokes, but I hadn't even thought them out yet.
What's
so
that
I
like?
thought all my jokes out on stage, and they all seemed to kind of work.
Sorry,
No, you did
Liza.
good.
I'm gonna get you dog high.
It seemed it seemed like you were more fucking. I don't know. It seemed like you planned it all out good because you went from one to the other. You're almost like talking too fast.
Yeah. I don't know. That was an interesting set. I can't wait to listen to it. I did a lot of
You recorded it.
mom jokes.
No, it was good. I'm good, man.
I'm good. Even though people are tweeting saying I look nervous.
You do look nervous.
Really?
You always look.
You always look nervous.
always
though.
look.
You have a nervous
I'm always
energy.
fidgety, and it's never.
You look quite sketchy, sir.
You have a nervous energy, but it's
If I was,
endearing.
If I was working in a
It's very cokey.
restaurant and I saw you,
Very cokey.
I would. Do I hear something out?
I do. I hear it too. I think somebody's in there, maybe talking. We're picking that up.
Probably Bobby Lee.
Oh, Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee, he's like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to be
Rude
here.
ass Bobby Lee, yellow band.
Yo, man, go grab him.
On
it, on point. Look at him.
All he does is close the door.
Trust me. In the Asian world, that's enough. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. He just opens the door, bows to him, and he knows exactly what he
Yeah, you
means.
know what they like? They like the Green Hornet and Kato. You know what he's like? He's like the Pink Panther. The Pink Panther had that dude that would fucking attack him out of nowhere.
Yeah, what was his name? It was
Dude, he was a bad motherfucker.
What was that guy's name?
That's going to drive me nuts.
Snagglepuss.
No, not.
Peter.
It was
Peter.
not Kato.
Damn.
There's a bum. A what? A bum.
Pink Panther. My God, why can I
You're
not
thinking
remember?
of God, that's going to make me
Oh,
nuts.
this
It's done,
is
Eliza.
killing me.
It's done.
What's the what? Not Kato.
Peter Sellers?
Peter Sellers, yeah.
Is that it?
You're correct.
No, but what was the guy that he fight all the time?
Jacques Clouseau, that was his name. Wasn't it Kato, the guy who would attack him? His buddy?
Yeah, Kato,
Would
but
just jump out and attack him?
yeah, it was Kato.
Was it Kato? Was Kato in the Green Lantern? Or was there both Katos?
Kato's green.
right, then
Hornet,
that's where the
green
name-
Don't be
Hornet.
scared of pot,
I'm not
Eliza.
scared, but I
This
have
shit would
to
help
do
you
my job.
tremendously. You have to do your job, but on
I don't want to
stage,
get high and then go on stage.
that's the move.
You would be
That's
such
exactly
a great
what you want.
stoner.
That's the move.
You would lose a little bit of your edge, but gain a little bit of insight. Oh my God, it would be magical.
Wouldn't it be amazing? She
It
would
would
be
be the
the
perfect
best.
combination. You might be the greatest
It
female
sounds
comic of all time.
terrifying.
Oh.
Yeah, that's life, bitch. Listen, we're little water balloons of flesh floating around on a rock that's
I
hurtling
understand
through
terrifying.
the galaxy.
I could be raped at any moment. I'm a woman.
Yeah, that's right. I
don't- I
like the
don't-
way you talk. I like the way you're
Yeah.
thinking too.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Someone said you guys. Never mind.
What?
Something about a bag.
A bag of what?
Like you don't smoke regular pot. There's something out of a bag.
Volcano.
Oh, it's
Oh, sometimes
Yeah.
we use a vaporizer.
No, not a vaporizer. It was like someone said something about a bag one time.
Yeah, it is, the vaporizer actually goes into a bag. It goes into a plastic bag, like a balloon.
Oh,
and then
okay.
you suck it out of the bottom of it.
Oh.
And somebody just tweeted that they're sending us one. I don't know.
That's
How
pretty
are
cool.
they doing that?
I don't know.
It's the fucking government, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it. There's gonna be a chip inside. It's gonna record your every move.
Every fucking toke.
This motherfucker went to ujizz.com 16 times today.
Now you're on the map.
Yeah, man. They'll put you on the fucking government.
Speaking of high
map,
now,
man.
now that you're done, right?
What's that?
No, I can still.
Can you what?
I can smell it, but I can't get high.
No, you can't even get high secondhand anyways. That's a myth.
Get out of here,
That's
you
cute.
silly goose.
Wasn't it cute?
Why are you worried? Why are you worried about the pot?
I just don't want to be. I don't like to. I've never drink or do anything before I go on stage. I take
Oh,
the
okay.
job so seriously.
Wow. Okay. All right.
That's not comfortable for me.
How long you been? Do you
ever
still
tried?
do that video show that you used to do? She pretty much did this for a long time.
still
What
have
we're
it,
doing right now,
Which
she
is
does like a
testament to how
live, like a
popular it is
video
that no
show.
one knows. It's called The Weekly News, and it's a news show that we do once a week, every Monday.
There was one episode where she was wearing nothing but her underwear, and it's my favorite episode.
Oh shit!
Oh, the one where I had the hair covering?
Yes.
Yes,
I
that is
love
one of the JPEGs.
Live
I had an
letting
Audrina. Remember when
bitches
Audrina Patridge
know.
did that awful Carl's Jr. commercial where she's eating a teriyaki burger? So we did a parody of it, and I brought the wig in because it had sand and burger in it, and I was just wearing it. You
Yeah.
can pull up the JPEG if you want, but
It's a great video. Actually, I think I saw the video.
it's
just
a really
couple
smart
days ago.
episode.
Do you
I can
find
assure
yourself, because you're an attractive young lady and you're very well built and athletic and all that good stuff? Do you find yourself when you go to shows? Do you feel like you have to like cover yourself a little bit? Like you can't dress sexy because women might resent you a little bit and not
Yes.
want to laugh on you
Here's
on your
the thing.
jokes.
I'm not a sexy dresser anyway. I firmly believe you should be who you are on and off stage, the same person. I dress like this normally. If I'm gonna go out for like a big night out, then I'll wear something like sexier. But in general, I'm like a t-shirt jeans kind of person. And
So on stage, you're a t-shirt jeans.
I'm
person.
t-shirt jeans, and I'm all put on makeup and stuff. But you already have a hurdle as a girl. Like they're all, even if they don't know who you are, that you already have that hurdle. So why add to it by giving them a reason to dislike you? You don't need to. If I'm gonna tell you about all these feelings I have and points of view, I want you to pay attention to me, not be staring at part of me. And it totally works. I mean.
Yeah.
And I don't understand the girls that come on in the mini skirts and with their tits out and all this stuff. And the jokes are never good. And
That's
the girls
okay.
that can do it that are funny are not that attractive.
Because God, then there's a fantasy about like girls that will like kind of bomb on purpose, just as guys have a fantasy of like consoling them afterwards. Hey, listen,
really?
baby,
That's sick.
it's all about concentration.
But I
It's
do
about-
envy the girl. I've always not envied in a bad way.
Oh,
But
what's
when I
that?
go to shows,
It's like my cock.
there's always the girls that come to see the comics. Like there's always hot girls, like on Sunset, if you go to like the Comedy Store, that get to dress up on a Saturday night and be cute. And I'm sitting here looking like a lesbian in my outfit. I would love to get to go and like hang out with funny guys and look sexy, but it's not part of the job description.
Wow, that's interesting.
That being said,
So I thought you would like to dress the way you dress because that's comfortable,
I do.
but clearly you would like to hoe it up.
if I'm going out, which I do,
Right.
my friends often are like, "Why are you wearing a tube dress?" I'm like, "Because I fucking can deal with it."
Damn, look
I
at you.
love tank tops.
Out there spreading energy. Letting bitches know there's some sexy on this plate.
On my show that I do, I only wear tank tops.
And what show is this?
On the Excused, on my TV show.
What is it called again?
Excused.
Excused? What?
It's a syndicated dating show that's on VH1 and here on KCAL 9.
And all you wear is tank tops?
That's all I wear. There's a couple where there's a shirt because I felt like fat one day, but for the most part, it's all tank tops.
And you pretty much just heckle people. It's
Yeah,
pretty.
I heckle people
It's
from
pretty
a
much you
chair.
just have like people and you get to just do material on and just like kind of make fun of them.
Yeah,
I love
all
it.
I do is rip on
So what do you do? It's the people are dating and
Yeah, so they come to the front door and they try to get in the front door by like giving like, hey ladies, and they give like a little pickup line, and I sit with two girls or two guys. Girls come to the front door too, and we decide based on a first impression if you should be allowed in the house for a shot to date them or if you're excused. And if you're excused, I pick apart something about your physicality and I make fun of you and I excuse you right then and there. And it's a lot of that. It's a lot of me kind of being a smartass.
Yeah, here it is.
That's me in a regular shirt.
someone got
And I correct people's English.
Do they ever get snippy back with you? Do they ever?
Yeah. Sometimes. Usually they're pretty cool.
Yeah, people are so much more educated now than when the dating guy did We'll Be Back in
Yeah,
2
they
and
get
2.
it, yeah.
Than Love Connection. They really didn't
Now they know what's going
yeah,
on.
yeah. People are way more educated when they're on
Sorry
TV now.
about it.
I have to choose.
I have to excuse.
Oh, it is.
okay.
Okay. I have to excuse Jacob.
Kind of vibe I'm getting is like She's not really like special. We're getting a lot of genericity.
Okay.
My phobia that I have is claustrophobia.
We know how you feel about claustrophobia.
It's not claustrophobia, it's claustrophobia.
Nope, it's claustrophobia. Unless you're afraid of cluster.
For me to listen to what he had to say and believe in his
Is that a real
genuinity,
mouth?
he's looking for a genuine
Steven
girl.
Tyler.
We were more
Oh my God.
interested in you, just basically your genuinity.
That's
and
how you make a warrior, baby.
Genuinity.
I was so excited. I was enthralled. It was pure, just enthrallment.
Trey is definitely a funny guy. He tickles my fantasy.
Oh, they say you gotta break a few hearts to make it pie. What do they say? Make an omelet.
I can have a glass of Cabernet Sauvignon. You know what I mean? Yeah. I said it right, yeah.
Ah, this is crazy. Oh my God, I had no idea the tables were gonna turn like quadruple times. Like
Quadruple.
Oh, okay. Oh, duh, you're right. Those are obviously just outtakes, but
Sure.
all day I just sit and correct people's English.
Jesus. Does it give you like? Do you worry about the future of mankind?
Yeah. These are the people that are out driving with you.
Yeah.
These people are teachers.
Even worse, those are the people
Nurses.
that are voting.
Yeah.
Do you think voting's still real? 100%.
No, absolutely not. No. I mean,
I'm not sure. After the Diebold thing, remember that voting scandal? They made that HBO documentary,
Yeah.
Hacking Democracy, where they showed that it's been engineered to have a third party. A third party can introduce data, and it can alter the results. Yeah, they altered the results. They showed on the show. They did it. They hacked into the system
When
and
was
altered
this?
it.
When did they show this?
I don't remember. It's no more than a few years old. It's called Hacking Democracy. I think it was maybe 3 years ago.
Have you watched that one, that internet one? Like, is it like America 23? It's like a website you have to go to. They've been doing commercials for it. It's like New America 3. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's probably the guy that did like Loose Change or something. Someone on your Twitter might know about this. They keep doing
New
commercials for
America
it.
3.
It's something with America 3, and it's like if you
Does it go? He predicted that this would happen.
That one.
He
The
was
Nostradamus
wrong.
one. Yeah. And it's
I've
very
never clicked on
eerie.
Ew. There's a
I
lot
feel
of
like
people
you
that
would
just
watch
want. I have a whole bit about it. People just want to be right about what day the world's gonna end. Like what
Even if you are, then what?
Yeah, you're still gonna be there with me, stupid, while the fucking
Yeah.
asteroids are falling. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are fucking completely obsessed with the idea of the end, and so much so that they're not enjoying right now,
Right.
which is probably for most human beings. If you looked over the course of history, this is probably the greatest time ever. And what can fuck with this? Even in a down economy,
Yeah.
this is still like life is way fucking
No one's
cooler.
dying of typhoid. No one has
Yeah.
polio.
It's still way
The
cooler than it's
Visigoths
ever
aren't
been
invading.
before. And yeah, the times are tough. And yeah, the economy's fucked. And yeah, our money's probably eventually going to mean nothing. And we're going to all start from some 0 point eventually. I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared for the whole thing falling apart. But
It's like that guy you had on that was talking about when a bear attacks your camp.
yeah.
He goes,
You gotta-
the whole thing is just don't be the slowest guy in the camp,
Yeah,
and you'll
I
be
just-
fine.
Yeah, I think people need to still enjoy this moment right now because this is a pretty fucking good time, and instead of waiting for the end and waiting for the end and waiting,
Or waiting for it to get better, even if it's
Yeah.
not going to end. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's a recession, so I'm going to do not." It's like,
well, it's a mindset
always
as
be
well.
worse.
Yeah.
Could always be worse.
Fuck yeah, but it makes no sense. I mean, it would make more if recessions or any of this stuff really
Thank you
made
for
sense
showing
to
that.
us. If it was like fall, winter, summer,
Right,
just,
right.
here's a recession. It doesn't make sense. So you never really feel comfortable in the system ever again. What's happening to you in
I
here?
fell. I fell, and he's showing it.
How many of those do you shoot shoot a day?
Thanks, John, for asking. We shot 130 episodes total, and it's one a day.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and my
God.
DVR
In a row.
has 74 episodes.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah,
For real?
mine.
Holy shit! You shot 130 of those?
Yeah.
That's
I
insane.
know.
In a month, you
How
said?
the fuck did you do that?
Carefully.
That's one of the craziest schedules I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's insane. And everything I say, I make up. And I have
Wow.
to keep it funny and fresh for every single day. There's no lines.
How the fuck did you do so many of those so quickly?
One a day was not quickly. We did it from April to October.
That's still amazing in a season.
It's a lot. That's just one season.
And how many days a week did you work?
5.
Wow.
So I couldn't go on the road or anything.
And
And every night we'd finish, I'd go and do a set because you don't want to lose your comedy chops.
Right.
But you can't be out too late because you'd be puffy on camera.
Oh, you can't be puffy.
Puffy face.
Can't be puffy.
Tired
It's a
puppy
work
face.
ethic. I would have been home.
Bitch slapping dudes. That's amazing. I've never heard of a show taping that many shows that quickly.
It's not
Have
like
you?
a game show or something like that.
Even
That's
a game?
about it.
Well, yeah, I guess like maybe one of those daily ones. Those
Yeah, like
daily
Jeopardy
game
is on
shows.
every day. I'm sure it
Yeah.
goes out a lot.
Damn, that's pretty nuts.
How hard do you think it is for Pat Sajak to wake up knowing he's going to host that show?
Autopilot.
Can I tell you
There's got to be a
something
point
about
where
him?
you want to kill yourself, right?
I met him at a Christmas party a couple weeks ago because our show is produced by CBS, and that show is, and there's a lot of them. And my show's syndicated as well as his. And I just, asking, I was like, what would you say is the key to syndication? He goes, I don't know. I mean, you just get lucky. I mean, really, we're playing Hangman. There's no art to it. And I was like, that's so fucking awesome that you're that real about it.
We're playing Hangman for 50 years.
50 years and just
I
making
bet
gobs
he
of money.
makes mad loot though.
So much money.
Because
How
I think
much
it's
does that dude
syndicated
make?
too.
It is syndicated. Are you
Do you
kidding?
remember when
Yeah.
Pat Sajak had a talk show? He had like a late night talk show for a while. The Pat Sajak.
How much does Vanna White make just flipping letters for?
No, she has clothing. She's got like a whole thing.
She's balling.
When I was little, I thought his name was Pat Sajak.
Do you think his mind is there when he's doing it, or do you think he's done it so many times that his brain's like, I'm gonna hit Arby's? Like he's just not physically.
I think you can't tune in. I think you ever do a show like you're on the road and you're like on autopilot and you're just kind of going
and your
through
brain's
it.
like, maybe I'll hit.
Do you get
Iliza,
frustrated?
you should probably go
Yeah, you probably
on
ought.
stage. But here's an awesome Iliza commercial.
Oh, look at that.
I'm gonna give up like everything, but there's no way I'm giving up a teriyaki burger.
Damn, freak, looking good.
Totally obsessed. I have to be a little bad. I call it my bikini burger.
The Carl's Jr. Teriyaki Burger with grilled pineapple.
How many
More
dudes you
than
think
just
beat
a
off
piece
to your
of meat.
commercial?
Bobby Lee.
Redban.
No. How many? If you had a guess.
Notice how quick he pulled that up to.
Oh no, that was in my history already.
Yeah, that was
Less or
saved.
more than 1,000. Less or more than 1,000.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
Less or more than 1,000.
Less or more? Oh, more.
More than 1,000.
Sure.
Why
You get a
not?
lot of hits.
And you're bringing up John Heffron.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you, Liza.
Thank
Sam.
you.
I'll come right back to get my bag. Can I leave my bag in here?
Sure.
And how long is she
You gonna
doing?
get somebody to watch your dog? Do you know somebody's gonna watch your dog? Oh, you're gonna leave the dog in here?
No, give it to
Okay.
Veron. She will do it.
Yeah, because last time the dog got out, remember?
Sorry.
Last time you were here, your dog got out somehow or another. Someone wasn't responsible for her.
We can't be responsible.
Eliza. Also,
dog just got out.
Light her because she won't know to get off till she
Your dog
sees
just
you.
ran out.
We're just lighting each other, so you can't see on that stage. Those lights are so low.
Chicks don't even
How
know
was
where
your
the fuck
set?
their dogs are, man.
I don't imagine if kids
Fantastic, dude. Fantastic set. And it's a great crowd, man. They're really good.
Mark Ellis, we got to get you on one of these Death Squad shows.
Dude, I would love to. This is what it's like hanging out with Eliza. Is you become her boyfriend, and that you have to watch her dog.
Yeah, what's up with that? She just leaves her
and
dog with
purse.
people.
We went to go see The Devil Inside earlier, but she left the dog at home. But I've been to movies with her where
Is that what she's calling you
she
now?
took the dog to do. Dude, that movie is not that. Takes a weird turn.
What do you mean?
Like The Devil is. If you've seen it, it's like
That's
an
the one with
exorcism
the
movie, but
nun
it-
with the fucking
Yeah.
the creepy ads you see all over
I live for
Hollywood.
I live for good horror movie. When Joe was talking about The Thing earlier, I'm like, yeah, dude, I saw both of them. But it's just not. It's kind of disappointing. It takes a weird turn. You know when horror movies take a turn, and you're like, fuck, they're going this way.
Okay, one
And
of
that's-
those.
yeah.
What do you give it overall? A C minus?
I gave it. Well, I do the schmo scale.
Okay,
I
what's
did.
that?
I gave it like 2.1 out of 5 schmoes.
Yeah, Ellis, what is your website that you
2.1.
can go to find? Because he does
Just-
these awesome movie reviews. It's a podcast, pretty
We do
much.
a podcast.
Yeah.
We have a
And
movie. It's called
Do you do it with another guy with
Christian Harloff?
Christian
Yeah.
Harloff, yeah.
That's
New
exactly.
York guy.
That's where I
Do
knew
you know
you
about
from.
Heffron?
I watch your stuff. Yeah, and I've seen them and they're really funny.
Well, because we've met before at clubs and stuff.
Yeah, but it's the movie thing. I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before Heffron stepped on you, what was the name
Totally
of it?
squishing. Look, you're the headliner, okay? I'll feature for you. It's Schmoes Know.
Schmoes Know.
Yeah, you can just go to YouTube, and we have a great channel called
Yes,
schmoesknow.com.
I've watched a few of them.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Off of your website,
The
how
movie
many
guy.
how many guys do you think have beat off to you? Over or under 1,000?
I think I'll tell you this. They're all 13 to 15.
So
we have a lot
over.
of kids.
Over then.
And it gets creepy.
Now,
I want to talk to you on Facebook, and I'm like a 31-year-old dude talking to kids. on Facebook at like 2 in the morning, and it feels.
Do they
weird.
ask you advice about other than movie
they ask
shit?
me dating advice.
Have you ever done a movie
Dating
review that you were like, you went back to it and saw it on video or whatever, and you're like, you know what, I totally was unfair to that movie. This is actually an okay movie.
I worry more like I'll watch a review and I'm like, fuck, that's the one that I decided to not wear a hat.
Oh.
But like, yeah, I'll give a movie. I think I gave The Expendables like way too high of a grade.
Oh really?
I saw it at midnight. We filmed right after it, and I was like, dude, this was the best movie.
The Expendables.
Yeah.
You know what? I will say about that movie though, it was
Midnight.
bad. I had heard so many shitty things about it.
Yeah.
That when I finally did see it on Netflix or something, I was like, it wasn't that bad.
Well, okay, first of all, you obviously aren't a fan of my show because we didn't say anything shitty about The Expendables.
No, but I mean, word of mouth was that.
Have you guys seen the trailer for The Expendables 2?
Uh-huh.
They added some people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
You got Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
You got
Chuck Norris,
Jean. You got
Van
Jean-Claude
Damme.
Van Damme.
And
which is
an extended Schwarzenegger.
a huge and more Schwarzenegger. But here's my problem: I was a Van Damme guy growing up.
And Bruce
Van
Willis,
Damme-
right? And Bruce Willis.
Yeah, but Van Damme is the villain in it, and I don't even know if that's like I don't want Van Damme to be I don't want Black Eagle again.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just happy the guy's working. You know what I mean? Because
He's
out of
gonna-
all the
yeah.
people, you go Van Damme, you could probably use the cash.
I'm sure he's not
I
hurt. I
can-
mean, fucking wherever he's from. Where is he? Is he Danish or what is he? He's
No,
something.
he's the muscles from Brussels.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
right.
I saw him on an interview
Belgium.
on YouTube where he was broke and he was gonna fight some guy for cash, and he apologized for his drug
Oh, did he go
addiction.
off the
That's
deep end?
why he
Okay.
And then he had a heart attack a couple of years ago.
just
like
never turned in. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
all drug related. So
Yeah.
he was hey.
I'm just real because Van Damme was my favorite actor growing up, and my favorite band of all time is Van Halen. So I have a thing with the Vans, and I have a thing with the
Do you
fact-
own a van?
No, we did when I was a kid though.
It's weird.
If you do get one, you should call it the Van Damme Halen mobile.
Wait, did you see that Van Damme movie that he did about himself?
No, he's got a reality show.
JCVD was the thing. Like it was kind of like a reality, not really. He foils a bank robbery or something.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I own it on DVD, but I had a bad DVD player at the time, so when I put it in, the language was set to French, and it wouldn't subtitle. So I was watching it in French, and I'm like, I'll make it through. I'll figure it out now. Like 15 minutes in, I'm like, fuck this.
It's hard to get me to physically go to a movies because I have Apple TV. I would just sit back. I go.
How do you like
action,
that Apple
what?
TV? Do you love that shit?
Love it. I go action flick, documentary, comedy. I have a whole routine, and when I'm home, I spend all night doing it. Love it.
Dude, yeah, you know what, man? The risk of going to a movie and
I just-
hearing someone talk, and that's the real issue.
Can we talk about Eliza while she's not here? Because
Yeah.
Eliza, I didn't think she was that
Wow.
person. When we saw the movie today, Eliza checked her phone. I counted because I hate that shit. She checked her phone 5 times.
Why don't you tell her? Chill, bitch. That shit's bright.
I gave her an elbow. The elbow, like,
To the
hey,
titty?
this is
Just like
Elbow to the
accidentally.
tit.
I did not
Brush
make
across the nipple.
contact with her
Well, I'm
breast.
sorry. I was just trying to punish you.
I gave her a mammogram during the fucking.
Did you ever do that, like in high school? Did you do the trick, like the arm around the girl and then?
No, but you know the one I did
like a
was
cheesy
the
movie theater move.
I did this. I did the. I'm driving, hit the brakes, reach to grab.
Did you really?
Yeah. Oh, I
On
did it all the
purpose?
time. All the time.
My
Like in a
name's-
joking way that always worked.
I'm not making this up. Eliza did that on the way to the
She
ice
grabbed
house.
your tits?
Grabbed
She
the
grabbed
cock?
they're not bad. Yeah, she stopped short and she held her arm out. She was
Monkey.
more concerned about the dog than
Of
me.
course. You could go flying through the windshield.
She would not
wouldn't-
give a shit,
She
yeah.
wouldn't bat an eye.
Monkey steals the peach.
She'd be like, my windshield.
What are you seeing this year that you like, Joe?
Excuse me?
Movie wise.
This year? That's a good question.
Not 2012 because that's kind of a narrow window, but
2011. I love big, crazy movies like Avatar. That's what
I
I like.
loved the
I like
Rise
that.
of the Planet of the Apes was
That
good
was
as
great.
fuck.
That was fun
Rise
too.
of the Planet of the Apes was great, dude. We're having Andy Serkis on our podcast next week. I'm fucking stoked about that. But like, do you just go for spectacle and
Yeah.
nothing else? Like
I don't- nothing
Transformers 3,
depressing.
I thought
No,
was terrible.
I didn't go to see that.
I didn't see
That's
that.
silly. That's too juvenile.
Awful.
But
Rise of the Planet of the Apes was great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great,
Wow.
great idea for a screenplay.
Yeah.
anything where a gorilla or a monkey is fucking things up, I'm in. I find that just very visceral.
That is your Achilles right there.
That gets me, man.
That's why it was a great Rogan movie because every human in that theater, I saw it 3 times, 3 different theaters. Every human in the theater is rooting for the apes.
Yeah.
You're pulling for Caesar.
Yeah, dude. It was.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
so
of
interesting.
course.
time.
And when he
Of course.
screams, "Oh no!" like, oh shit, the monkey can talk now.
That's I can't remember how long it's been since there was a time, when you know something's coming and you want to see how the rest of the theater responds to it.
Yeah.
My buddy Christian, he was in a theater and he was waiting and he said that right when Caesar said no, a black dude went, damn! The whole theater went crazy laughing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, black people make movie theaters better sometimes.
Sometimes.
I saw Planet of the Apes in an all-black theater, and it was way better than seeing it with a bunch of white
in an
people.
all-black. Did you go out of your way to go?
Do you remember when Caesar cracked that other chimp over the head with like a can?
Yeah.
When after Caesar like dominated him, this dude goes, "Oh, he running shit now," and the place just fell out. It was like that to me was almost worth double the price of the movie, man. I feel like we got 2 shows.
There's so many dramatic moments in Planet of the Apes, but you kind of like the commentary. That's one of the few ones when you like the
Every
commentary.
now and then, man, people, it's like you can't encourage people to do it because it's like the worst is when you go to like Studio City. You ever go to City Walk?
And it's all Mexican,
a lot of
14-year-olds.
people, a lot of young kids that are like really fucking loud, and they yell out at the TV or they yell out.
They're just not used to being out. They're too young. They're 15, 14.
And they're trying to make everyone around them laugh, and a lot of times they're not funny, it's a fucking disaster. And
the key to City Walk is get up early. I saw Mission Impossible 4 there in IMAX at like 9:45.
Go there while they're at school, you mean?
They don't go to school, Thibault. Yeah.
I liked Tower Heist. A lot of people said that was crazy.
Surprisingly good.
I didn't like the idea that the Ferrari was made out of gold. That was stupid. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I think you got to say that first.
You already told everybody that Caesar says no, so I don't think
Spoiler.
Welcome to the Spoiler Alert podcast.
This is the Spoiler Alert show. I'm not even ruining these movies. They're so awesome.
What about The Sixth Sense when he was dead the whole time? Remember
What?
that?
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Dude, I had a buddy do that.
God,
Man. I had a buddy do that.
For that movie?
For that
That's
movie,
a terrible
opening
one.
weekend, yeah.
What? He did what?
He like gave the reveal of Sixth Sense.
That sucks.
He said dude was dead, and just for some reason it stuck in my head. And then I saw the movie like three weeks later.
That's a
I'm
terrible
like,
one to spoil because that's.
Yeah. This is the whole gag.
To me, he only had he only had 2 good. Like I loved that movie
M.
that
Night
he did.
Shyamalan?
M. Night Shyamalan. I loved that movie, and I loved what was the superhero one?
I loved Unbreakable. Was the
Unbreakable,
superhero
fantastic.
One. I thought Science was great.
I didn't like Signs. There's an alien in the closet. Like what? They can't open a fucking door. They flew across the goddamn galaxy. They can't fucking open
I
a
love
door.
the one when they were surrounded.
How come he nailed that Sixth Sense movie? And it's hard for him to hit.
I heard he didn't really write it.
Oh really?
That's what I heard.
What really?
Who wrote it?
Yeah. I heard that he stole the idea, and that's why none of the other ones are good.
Signs is really good. Well, Signs is a well-done movie, and Unbreakable is a really well-done movie.
You see that one?
I didn't dig Unbreakable.
No, I didn't either. I thought it was like weak.
It was okay.
I liked it.
I kind of saw they were doing. They were creating superheroes, but the superheroes by making them like more ordinary, that shit becomes boring.
Yeah.
Okay, I've already seen the X-Men, and they can light on fire and fucking fly through the air and shit. And I've seen someone turn into the Hulk. I don't want to see him like not be able to get beat up too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce Willis, you can just beat the fuck out of him and he can take it.
He can take a punch.
Like,
yeah, like we saw Die Hard.
He's unbreakable.
So.
Like what? This is ridiculous.
You know what's weird is how far Shyamalan's name has fallen to where I was in a theater.
It's a joke.
And they had the trailer for this movie Devil came out, which actually wasn't bad.
It was a good movie.
Was that the one where
he didn't
in the
direct
elevator?
it.
Oh, he didn't direct it.
He wrote it, and then somebody else
wrote it.
directed it. But as soon as it was a cool trailer, and it's building up suspense in this elevator, and then it says from the mind of M. Night Shyamalan, and it gets laughs.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it's bad.
Dude, you're not the first person to tell me that exact same thing.
And it was a trailer for Devil because the last
it looked good up
was,
until that, and then you see that M. Night Shyamalan, and people went, "Oh, bitch, you got me before. You ain't get me again."
Because that guy's trailers are phenomenal. The Village trailer was great. The movie was it's a blind chick in the woods.
The Village was great. I liked The Village actually.
Really, I saw that.
What the fuck did you just say?
I did like The Village. I thought it was.
God.
I thought it because it was a parable of the administration, of
Okay.
like the Bush administration.
It was a cock tease, is what it was, because the movie
Totally
made you
makes
think
sense,
there was
too.
this creature in the woods and it's really scary, and then it's just
fear.
And then one day they just walked up to the highway and went, "What?"
It was a metaphor of like how America lives in fear of like they keep you in fear, and that's how they keep us contained.
You should write things for beauty pageant winners. Like when
Toddlers
they have to
in
give their-
tiaras.
when they have to give their speech. You would have some awesome speeches for them.
Yeah, fuck world peace. Let's live in fear. That's how you control people, with fear.
And the Iraq and such.
You would have some cute kids that could do like that, like
The toddlers and tiaras.
4-year-olds. Yeah, they could tell a couple good jokes and stuff.
What
4-year-old can get a laugh. They're winning that beauty
when
pageant.
Hillary Clinton was running for president, I sent her a bunch of jokes to tell about McCain, and she sent me like a letter back like With just like a standard letter, but I keep.
Thank
on,
you
like,
for
my-
supporting the Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Yeah, HRC.
At this time,
From
we don't need
HRC.
any more joke writers on stage.
Yeah, at this time.
How many of the
yeah,
jokes
we
are
have
about
Bill.
his
That's
dick?
enough.
How many
Yeah.
jokes are about his dick?
About McCain's dick?
Yeah.
No.
That would be great.
11.
You just said.
Don't forget to mention that he called his wife a cunt. Don't forget to mention that.
Sent Hillary Clinton a fucking 100 McCain dick
jokes.
Just good ones, man.
Then she
the
panicked.
campaign, that the campaign can just leak on the internet. Just slamming home run dick jokes.
But she could panic during an actual debate and just go to like, oh, I guess I'll go to dick jokes.
Yeah.
And Hillary could say things
Yeah.
on her Twitter like, I can't believe someone wrote this. This is deplorable. But here's the joke they wrote.
Yeah.
This is horrible. Please don't ever write anything like that again. Because if you do, I will retweet it. I will retweet it to punish you.
At
Every
minimum,
day,
favorite it. At minimum,
every
I'll
day,
favorite it.
One more person has a soul-stealing
Yeah.
dick joke.
McCain's gonna lose the erection.
There we go.
Oh, that's a quick one.
I just thought of that.
That is Twitter ready right there.
Not too
Tweet
shabby.
that.
Not too
Does
shabby.
Hillary have a Twitter? You can.
What if I made that fake? You know, everybody does those fake ones. And they're not
Is
that
that
good.
somebody? That's somebody's hobby. It's like just making up
The
fake.
guy
Twitter
that does
accounts.
fake John Madden is amazing. Fake John Madden.
Well,
is
that's
amazing.
kind of funny.
John Madden, are you talking
He's amazing.
about Frank
Twitter.
Caliendo? Oh,
Twitter.
fake. Oh.
And then just tweet
John Madden.
what shit they would say if they were whatever. You know
Like
what I
in
mean?
the voice of John Madden, but it's funny.
Yes. You know. Like when Bill Belichick doesn't throw the red flag, he's like, I can't believe Belichick didn't want to see the tape.
Right.
You know, shit
Yeah.
like that. It just makes me laugh because I love football so much.
I heard you guys talking about baseball and soccer earlier. Football's the best sport.
It's by far
the
the
best
best.
sport to watch.
Scares the shit out of me, man.
Oh, dude, I
Yeah.
want to ask you this. You're a huge MMA guy. Did you like Warrior?
I enjoyed it. It was unrealistic. The real unrealism was the fact that they fought 2 days in a row. That would never be allowed anyway.
Oh, yeah,
You can't
absolutely.
do that.
It's gotta
You'd
be hard for
too
you to see a
fucked
movie
up.
like
You'd
that.
be way
Yeah.
too fucked up. You can fight more than one time in a day, but even that is really hard, and they don't allow it anymore in North America. But you used to be able to fight. I think they still allow it in K1. In some kickboxing matches and tournaments, I think you can go and fight more than one time around. But it gets real tricky, man. When you get concussed and then you get concussed again, you know, like later on in the day. Like sometimes guys get concussed and they don't even realize it.
Yeah.
You know, they get cracked and then, you know, they cool off and then they have to warm back up. Like in Japan, occasionally they'll have these tournaments where they have guys fight multiple times a day.
It's against the law. Like you can't do
I
it.
don't think it's. I think you could probably get away with it if you wanted to do it on like a Native American reservations or something like that.
All right.
Where they could have their own sanctioning body.
Ellis
but
versus
under the
Bobby
under the unified rules, they don't allow that anymore. You're not allowed to fight more than one time a day, at least in MMA.
Yeah.
They used to do it in kickboxing. We used to go to the Bellagio and watch K1 kickboxing and watch these guys fight. They would fight 3 times a day.
No
That's
shit,
nuts.
really?
Yeah, they fight in tournaments.
What do they look like at the last fight? I mean,
Beat up, man. It's the last hard. The K1 Grand Prix is, I believe they fight 3 times in a night to finish. It might be 2 times in a night.
That's nuts.
But whatever it is, it's fucking crazy. I think it might be 2 times.
What's
It
a-
freaks
not
me
sure.
out when they're holding each other down, and I just I'm doing the voiceover in my head, like, "Say you love me, say it, say you love me."
Is that what it is?
Just freaks me out.
Yeah, I want somebody to bring back the "Why you hitting yourself."
Yeah.
You know, remember that
Why you
old
hitting
one? Where you
yourself?
fucking
That's
Like
take-
Why
a
you doing
fighter
that?
stop
Yeah.
another fighter by grabbing his wrist and beating him with it.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's what would happen to me.
That's a good idea.
I
man.
went to the Avalon and watched that team boxing that they have now. It's supposed to be like a new Olympic sport where it's like a whole team of boxers and they fight. It's like 2 boxers fighting at a time, and then like collectively, whoever wins the most, the team wins.
Uh-huh.
So even if you lose your fight, but 3 other people win, your team wins.
so it's kind of like a table race and like drinking. Like there's like 5 dudes on the team and like
Like
you have to
flip
drink
cup?
yours.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I have to
Yeah.
relate everything to drinking or else
Yeah.
I'm gonna fall behind.
Joe, what's
Yeah.
on the, like
Right,
that
so-
K1 where where you're saying you got like 3 fights in a night or whatever, and you finally what's a purse on something like that? Because that's
well,
really
the
putting yourself
Grand
in
Prix
harm's
is
way.
big money. The Grand Prix is big money. Hundreds of thousands of dollars if you can win it.
Okay.
If I think multiple fights in one
You
day, I
thinking
think a
about
guy's
changing?
waving money like in a parking lot, like like in a garage somewhere.
Well, oftentimes what they'll do is they preserve themselves. Like if they know they're gonna have to fight 3 times in a day, like they'll make sure that they, if they can get a guy out early, that's the best thing. Just charge after a guy and blast him out. And if you can't get him out early, if it doesn't seem like there's any way you can get him out early, then you just gotta pick him apart and be like very difficult to engage because you don't want to get beat up. You don't want to chin check.
That's
with
a
them.
whole different style.
Because they're kicking each other in the shins. You know, they're using their shins, and their shins are slamming in the knees and slamming into each other's shins. They check shin to shin. Full clip slamming your shin into some dude's shin is not fun. It does not feel good. And the real problem is you do it, and then you do it again in an hour. After you cool off, then you have to warm back up again and fight again in an hour. And you're fighting against the best fucking kickboxers in the world.
There's got to be massive painkillers going around that place.
There's that, yeah. There's all sorts of different things. These guys are, I mean, they're going to have to go through crazy ice baths and all sorts of physical therapy. A lot of them, their legs get fucked up because they get their legs kicked. You know, their legs get fucked up to the point where they need, like, rehab for, like, 5-6 months. You know, guys have gotten leg injuries from being leg kicked where all their fucking veins in their leg burst. They had internal bleeding in their leg. Like Uriah Faber fought this dude, Jose Aldo, and he took pictures of his leg after the fight for like
I was just going to bring up Aldo.
Oh, my God.
Who's got better leg kicks than him? I mean, in your opinion.
In MMA, he says his are pretty good. You know, I mean, there's guys in kickboxing like, you know, Badr Hari and Alistair. I mean, Alistair's got perfect technique. He's that Dutch style, that Holland style of kickboxing. Man. It's a very high-level technical style of striking. And they have a lot of... You know, they have like there's a system to Holland striking, very much like a lot of jiu-jitsu players use, like a system of check and counter and misdirections and all these different like standard
Switch
techniques that they
like
use.
That?
It's a very technical sport. You know, there's just so many great guys came from Holland. You know.
Did you guys see Best of the Best?
What is that?
Oh, yeah, Eric Roberts.
Eric Roberts.
Old school.
Oh, man.
Best of the Best 2, better.
That was probably one of my favorite movies growing up.
Yeah, when the dude kicks the thing so hard it breaks.
Eric Roberts was the best guest ever on Celebrity Rehab.
Yeah, because he was just a stoner.
Yeah. He was just like, I'm, you know, smoking too much pot or something. And he
Or
just
something.
hung out. Nothing was wrong with him. He hung out, drank his coffee, read his newspaper. He wasn't shaking or anything.
Yeah.
He was
He's like, I just need a gig. I just need something to do in between the Expendables
You
movies.
guys got TiVo?
I'm not. It really might have been why he did it. It really seems like
I'm
he might have
sure.
just needed the money or
Only
something.
it makes a lot of sense.
But he was good in that Expendables movie. He's a fucking good actor,
He's a
man.
good He's a
You
great-
Go back
Oh,
to
yeah,
Pope
for
at
sure.
Greenwich Village.
He's
Eric
going
Roberts.
to be a great bad guy.
He plays
for
a
long
good
time.
bad guy. Yeah.
Isn't it amazing when it happens to some actors where they're in the biggest fucking blockbuster monster movies for the longest time, and then it just all completely falls apart, and then they're on these crazy straight to DVD nonsense movies. You're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Where did these guys go?
I still wonder what happened to Mark Hamill's career after being Luke Skywalker.
That's just typecast, man.
He did another movie.
The movie was so big, he's Luke Skywalker in whatever you put him
Harrison
in.
Ford is Han Solo and but
he wasn't the main
crawled out of
fucking
that.
dude. He was the cool second banana. He
I
was
still
the cool
feel
guy.
like with the right script, Jean-Claude Van Damme can make a motherfucking comeback.
See, okay.
We were just talking
when
about
you
that
were out of
when
the
we were
room,
gone.
Joe.
Give him the right script.
I'm so excited that he's in the Expendables
Vin
too.
Diesel,
Right?
Is he? He is?
Yeah, he's
in
the bad guy.
But here's the
Bam.
problem.
That's
He's
what
the
I'm
bad
talking
guy,
about,
and I don't want
In
him
what?
being the bad guy.
He's great as a bad guy. The first movie he ever did, he was at a bad.
Are you talking about Black Eagle by any chance?
Oh my goodness!
Black Eagle is I know my shit,
Jean-Claude
dude.
Van Damme
Old school.
aficionado.
Yeah.
He's the movie buff.
But I want to see him as the hero, dude. Like I want to see, you know,
Look at you.
That's
you
Ellis's
want to
superpower.
be able to just fucking get your rocks
He's
off.
a movie
watching that,
buff.
fella.
useless trivia. Yeah. That's like the world that Joe and I will inhabit. The Venn diagram is like kickboxing movies. Like he knows UFC kind of movies, and then we'll get together here.
I thought that movie Kickboxer, that was like one of my favorite karate movies
Yes,
ever. That was
sure,
dope.
man.
As a kid, I mean, I was a young kid when I saw it, so it was silly.
Is that
you
the
know?
guy where the guy had the face on the back of his head, and you would kick him, and he would spin around? He was like one of the bad guys that he had to
Man,
fight.
it's just making shit up now.
No,
Yeah,
what
well,
movie
No,
was
it's
that?
Tong Po. He fought Tong Po. Remember? His brother was Dennis Alexio.
Yeah,
bitch.
I remember
You don't know
that.
what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, and I
was
believe
that?
that Kickbox was the last movie where they did the old villain throws sand in the hero's eyes trick.
Did they do that?
Yeah,
that
because
always-
they did that for like 3 movies in a row, and then you could see it coming. You're like, oh, here comes the sand trick.
That was the Three
There's
Stooges
that
movie,
move.
Mark.
There's that move, and there's the walking
Jesus
away from the explosion without looking back move.
That's
Which I saw
Always
cut
in
back
slow
on a
motion,
Fear
too.
Factor.
Yeah, they made me do that. I had to stand there.
Oh my
I had
God.
to stand there while they blew something up behind me.
You can't tell me you didn't love that. I saw that look
It
that
was
you were
sexy.
giving, and I was like, this
It
is
was.
Joe. And
It
I
was.
And I
guarantee
felt
you.
like heat on my neck. It was so the blast was so hot. I could
Didn't you
feel
want to
the
see
heat
it?
on my
Just turn
neck.
around. and
Was
be
it
like,
really there, or was it just a green
Yeah,
screen?
it was real.
Did you
Oh,
make
it
them
was
play the
100% real.
guitar solo from Whole Lotta Love while you were walking?
If they had it, I would have asked them
It's
to.
I remember you pulling up to the Comedy Store.
We were talking about that song earlier. We started this podcast.
Yeah.
off with
we
that
were
song.
talking about it right
Yeah.
before the podcast. And
Was it on the song?
Yeah, we started
Or
off
it
the
was on
podcast with it. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
People don't appreciate that song.
Just the best drummer of all time,
Because it was
John
the
Bonham.
first song on Zeppelin 2, and that's just the band knowing they're the best band in the world, and they're just going to beat the shit out of you for the next album. It's so good.
Dude, the funniest...
people said to me that they stole a lot of their songs, and I believe them. I really do, but I don't want to look at it. I really don't. I mean, turn me a blind eye. Whatever happened in the past. And they got to deal with it with their own karma. Maybe they did steal those songs, but goddamn, did they perform the fuck out of them? And I know that's totally hypocritical. I know it is, man. I agree with you. I agree. I don't like it. I don't like it about myself that I'm just willing to still just enjoy their music, regardless of whether or not they stole it.
I think you get a bit of a pass because it is music, and like covers are more like, you know, you have like the You Really Got Me cover or the Twist and Shout cover, so it's easy.
And sometimes I like covers more. There's the occasional cover that really nails it.
Yeah.
The Counting Crows. What is that fucking that song that they sang? Shit.
The about the playground.
Yes.
Parking lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Put up
Paradise.
Put up a parking lot. That was a cover.
Ooh, la, la, la. Yeah. I like that
Joni
cover.
Mitchell cover.
Today Paradise put up a parking lot. No, they paved. They paved Paradise. Put up a parking lot. That's a beautiful song. I love that cover version. I actually kind of like it better.
Cover that didn't work.
I love the Dwight Yoakam cover of Suspicious Minds. You ever heard that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Of course.
Dude,
I'm a huge country
that's
fan.
a great fucking song, man. That Dwight Yoakam played the shit out of that song. It's way better than the Elvis version.
Yeah.
In my eyes. Elvis
Also
Elvis
notorious for stealing a lot of music.
Elvis is notorious for stealing it?
Well, he was the first white guy to do it.
Elvis was pilled to the gills. Do you think he even knew what the fuck he was doing?
He was a
I think they were making music for Elvis. You know, he spent the majority of his days trying to just regain sperm and then get rid of it. That's what he did. It was just regain the sperm, get rid of it. It was an endless cycle.
Doesn't
of
sound
pills,
so bad, Joe.
Regaining his sperm and then ejaculating as much as possible.
You
gonna do some
furiously, never writing a song.
You had me with getting rid of it
on a fucking electronic skateboard.
You took out deep fried peanut butter sandwich at least once a week.
He did whatever he wanted, man. There's never been a human like him before. There's never been anybody that had achieved that kind of fame on a worldwide basis before Elvis, besides Hitler.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Who the fuck ever got that big before? Ever? Nobody did. There's a few people that got big, but nobody got big like Elvis.
Yeah, he was before the Beatles. He was
big everywhere around the world. Women would lose their shit. It was a different human being back then. It was a totally different species. Like, people would see him on stage and they would scream and they would cry and they couldn't believe it. They'd never seen anybody react to anybody projected on a television before, projected in the movies before.
That was the key.
It was both. And no one had ever experienced that before. It was the first culture of the television idol.
Yeah.
So when he
was the
became
first
this
pop star.
unbelievably handsome guy singing on TV, people reacted to him in a way that was unprecedented in human history. There'd never been anybody that received that kind of adulation.
Yeah.
So of course he couldn't handle it. Nobody could handle that shit.
I know.
And
if
like
Abraham
Elvis.
Lincoln had been a better singer, he would have been.
I'd probably be on stage real soon.
Elvis was a great singer.
I'm gonna get off. I'm signing out.
Yeah, for sure.
Elvis knew karate, and I respect him for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe
Rogan.
Elvis had a wicked Holland-style leg kick.
Yeah. He had a great switch kick, a great Superman punch.
And
Omoplata
rumor has
would
it that on German TV they wouldn't show Hitler from the waist down either because the girls would go crazy.
Yeah, the girls would go nuts.
Yeah.
So to speak.
It's so funny to be a dude just like a movie fan to see something like Warrior and you get so sucked up in it.
We went to see it at midnight at the ArcLight, like a big group of us, and we were cheering the whole time, crying, like clapping. It was the best.
And then you ask Joe about
Warrior?
it, and Joe's like, "Oh, it's so unrealistic." And I'm like, "The part about Nick Nolte getting drunk and listening to Moby Dick? Like, when I get drunk, I don't want to listen to a book on tape. That's the last thing I want to do."
He's like, "It's so unrealistic." He's like, "It's so unrealistic." But I tell you what, I did love that goddamn talking monkey. I love the talking monkey.
That monkey inhaling Aquanet slowly over the years.
I was listening to the talking monkey. Very realistic. Sarah, how was your set? A good crowd, right?
They're a great crowd.
They were a great crowd.
I am so jealous of you lucky ducks going up, and I hear this crowd.
Yeah, we do stand-up, Mark. You should try it.
It's the best.
It's a
well,
good...
see, Sarah, all the guys at the office tell me I'm the funny guy, so maybe I should do a comedy night.
Mark,
I
you
actually,
are funny.
I'm in a conundrum because I have a set tomorrow at the Comedy Store, and there's a girl that wants to come see me. Like, you know, when you meet, you meet a girl, and she's like, "Oh, I love stand-up. I want to go see it." And you're
Wait,
like,
you're trying to fuck her? Is that what's going on here?
Okay, I'm not that guy. I'm asexual. All right, I'm just waiting for the right platypus to come along so I can sit on her eggs.
Okay, is she a platypus? Let's rewind it.
No, she's.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't want to. I'm not that guy. I'm not. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna make this girl laugh and fuck her. But like, I'd like to take a lady out. I like her to think I'm cool, and then maybe we hold hands.
We're talking about a courting situation.
Yes.
Okay, so you're thinking of.
But like having her come and see your set early
Yeah.
on is like, ooh, that's like, and make it or break it. Like you kind of need to build it up.
Well, what do you mean build it up? Like center teasing.
Like for me, I can have
Coming in summer 2012.
If I just want a guy to, if I just want to sleep with somebody and they want to come see my set, I'm like, sure, why not? Like you're gonna just fall in love with me more and want to fuck me more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite as confident as you.
Oh, you should be more confident then.
Yeah.
Well,
but
you were going to ask me a
funny.
question.
You always, you're charming on stage, so why wouldn't?
It's just more the rest of the night, like the interaction. It's like, look.
Now we have to talk about my set, and now we have to talk about
if I could
comedy.
if I could say thank you, good night, get the adoration, come back up for my encore as we all do.
Of course.
And then you finally get off stage, and then we go then I get whisked away into a bedroom.
Yeah.
And
if the Comedy Store was a hotel.
Yeah, it pretty much
is.
I mean,
it is.
Yeah, depending on who you're talking to, there, they don't know that it's not a hotel.
I've never slept with anyone there.
Well, not on the premises.
Not on the premises.
Yeah, okay.
On the premises.
Who would do something like that? That's a scummy move.
Yeah, that's from Top Gun. Yeah.
I know. It's
Carnal knowledge.
my favorite movie of
a
all
lady
time.
this time.
Of a lady this time.
It's almost. I'm
On
at
the
that
premises.
age now where it was kind of cool to know all those Top Gun quotes in high school, but now I'm an adult and I still know every line.
I just
of
got
it.
it on Blu-ray. I just got it on Blu-ray. If you guys want to come over, I just got it on Blu-ray.
Because now you meet a girl and she'd be like, "What's a Top Gun?" And you're like, "We're done talking."
Goodbye.
You know what
nice
moment
to meet you.
I had. I was dining at the Cheesecake Factory at the Grove.
Dining. I like how you call it dining.
I get excited for corporate restaurants, and I was at and some I saw some like two teenage girls talking with their mom. They were so excited because Mario Lopez was outside.
Oh God.
And I'm thinking, oh yeah, they're big AC Slater fans.
Was he
they
parking?
Have no idea.
No idea.
What the hell Saved by the Bell is.
First question: was he parking cars?
Dude, that guy's got a thriving career.
He does.
He does.
He just shows up at the Grove. He films something for Extra, and he goes home. He's like
My
what Joe
friend
said.
just
Elvis
made a
does.
documentary about him and his like fighting career or whatever.
Okay,
Fighting
well,
career.
Yeah, like I guess he's like.
Well, let's slow down here. I just said thriving career. I
Like-
don't know that he's documentary.
Yeah,
worthy.
yeah,
I
no,
don't-
they.
With all of his ex-girlfriends, that kind of fighting, like
I've heard some-
Ex-boyfriend.
ex-boyfriends.
Mario
Hey-o.
Lopez.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he
Okay,
was like.
I heard. I'll tell you my Mario
sort of
Lopez
like-
story that
I
I'm
don't know.
aware of.
Okay.
Mario Lopez went to a boxing gym. He was like in this boxing gym,
Mm-hmm.
and he went to, and he was like, he was pretty good. I mean, he's Mario Lopez. He's in shape.
He's in
he
shape.
he played a wrestler convincingly on a popular teen sitcom, and I think that he was in a boxing match, and he won. But he got some face punches taken, so they're like, okay, you can't spar anymore.
Oh, because of his face?
you got to
His
look good
beautiful
on
face?
you got to look good on TV. We need those beautiful dimples ears to not get bloodied.
Preppy.
So what's the documentary about?
It's about his boxing or whatever.
It's about him not getting punched in the face.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I
It's a
just
riveting 90
It's
have
minutes.
a friend that made it.
It's apparently about his non-boxing career.
Yeah, apparently it's
cut too
very
short.
interesting.
Yeah.
And now that the Sunset 5 is closed, we'll never see it.
That's right. They closed the Lamley. It's weird.
Yeah, but Top Gun is like to me like the epitome of like my favorite. It's that and Tombstone were like my two favorite movies of all time. I
Of
think
all
I could quote like most of the.
I'll
If
be
you
your
had to beat,
Huckleberry.
okay, let me ask you them.
My favorite line of all time from a movie is in Tombstone when they go, "Are you Doc Holliday?" and he goes, "Well, that's the rumor." That's my favorite. Like to me, that
pretty good.
epitomizes his character.
He's got some good lines. I'm in my prime is a good one.
I'll be
I'm
your
in my
Huckleberry.
prime.
I said that a lot.
That's really okay. I'll tell you this though, and this
I love when he says like, "Are we not friends? If we weren't friends, I don't think I could bear it."
Me and Lockhart all the time, like when he used to live right by me, we used to
Yeah.
get together and play John Madden football all the time. And he would text me Madden, and I would always text him back, "I'll be your Huckleberry." That would always be our.
All right, now my favorite Western, it doesn't receive the critical acclaim of a Tombstone, but I got to tell you, man, Young Guns 2, when
everybody
Billy the
loves-
Kid
yeah,
says,
yeah.
"Yoo-hoo, I'll make you famous," that's the best Western line ever, as far as I'm concerned.
Really?
I love that
Young
line.
Guns
Let me ask you a
yeah.
question.
Guys
This
love
goes to
Young
both
Guns.
of you. Young Guns is awesome. This goes to both of you.
Is this going to be about westerns or
This
volleyball?
is gonna be about blowjobs.
Nope, but you're close.
Yeah.
If either one of you had to give me a blowjob, and you had to, no, just kidding.
The answer is yes.
By the way,
the answer is yes. We've been friends long enough. If you need a favor, I'm that guy.
thank you very much. Can
I'll
I
fall
get
on
that
the
in
sword.
writing? Can I get that in writing?
But you have to
I'll
come
fall on
watch
the
me do
sword.
stand up.
Okay, so you're out. You have to beat off, and this includes you, to a movie that's non-pornographic, not even really like a tit movie, nothing like
Is this a challenge, or were you watching My Day today?
Yes. By the way, I live in your bushes. If you have to beat off to a regular mainstream movie, what is it? You're trapped on a desert island. You only get one movie. It's not even like a fucking beach, fucking Cop 2. None of the Skinamax shit. Like a real legit film.
It's got to be a legit film. So like
Legit.
Mannequin 2 is like right on the edge.
That is the gray area. We're getting into the gray area.
All right. It would not be Mannequin 2.
Mannequin 2 Electric Boogaloo, no. That's a no.
It'd have to be something with like a good sex scene
A good
in
sex
it.
scene. Yeah, that's the tough part. It's like what has a really awesome sex
All right.
scene.
I'll throw this into the ring and then we'll see where it goes. Basic Instinct.
Really?
Because that's a real movie. However, I got cock-blocked by the guy that worked at Video Update and would not let me rent it when I was a kid. I was about to rent it. Everything went fine. I already paid for it. My dad comes in, and just because we were taking too long, and the guy looks at my dad. He sees me, and then he's like, "Do you know what your son's renting?" He literally said that.
Right.
I was home scot-free. I tried to rent the movie like 5 times. I was probably like 13, 12 or 13.
This is going to be really girly of me.
Oh, really? I wasn't expecting fucking...
I would say Dirty Dancing.
Any particular scene?
I love the level of disgust you asked. Any particular scene?
I know.
Another
because
obviously we're in the cabin together, and they start making sweet love to each other.
If I had to beat off the Dirty Dancing,
Isn't that like an 80s sex montage scene? Or isn't that how that goes?
But they're also dirty dancing the whole time.
Okay.
Which is pretty
So you're in for the build-up.
I would beat off the Dirty Dancing Havana Nights just so I could not pay attention to the movie for a little bit. Just so I could have 5 minutes of peace in that awful, awful film. I would go with the lift scene in the original Dirty Dancing.
Well, the lift
because
scene
they're
is
wet, and wet is a big thing with
sweaty.
with me. It just kind of it's like when you see a waterfall and you remember you have to pee. Seeing people in water, I'm like, I remember.
What about Showgirls, where she's in the pool having sex?
I like
That's
where
a
your
great
head's
scene.
at, but that doesn't count in his criteria because
Why?
Showgirls is
You're
not
right.
a real movie.
It's
Showgirls is not a real
too
movie.
much for the it's supposed to arouse
Like,
you.
I
I'm
could've
talking about a
thrown-
movie that's not supposed to arouse you, but somehow.
Clockwork Orange.
There we go. Now we're talking.
I love
Flash
He has
Gordon.
his eyes pinned
Flash
open. I'm
Gordon.
like,
Now we're fucking. You know what I mean? Something like that.
I've never been more aroused and terrified at the same time since Sarah said she gets off the Clockwork Orange regularly.
I don't own it yet, but if they have it on Blu-ray, I'll get it.
Would that be great?
I'm sure they do.
You get into the bedroom with Sarah, and she's like, "Okay, just put this eye clamp on, and we'll get to work."
What if I masturbated to Disney's Oceans?
I'm fine with that. Apparently,
when the dolphins gang up, I'm into it.
Apparently, Ellis pees to that fucking film.
Free
so.
Willy.
I was
Free
going
Willy
the
really
whole
gets me
time.
off. Free Willy.
I miss the climax of Free Willy every time because I just
You're constantly urinating.
Dude, I was watching African Cats. You know,
it's a great movie.
But
it's great on Blu-ray too. By the way,
there is so much lion scrotum in that movie.
Yeah,
it's
there is.
almost distracting to see on the big
when
I
they're
saw
running and their balls
in
are moving.
IMAX. They do not have clinics in the wild that just
Apparently not.
spay or
Yeah.
neuter. It is weird to look at.
Well, that's why they're going
Yeah.
nuts out there.
Literally,
they run in packs.
They're going nuts.
There's one thing I learned about lions. They like to fuck.
Oh, they love it, dude.
Lion fucking.
They love
is
fucking and they
great.
love taking care of their pride. Now, T, let me bounce that question
Pride
back
is
to
a
you.
big thing in the male world.
I'll tell you what, because I know my answer. Now, and just for the record,
we didn't even ask you.
I haven't beat off to this
Sorry,
film.
I forget that people ask questions just so that you'll ask them.
No, that wasn't the case at all.
No,
that wasn't,
I saw a little bit of a needy look in your eye.
A little bit.
Like,
You were thinking the whole
I'll
time.
give you my top 30
it was a little bit.
30.
in alphabetical
out a
order.
list.
Yeah, in alphabetical order. Ace Ventura won. No, just kidding. I was going alphabetical order too.
You got everything. You got animals.
Yeah.
You got dudes. You got Courtney Cox.
Einhorn, Finkel, Einhorn.
Yeah. And I just got a thumb in my ass for that scene. It's let me think of the name of it because I saw like a thing for it and I was like, holy guacamole. It's
Crazy Stupid Love. Crazy Stupid Love is a good one.
Everybody
too.
loves that movie, and I was like, it's okay.
pretty sexy.
Crazy Stupid Love.
Or The Notebook. I guess I could probably.
I haven't seen The Notebook, but there's
Really?
a lot of rain kisses, so that's
Pretty
right
great.
up. Yeah.
Rain kisses.
I'll masturbate to a good rain kiss. I will.
Like
yeah.
Spider-Man.
That's right. Oh, Spider-Man.
Upside Down.
a
There
good
you
one.
go.
Upside down rain
Maybe.
kiss. That's 69ing.
Maybe I get in an anti-gravity chair and fuck my fist a little bit. Who knows? I'm just throwing that out
You know
there.
what must have been weird going through Peter Parker's head though is like, look, I know that I'm a superhero, but this is the link I have to go to kiss this girl. So I have to be hanging upside down.
Yeah, that guy could have gone on a raping spree of epic
costume?
proportions. He could have just raped anybody he wanted. And
Okay,
he was,
Thibault, that you're missing the
Yes,
whole
yes.
point.
What
With
is
great
your
power
answer?
comes great responsibility, and don't rape chicks is what Uncle Ben said. It gets
That's
cut
the-
off.
okay.
Some people are into that. Some people are
I
into
gotcha.
that.
I gotcha. You'll know the name of it.
Okay. Is it a Van Damme movie that you want to
It's
beat
a
off?
Van Damme movie, and it involves kickboxing and talking monkeys. What is the name? Think.
Sounds like the greatest movie ever.
It's
Dunstan checks in.
It's the Swindle movie. It's like a swindler movie where Jennifer Love Hewitt and some other like.
Oh, that with Sigourney Weaver.
Yes. What's the name of that movie?
Love something. Heartbreaker.
Heartbreakers.
Thank you.
Yep.
Man, I would have felt bad if.
What about Wild Things? Right when it was like Nev Campbell and
that may
Denise
be-
Richards.
Over Mannequin 2. That's
I'm
the
not-
one that's right on the line.
That is on the line.
But
but
okay.
neither one of those do anything for me.
This is a true story because again,
it's women.
we all know I spent a lot of time by myself. Wild
No, I
Things
mean
came
neither one of
on-
those two girls
Right.
do anything for me.
Wild Things came on the other night, all right, and I was watching it, and I'm like, oh, this won't be good to maybe do something to myself with. But Bill Murray is in that movie.
Yeah,
and
he's a boner
fairly-
killer.
Wow,
yeah.
But you welcome the boner kill when it's Bill Murray because he's making
Yeah.
you laugh, and he's in that movie just enough to where every time you're like, okay, now it's happening. Then Peter Venkman comes back on the screen, you're like, oh, well, I guess I'll laugh.
Venkman.
Yeah.
Well, what about Father of the Bride? Because whenever it's weddings, I get kind of aroused.
Really?
Even though, like,
That's how
I'm
I feel
not-
about
I have a
funeral
fear-
movies. I feel that about funeral movies.
4 weddings and a funeral, you guys
What?
could get married.
Yeah, right.
Right. That'd
We
be a
could ju-
sticky aisle we'd be sitting in.
Who gets the wet spot at the wedding?
Was Sarah smoking that cigarette and just saying that? Doesn't she look like the hottest? Like, that's a dream bridesmaid. You know when they pair you up and you have to walk down the aisle with some chick because...
You're like, oh, she looks like she parties. I guess I'm not.
Yes.
I don't
Wear
mind
the
being stuck with
Converse
her.
down the aisle. That'd be me.
How many times have you been a bridesmaid?
To Love
Once.
Shack.
Twice.
Your sister and
And my friend Ergy got married in high school.
don't name drop. This is not that kind of
She got
podcast.
married in high school?
Yeah. Well, like right when we graduated.
Wow. Was everybody cool with it? I know how they do things down south.
Yeah, everybody was cool
Very
with it.
traditional.
Yeah.
Was it her brother, her cousin?
The guys she knew all through, like they were dating all through high school.
Are they still married today?
Yeah.
All right. Well then.
2 kids.
Come on. Good. God bless them.
Embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
Why is it embarrassing? They seem happy and have kids.
Yeah, they're happy. Every time I see her, she's wasted.
Well, sounds like
What does Sarah say
somebody
about
needs
me?
an intervention. I know when we're not around, she's like, I did a podcast. All they talked about was beating off to Sigourney Weaver.
Well, but people understand that shit.
Oh, I guess. I guess
we
you're
had
right.
a daycare in my
That's
high
a good
school.
pick.
That's what-
Heartbreakers is because you get like the cougar, you get Sigourney Weaver, and then you also get the young girl. And if you really get desperate, you got Ray Liotta there. So
Thank you.
You have anything.
I call that the hat trick, by the way.
I wouldn't put Heartbreakers in my
I think there's got to be. We're missing something.
But you always have these conversations like Desert Island, what's your favorite
Yeah.
album? What's your favorite? If the guy that presents Teebs with that option and Teebs is like, yeah, I got to take Heartbreakers on Blu-ray. He's like, what the?
They're like, good luck
Really?
finding that.
Yeah. We don't want you on our
Doesn't
desert island
exist.
anymore.
Right.
I can't even think of like. There's got to be something that we're missing. There's got to be.
I would think.
Anybody?
The perfect mainstream movie. We can ask Iliza.
Yeah. What movie would you like? What regular mainstream movie would you masturbate to? That's like.
Maybe fried green tomatoes.
Yeah.
Fried green tomatoes.
I like how she's like, I'm not a part of that one. Fried green tomatoes.
I don't know why. What was your
Kathy.
She said Dirty Dancing.
She listed like 25 movies, to be honest.
Whatever.
You know I have a thing for? Who's the guy that plays he's in Love Actually. He's also the bad. He's also like a good guy, but bad guy in Harry Potter. He's called.
Alan
Rickman.
Rickman. Really?
Die Hard. He was a bad guy in Die Hard. He beat off the.
Yeah, not them though, but in Love Actually. I don't know.
Oh my god, it's so weird that you just hug your dog all the time.
Yeah, Iliza maybe like Air Bud or something like that. Something that features dogs.
Air
prominently.
Bud, yeah.
All dogs go to heaven. Fievel goes west.
What's that
All dogs
one
go
where
to
the-
heaven except one is getting a little dirty first.
I love the Fievel movies like that. Those made me happy so much.
Yeah, because he was such a bad singer, or his sister was such a bad singer that they'd throw Rotten Tomatoes at her, and that's how the family ate.
Out
don't they?
But I loved the song like there are no cats in America and the streets are paved with cheese.
Oh, I didn't
like
know
the
they
best song.
had other songs in that. I just know somewhere out there.
No. There are no cats in America and the streets are paved with cheese. It's what
can see us through. Then we'll be together.
Somewhere.
Okay, look, if I'm going to
there,
sing this and commit, you can't drift off like that.
Somewhere dreams
come true.
That was good, you guys.
I think Tiana
we
and
had
I
a
would
moment.
rock it.
We just had a moment.
Yeah, Grease is another one that I wouldn't mind.
Grease is a good one.
Yeah. I'll get
Tell
one
me
out.
about it, Steph. When she comes out in that leather outfit, that's still one of those pivotal moments in my life where I was like, if I don't look like that, I'm through.
Is that what girls thought? Because as a fat kid, you always think this is the year that as soon as school gets out, I'm going to get in shape over the summer. And I'm going to come back in September, and everybody's going to be like, "Holy shit, who's that guy with ripped abs?" Is that what girls think? Like, oh, I'm going to be tough Sandra D.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's
like you think you're sweet
your
in high school, and then you
goal.
want to transform and be the sexy girl that comes back to town.
Which Sandra D would you rather court? That's my way of saying fuck
the
you.
innocent one. Thank you for.
I'm more attracted to the innocent one for some reason. Not that I'm not attracted to the trashy horror one.
Yeah.
But I just think in that film she was actually hotter the other way.
I love that's kind of the moral of Grease. Is like, look, if you become a trashy horror, guys will talk to you.
You win.
You may even get into a flying car
Quit being
if you're a trashy enough whore.
Quit being a nice girl.
Yeah.
And doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Become a slut. Start smoking, and everything looks up. And that's since then.
Yeah, and dressing like Catwoman never hurts.
Never hurts. Leather tight pants. Put your cigarette out on somebody's face. And that ever since then, women have had this distorted fucking view of sensuality.
Why do you think Rizzo was the popular one? Because she put out. There was a pregnancy scare in the middle of the movie.
Remember the movie that Maria Bello did with oh god, that creepy looking guy, and they had like a sex scene on the stairwell. Remember that movie?
No, it sounds like something I desperately need to see.
The stairwell. They have a sex scene right there on the stairwell.
Who didn't say you're having sex on my stairwell?
I want to hear Redban's answer to this question because you weren't in the room for it.
All right.
What movie? Because I know you'll have like 40 of them.
I already forgot my movie. I want to remember it so we give him like some. Oh, what I can't remember what I said.
Your movie, you had a couple of them too, but you said.
Wait, what's the question before you tell me the
question
movies?
was so you can think about it. A mainstream movie, not like a Skinamax movie, but a regular mainstream theatrical release big movie.
Right.
You're on a desert island. You only get one movie to beat off to, but it's not porn related whatsoever.
Howard the Duck.
I knew it was going to be.
Oh, that's a good one.
When he's reading the Playbill magazine.
Dude,
is
when he
that
pulls out the
fucking-
condom, he goes, and then she goes, "Oh, Ducky."
Does Howard, refresh my memory, does he actually get laid in that movie or get to second base?
He gets anal in that movie.
Redban.
No, I'm just kidding. I actually do not remember.
They kiss,
that movie
though.
at all.
I could see George Lucas doing that. Like when he was so crazy with Power in '86, he could do whatever he wanted. He's like, I don't care. Let's have the duck do anal with Leah Thompson.
Right.
I'm George Lucas. What are you going to do about it?
And it was originally based off a comic book, right?
Yes, it was.
And the comic book was actually kind of like a dark humor, and it worked in the comic book. But I recently watched like the first 20 minutes of it, and I was like, wow, this was really bad for George.
Oh, it's so
this is when
bad.
George Lucas lost it. Right,
Yeah.
that's when
Yeah,
he
yeah,
took the
yeah.
acid trip, and then everything after that is awful, right?
Yeah, I don't know, but that was so bad though. It's like, okay, we'll give this guy a pass because he made Willow after that, and that was okay.
Oh, Willow.
Is that your movie, Eliza?
That's the one I mastered.
Okay, Eliza's gonna masturbate to Willow.
That big willow head.
Yeah.
What about anyone where there's like a prince, where you get to become
Princess
a prince?
Bride?
Purple
It's like
Rain?
coming to America.
Purple
the royal
Rain?
penis is clean, Your Highness.
That's good.
I may change mine to
Sure.
Purple Rain.
Change mine.
I'm gonna go eat.
What about Purple Rain? Don't
I have
sleep
tickets
on
for
that.
free food if you want tickets. Oh.
That's the most romantic thing I've ever heard Redman say.
What? I got some tickets for you, girl.
I got some tickets for
You want
free
to get some
Wait, you got
fries?
free food?
They're
Yeah.
fucking on the stairwell.
No.
Look who's back.
Wait, so the two girls outside that just took a picture with you?
Yeah.
She's like, so we're just talking. She's like, oh my god, funny show. Oh my god, I love Joe Rogan. I heard he fucks like a gorilla.
Shut
They
up.
said that?
Really?
Like in like a little Mexican Southern California accent.
Get out on the
Do you
edge.
fuck like
She goes, but I know he has a wife, and I was like, and a baby.
Yeah.
I was like,
Your reputation precedes
Serious
you.
up in
do
here.
you want your seat back?
No,
Okay.
Is Heffron up right now?
Waiting. Yeah, Heffron's on.
Nice.
That crowd
Told
was
ya.
like butter.
Told
Yeah.
you.
I did
So
all new
nice.
stuff, and it crushed, and now I'm afraid that it's not going to work anywhere else. Like they were just really excited to be there.
They're very nice people.
Yeah, they're
Nice.
great.
I got
They
to try new
laugh
stuff,
at
too.
everything and.
See, this is the set I should have taken the girl to, not tomorrow at the Comedy Store.
So
Yeah.
wait,
She's
you're
not listening.
have you gone out with her yet?
No. She
So
just
this
wants
is
to come see me perform.
well. So what makes you think that there's the as you would put it courting option in here? Like, has there been back and forth banter?
slept together.
No, we have not slept together yet.
We've already established.
Yeah.
Believe me, he's made that
My
very
goal
clear.
at the end of the evening would be to make out under the bleachers. That would be awesome and talk about social studies.
Old school. I'm talking.
You should just have her
I'm
watch
talking
this
Molly
podcast.
Ringwald movie.
Oh, 16 Candles. That's
Yeah.
pretty good too.
This is the entire male bell spectrum right here. It's like gorilla fuck, and then I just want to hold.
Yeah, I just want to hold her hand. Rogan's
Break
like,
into a
"Our
high school,
reputation
find
might
bleachers,
precede
get
me."
under them.
You better hope no one like me in her past.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. She says,
Fucks like a gorilla.
Yeah. Do you know Joe Rogan?
Dude, he's so subtly looking at his phone. You better hope there's no one like me.
Yeah, you better not. I better not beat
Where
that
would she
eye
have
off.
gotten that?
Change your parameters.
That is true. Where would she have
Where
gotten
would she have
that?
even heard that?
Because he was just talking about Planet of the
It's a joke I
Apes.
used to have about how every man, when you break up with your girlfriend, the number one fear is her just getting gorilla fuck.
Monster fuck.
By a black
That's
dude?
what every guy. No, it's not a black. It's not a racist joke. How dare you? How dare you?
Eliza just has
Redban.
black on her head all the time.
Fucking savage. No one can hear me, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Even though we're way out here.
No, I can hear you. I can hear you good. When you lean in like that.
Like a gorilla.
All right, you on my seat.
I gotta go back to work.
Yeah, John's only doing a 10-minute set, I think.
Holla.
Have a good set, buddy.
Fun podcast.
I gotta
kids.
go home. I gotta pick my grandmother
I
up.
liked it.
All right,
Yeah.
Mark, we're leaving.
All right, Eliza, I have your purse with me.
Mark and I like to pretend that we're an
Somewhere.
old married couple, and all we do is bitch at each other. Oh, I bitch, and he passively takes it.
You're talking about your dog handler. The guy.
Yeah, I told him that I was your glorified dog handler and purse
biographer.
grabber, and I just keep a record of Eliza's movements.
Now, why don't you date Mark?
It's a great question. I don't want to date. I don't want to date Eliza. I don't want to date a
I
comic.
mean, he's got a huge dick.
Uh-huh.
That's
No,
already.
he does not.
We've already established.
No,
What?
no, he's got a huge hooked dick. Like it's humongous.
Like
and
a
hooked.
like a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do
kind
guys
of.
think
Dogs
that
have
women
hook-
want that? Like we want some sort of huge horse cock.
No,
Yeah,
it
that
bends
hurts.
up.
So
Like Mark's
ridiculous.
bends up and it's like hooked, and
Okay.
it like hits the G spot perfectly.
Wait,
is what every single woman that I've talked
If
to.
Sarah is about to say something that she likes, that she prefers a smaller penis, then I'd like to hear her.
That's
I'd
not.
like
No,
her
she
to-
was
saying
saying
for Brian,
she's
just
saying
like
she
her
doesn't
to
want a
have her
horse
moment.
penis.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm built like an average human being, so
Yeah.
I would prefer an average human. I'm not built like a Pringles.
I'm sensing
can,
a
you know?
love
I say that
connection
all the
right
time.
now.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a
no
love connection.
thanks.
Yeah.
That's actually if you ever
Built like a
have
Pringles
sex
can.
with a guy that has a huge penis,
You're
it's
like-
not. It's uncomfortable.
No,
it's not fun for
yeah,
anyone.
I'm
Is
like,
that-
I'm not putting that
Well,
in
Mark's
my
is
mouth.
hooked, and it's just got a big helmet, and it's not huge, but it's just got a huge
What are we
helmet, and it's
talking
hooked.
about?
Yeah. I just like that there's all these different stats, like the helmet and the. What does hook mean?
It means
It's
it
hooked,
hooks
like a
up,
hook.
like you know how your dick hooks up to hit the G spot every single time.
I've heard
It's-
rumors.
Yeah, and it's humongous
Every
helmet.
single time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've read pamphlets on the subject.
Many. I keep them by my
And
bed.
Planned Parenthood when I'm waiting for my mom. Sorry.
I just want to be known as Mark Hook.
I will say this:
Gallus now.
Mark is one of my few close male friends in comedy that I feel like I've really been through the ringer with.
Is he your marriage guy? Like if you're not
No.
not married by 35, you're gonna
No,
have a
that
baby.
friend
with-
got married actually.
Oh, so you don't have that open anymore.
I don't need that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
adorable.
do. I could tell.
Yeah, like we
You
could do,
ha-
we
you
could
have some
do
options.
that, but I would say 40 would be the earliest I would do it, and I don't think it would. I don't think it'd be.
I actually think we'd make a great couple. I don't know
Yeah.
if we could sleep with each other because we've just been friends forever. But I feel like as a platonic couple,
Why don't you just try it out?
Yeah.
I think you just try it out, see how it feels. You might
Test drive.
you might
Take it
have
for a
sex
test
with
drive.
Mark and be like, "Wow, this is the most amazing sex ever," and you're my best friend. And this
Well,
I can't believe the
also-
whole time you've been
also,
under.
Mark knows my boyfriend, so that might be an issue.
Well,
Her boyfriend's awesome, by the way. You'll get a man crush on the boyfriend. Here's what we would do. Eliza and I wouldn't even have like a marriage pact at 40. It'd be like if we hit 45 and we're still single, why don't we try making out once and see what happens?
Are you willing to wait that long?
Yeah.
I got nothing but time. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
Bring Clockwork Orange. It
No,
helps.
I really like being single, and that's all I'll say about that.
I like being single.
Yeah, me too.
You're not single.
I'm saying I like being single. Like it's fun.
Yeah.
Like to
It's
have
easy.
to answer to no one and
It's great.
you guys are in mad denial.
Can travel the world.
I go to Istanbul at a moment's notice.
You guys don't have, 'cause when I'm single,
Is
the
this about
first
hooked
I feels like
penises
I need to go out. I can't just sit at home. I feel like when I'm sitting at home, I'm like I feel like a loser. Like I feel like I need to go out and
You hate being alone. Though.
I hate being alone.
You can't stand it.
I do.
love being
but
alone.
but that's not a
alone.
bad thing. That's not a bad thing. It doesn't
No.
mean that my judgment goes out the window or anything
you
like
just
that.
get
It just means like
bored.
no, I need to hunt out and find a good girl immediately. No, not even that. Just like
So like as soon as a girl dumps you, you're like, I got to start a fire. I got to kill something.
No, I think it's when you get over 30, you feel like you have to like you don't want to go to
biological
bars
clock's
anymore. You don't want to fucking like even do all that dumb shit anymore. You just want to have a relaxed atmosphere. Like I'm coming home and everything's like, hey, you want to eat dinner tonight? All right, let's.
You want a normal relationship. You're
I
saying
just
you slow
want
down.
normacy. Like I want to have a normal world.
Yeah,
you know,
see-
like I'm in crazy world all day. I want to go home to normal.
Well, you're
What
in the
I
wrong
do
industry.
is I will date just enough so the universe doesn't forget about me.
Right.
You know, like just enough to where it'll send something my way if I'm looking for it. But other than that, I don't want to date.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take a girlfriend maybe.
Yeah, I'm
But
in the same boat. I'm not,
I'm
even
not.
though I host a dating show, I'm not a dater. It's like if we go out more than once, we're probably going to date for about a year.
I would think
I'm
if
a
anything,
girlfriend.
hosting a dating show would probably turn you off to dates more
Specific
How
people.
long have you been with this
Yeah.
new guy?
9 months. It'll be 10 months on the 10th.
Do you guys fight a lot?
So he
No,
has two
never.
months left. Yeah.
He's 2 months left in his contract.
Are you easy to get along with in a relationship?
I'm very easygoing. Like I get uppity about like random, like little funny, weird things. But in general, I don't care if you want to go play video games. I don't care if you want to go out with your friends. Don't impede what I'm doing, which is sitting watching Real Housewives.
Now, is most of the things involving smells? Like, is there something that you're just
big
like
time.
Yeah, you're
I
just a
dragged
big
him
smell.
out to go candle smelling, lotion smelling. What's he
What?
gonna do? Sit there? What,
That's like
how
a
hard is
thing?
this?
That's like a wine tasting?
Oh yeah.
That's
Should
like
we
a
go
wine
do some
tasting without
smells?
the alcohol.
But if that's all I'm
That's
asking
awful.
for, how? I mean, I don't ask him to
Yeah.
buy me anything. I just want to smell some stuff.
Right.
And you can go watch your game. Sarah can come over and watch it with you. I have no interest.
I want to smell a lot of pot if that's what my afternoon is.
I have watched football games at Eliza's house on mute because we can't have the sound on. It's
Yeah, I
not
had a
allowed.
party, and Sarah's like, "Oh, the game's on. I gotta be in." You're half Jewish, half Southern. Just that the game is on. I was
As
like,
I was bringing you mixing bowls.
Sarah,
I made a
use
nice
those?
brisket
yeah.
for the game.
When I took Sarah, when we went to Canada together, she and a friend of mine roomed in a different room, and I come in, and I think you had like football stats up, and you were doing push-ups before going out, so you can get your dick on. Like I was just like,
Nice.
who does
Which I
that?
did.
Yeah.
Which you did.
Nice.
The secret
Canada.
Canadian fuck.
Yeah, fucking out of
What's
the
it-
country
it's
does not
polite fuck.
count.
Doesn't count. You're still a virgin.
Yeah.
For him, it counted.
You've only fucked 70 Canadians, but you're still a virgin.
It doesn't if you're in a foreign country.
I hear you.
yeah.
No, I got you, girl.
But I do
Virginity
love my football.
intact.
But I love to cook. Me and Eliza love to cook. We
do.
have not cooked
What?
in a long time.
No, we
need
haven't.
to.
I need to have another party.
Yeah,
I'm all cooked out. You didn't come to my fall party.
I was out of town.
I know.
Dude,
You
I
came-
was
Getting
at
dick.
Eliza's place today, and it felt weird being there, and there was not like a cheese plate. Like there was nothing. There was no
On her
party
fancy
whatsoever.
table.
Get this. So I had this autumnal party. I just wanted a reason to have a party.
Autumnal.
Mm-hmm.
You or
You
did you
made-
want a reason to say autumnal?
Uh-huh.
That's
And
what
I
you
made-
really
Patent
wanted.
that word, I think.
Autumnal. I said
yeah.
it enough. And I made all these different things. I baked so much that I haven't baked since because I'm so tired. And for the party, I bought about $100 worth of fake leaves and gourds and pumpkins. And I purchased a 100-pound pumpkin for like $30.
Oh, this
Had
listen
Mark
to this
move it
workout.
in.
We sat it outside of my house.
Her boyfriend. This is how great her boyfriend is. Her boyfriend actually like carried it up the stairs.
Yeah.
You know, way back in 2003 when she got this thing, and she lugged it up the he lugged it up the stairs, and it was nice. And then she calls me before we go to the movie. She's like,
Today.
"Oh, by the way, there's one little thing that we have to do before we go to the movie.
I want you to smell my pumpkin.
So you're a dog handler that also does like moving.
He
things.
rolled this thing. My boyfriend lives in Dubai now. And
Yeah.
this
So
is like a side
I'm like
story.
the backup boyfriend. I'm like the.
You
know-
rolled it all the way out. You did it.
Yeah, I'm like Frank Reich. Like if he's out, then I'll do all the other boyfriend
Uh-huh.
shit.
Yeah.
I
See.
rolled this. It was like those. You know when you see athletes work out, they keep pushing the tire forward.
You're the Bobby Hebert of fucking pumpkin rolling.
I'm the Steve Berline of pumpkin
Okay.
rolling.
Are you getting
Yeah.
these references?
No
Oh.
clue.
Oh, I thought it was football.
It
Anyway,
was
so
football.
thank you.
Good guess.
Oh.
That's why Tiana's very.
Well, that's why you would push a
yeah.
tire. No other sport requires you to have that
Yeah,
much
right,
muscle.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's what I did.
Or a pumpkin that like doesn't turn right, so you have
that's
to.
got-
And her
pumpkins-
neighbor's watching me do it, not offering help.
He was standing in his door, gated door, just being like, "Yeah, downstairs. If you guys want, there's a dolly and maybe someone just like not aiding in it at all."
He's an able-bodied guy, but he'd rather be my offensive coordinator, like way up in the booth.
Do you blame him? Do you blame him?
No, he doesn't. He's gay. He doesn't have any use
Oh,
for me.
totally.
And the pumpkin was so big, I got it in October. beginning of October. It hadn't even begun to rot.
Oh.
We should have carved it.
You should have just.
We should have made it. We should have made
You
chainsaw.
throw it over the side of something.
It'll be in someone's like alley though.
I think
You know
a
what I-
2012 jack-o'-lantern would have been sweet.
Eliza, you know what I made for Christmas? I made a bunch of mulled wine.
I made mulled wine.
You did.
Isn't I could drink so much.
The greatest thing ever. And
Thibault, I gotta tell you, this mulled
I
wine.
put it in mason jars
Oh.
with like little tags, and I gave it as gifts. And
That's
then
a good
I
idea.
actually like soaked all the wine bottles that I used in water and peeled off the labels, and then made my own label for them.
Of course you
I
did.
like that.
It was
That's
really so next year,
adorable.
it's a really
I
great
want
gift
one.
to give to people.
No sarcasm.
I heard nothing but mulled wine. It went.
Remember we went?
I just brought some to Patty.
I can drink
tonight.
Coors Light for the rest of my life and not be like, oh, I wish I had something exotic to drink.
But
Eliza was trying to sell me on this mulled wine shit.
It's so delicious.
We went to where we go?
Cat and Fiddle.
We went to Cat and Fiddle to play darts, and they have mulled wine there, and I'm like, oh sweet, let's go get some mulled. I don't know what the hell it is.
Horrible name, by the way. They should really change that.
It's like
name.
an old timey English thing.
Yeah, this is like this stuff that they
Tell 'em
drank
how good it
when
was.
they were bitching about Shakespeare stealing his plays.
Yes, and
I
how delicious.
was not that big of
Oh, I thought the end of it was gonna be you loved it.
No, not really.
How many schmoes do you give it?
I give it as many schmoes as I gave The Devil Inside.
2.5 schmoes.
I just
I give
noticed
it
that this
2.1 out of 5
There the
schmoes.
whole time.
Okay, I have to go home. I love you guys.
No.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's a pleasure.
We gotta
What
go.
the hell?
My wife's making me go eat. We gotta go
I
to
said
Denny's.
now. We're going. You're taking me to Fred 62.
Yeah.
Wow.
And please check out schmozno.com, everyone.
Ooh, can I plug something?
Yeah.
Okay, that was my plug time, Eliza, and you know what?
Stepped
Fine.
all over it.
It's fine. We'll
Check
talk
out
about this
Schmozno.
at
I was
dinner.
going to say Schmozno.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye.
No, you can plug something.
Okay, you can follow me on Twitter at ILIZA, or please watch Excused at excusedtv.com. Check your local listings. It's on 12:30 here in Los Angeles on KCAL 9.
Will you show your thong? That's sticking out.
Oh,
What
what do I
follow
look
me
like?
on Twitter.
Are you talking
Do
to
not
me?
follow Sarah Tiana.
The answer
on
is
Twitter.
no. The answer is never. Not here for your fucking
All I will
amusement.
do is make fun of you if you follow me on Twitter.
Yes.
Do you not like Twitter?
And follow Sarah because she is hilarious and awesome. And if you ever get to
Is
see
that a
Sarah
Comedy Store
live,
best?
Yeah.
No, I just put the sticker.
Oh.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
And I love
Sunday.
Bye, everyone.
It makes me really happy.
Thank you, Redban.
thank
I
you
love
for guys for stopping by. I love you all.
Hey, when we're both single, let's start fires and kill a saber-tooth tiger
Let's
together.
do it
What do you think?
together.
Oh, I'm sorry I was late. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hey, Veron, you want to jump on? Talk with me and Teebs?
I think Hef's
Yellow Band?
coming,
Yellow Band, you want to come on?
Just trying to set the world record of podcasts. Currently
I've
held-
actually, I
held
think I'm
by
on
Joe
my
Rogan.
8th hour right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I did.
Because you did a bunch today.
I did Justine Marino's We Love Cake or whatever it's called on the Frog Hop. Bye, ladies.
See you guys. Don't forget your fucking dog. Don't forget your goddamn dog. Don't
anyone
forget
ever-
that piece of shit squirrel. Don't forget your barking squirrel.
Has anyone ever forgotten their pets? Like when they've gone somewhere?
No.
I assure you, she doesn't. She doesn't take a shit without that fucking thing. God damn.
I wonder if she makes the dog join in during sex or something weird like that.
What
Yeah.
role would the dog have? What role? Like, what would the dog do?
Mostly
Just
the
lick?
shock and awe role, where it's like, really,
No,
you're
she-
fucking him in the ass with a
What-
dildo, Eliza?
What if you play a game where it's
I love you, buddy.
It's
Good
like
seeing you.
Mark,
I'll see you at the store.
Hey, Mark, I tried, baby. I tried. I tried to give you the helmet head. I tried to give you the hook, the G spot thing. I tried it.
Good news is, bro.
I tried every.
I have homework for the next
Here's
time.
the good news.
Let's work on the hook.
Get her enough of that mulled wine, you'll be fucking her in the ass in no time. Bare minimum, you fuck the dog. Bare minimum, you fuck the dog.
A quart of mulled wine and
Yeah.
mannequin too.
Yeah.
Quarter mulled wine, but give the dog a little mulled wine too, just in case you can't get in her. I guarantee you fuck that little barking squirrel.
And if if you hit it, you owe me at least F photo. That's all I want. Photo.
Are you my pussy agent? Do
Yes.
I
I am.
10% of
I am.
Yeah,
I'm getting
he gets
10%. That's my
10% of
management
any
fees.
ass you get. He gets 10%.
I think I built it up pretty well. I think they believed it also. Did you like believe what I was saying about the
Under no
helmet head?
circumstances does Ellis have a big dick.
I know. I totally know that. I mean, you could just look at that guy and go, all right, he's got one of those little hot dog dicks.
He's a little Asian.
Yeah, he's a little Asian.
It's like one of those candy cigarettes they used to get when you're fucking.
Yeah.
You know,
with the
when you're
little
kid.
painted red tip of it.
Yeah, right? Yeah, remember that shit?
Yeah.
And you would like fucking blow it and the sugar would go out so you felt like you were smoking as a little kid. By the way, there's no way the tobacco industry didn't make that candy. You know what I mean? It gets little kids wanting to smoke.
And they also made this candy, which I'm going to give you.
Is this
You're a good friend of mine.
crack pipe?
Oh, what are you
frickin-
getting?
Oh, yeah. I remember
give me
this
one,
shit.
see?
Fun dip?
Yeah.
That's good, man. I remember that shit.
Wow.
It was also Lickamade. Remember Lickamade?
Lickamade was good. You know what?
Kind of the same deal.
Green Pops.
I saw something
Green
the other
Pops.
day that I forgot about. Like I didn't even know they used to make these straws that you used to put in your milk, and then
Yes.
when you put it in your milk, it was like, oh, and you stir it,
was
and made strawberry milk.
or they also
or
had
like chocolate
ones,
milk.
Yeah.
I was at Target the other day, and they had those, and I was like, what? It's back! And
So
we
you
got
would-
Veronica Ricci's joining us. Ricci. Veronica Ricci. Oh no. Dressed in her Catman cat sweater.
Whisper.
By the way, when we go to Columbus, Ohio next week, you got to bring that cat sweater because my mom will love you, and she'll be like, "Oh my God, you quilt that yourself?"
Oh, where did
Veronica,
you get that?
you've met his family already, though, right? Or is
No,
this the inaugural? Oh,
they haven't
wow,
come
wow,
to-
wow.
She hasn't met neither.
Hello.
Oh, John Heffron's back. Come on, sit down.
Heffron,
There's a seat right there, John.
the seat with your name on it. And was I right or was I right? Great crowd, right?
They were really good.
Yeah.
I have this weird thing that I'm going through where
Menopause?
I'm going through
Cocaine?
menopause. Can I use these?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, use whatever you want.
And I get nervous before shows that I never gone before.
What do you mean?
Why
You've done
why do you
stand-up
think that
a
is?
billion times.
23 years. I don't know.
You're starting to second guess yourself, I guess.
Yeah, John, more than ever.
You're
This
starting to
is
get
like
nervous
the
now? Like-
Fourth time I've met you.
Right, that I'm going to use these because these aren't. No, it's not a nervous. It's not like a afraid nervous.
Right.
I guess it's good that I'm 23 years in and I still give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of guys that just don't.
Absolutely.
So it's good.
Let's name some of those guys. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I try to psych myself up just to go up and have that, energy because
Uh-huh.
I kind of have that energy on stage, and so being nervous helps.
Yeah, because it keeps you present. Because now you're not. You're. It causes you to focus.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever done my jokes like relaxed.
Really?
Yeah. I kind of have one speed.
Yeah,
I can't imagine you doing anything
I
relaxed.
totally change it all the time. All the time. And it's not even I do it on purpose. It's more like sometimes I'm stoned and sometimes I'm just bored and tired and sometimes I'm drunk. And every time I do it, it's like a different speed. And it's weird seeing like the different speeds. Like, oh, if I do 2 shots of Jack Daniels and have a beer, I was relaxed and I felt the groove. But if I was like on Red Bulls and smoked too much sativa, I fucked up and I'm stumbling words and I feel like I'm having a heart attack on stage. And
Right.
and it's like I experiment all the time. I think because I think that's something to play with. I don't know.
Yeah, I've always liked my energy, but sometimes it gets like going through a growth spurt when I'm like, I just feel like I could do half the material I do.
Are you sober?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought you were. You're from the East Coast too, right?
From Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Michigan.
You have an East Coast accent.
I've always had. I don't know where
You've
I
heard
get
that a lot.
from.
I think we
radio.
talked about that before.
I think it's your radio training. I think you actually have a character that you're subconsciously playing that's kind of based on doing radio so much.
I did comedy, stand-up for like 12 years before radio.
Right. And were you the same
Just
back then?
because we all have our thoughts of morning DJ, so people think that I was that guy first. I
Right.
did stand-up for like
yeah, but
I
were
said, for my
your
whole
old
life
stand-up
before.
the same? Were you the same character?
You know what I think? If you were to really like chunk it down to really go, why do you?
Yeah.
I'm definitely different on stage than I think off, voice-wise. Don't you think? Or
No.
You think I'm the
I
same?
think you're the same
I think it's the
person.
same, man.
I don't know. Then it will blow out my my theory I had.
You're like the same person, except that you like to talk about things I like to talk about more when you're on stage. You know what I mean? Like
So
you're talking about like Nintendos and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I love it. Talk more Nintendo to me.
Yeah. And here you're like, fuck the flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
you. I got you, man. I don't know.
I love your stand-up. I think you're one of seriously, you're one of my favorite stand-ups.
Well, thank you very
I do love
much.
you too, man. You're very funny.
But I'm
Very
going-
Funny.
oh,
Every
well,
time
thank
I've seen you.
I'm talking top 5. I'm talking like seriously. If I have to pay money out of like all this, I would see you because I like your act. I think your act is the most familiar to me. Like because you talk. I think we're the same age. We grew up around the same time. We both kind of like the same things. And
Right.
So I just love your style of comedy, and I really admire it because it's not dirty, that crazy dirty. Where I feel I want to be a comic like you, but I'm just a dirty fuck because I'm too stupid to write that way.
You're a scumbag.
I'm a scumbag.
You're a scummy guy.
It's funny how you want that
You
thing
see-
because I'm going through for this year, when you kind of like retire material or you go, what do I feel like talking about? Because I've been I wouldn't say clean. Like I am clean. I don't. There's not
you're
one
pretty,
dirty
you're pretty
thing
clean. My
that
parents,
I talk about.
you're my parents' favorite comic out of all comics. They liked Seinfeld for a while, but they don't get to see Seinfeld. But they saw you in Columbus, Ohio, when we filmed that DVD back in the day or something, and they won't shut up about you. Every time I talk to them, they're like, "You talk to John Heffron?" Like
Oh,
that?
that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. But then I'm like, this year I wanted to be dirty, and I tried. Like, I don't really write material like at home, and I'm like, I got nothing. I just don't think.
Yeah, but you're like off stage though. You're not. You're like when
I'm
we
way
talk,
dirtier off stage.
Yeah, but you're not even like I wouldn't describe you as like a dirty guy or like a scummy guy. You know what I mean? Like all your dirty stuff is still in its own right kind of clean. You know what I mean? You do have a bit about the iPad we were talking about outside earlier before the podcast? The soapy massage?
No.
Well, you should.
That's funny.
Well, you should.
Veronica, what are you doing
It
over
is
there?
my favorite
Veronica's addicted to her phone. Do you guys find yourself like addicted to your phone?
Ever since I got this new iPhone, I mean, I was already addicted to it. Ever since I got the new one, it's even
The 4.
worse.
It's insane,
the 4S,
right?
The 4S.
The 4S. Yeah.
And thank you for that app. That I think
The
was you.
action movie one.
The action-
It's awesome. I cannot wait to get.
I'm trying to find
into
one. My friend tweeted me one. I think he must teach tennis or something like that. He said where like it was like a gymnasium and there's like 20 girls like all like doing some kind of instructional gym thing. And then suddenly he did like the helicopter part of that application where it shows a helicopter that drops into and like starts rolling towards the camera. By the way, this app we're talking about, it's called Action Movie. It adds like ridiculous movie effects from the guys that made Lost, the company that made Lost do it. And it just like you film a picture of your cat, you could have like missiles attack your cat and blow up and it looks realistic.
Go back movie style wise. Literally the special effects you can do from just shooting your cat in your living room. Pick a movie that the special effects would be like if you saw the movie in a theater, you would go, these special effects are awesome. You mean like go backwards in time? Like now we're getting so desensitive, but like
a Die Hard or something like that. Earlier than that.
I mean, the special effects.
District 9. District 9. I saw recently. I was like, wow, this movie's really good. But then you find out the guy, that was like his first movie he directed, I think, or something weird like that. Like he was originally made to do the Halo movie. And then that fell through with Peter Jackson or something like that.
Yeah, it's you could drive in your car and film, and it will look like a car is bouncing towards you.
Yeah. It looks incredibly realistic.
Yeah, like
like you guys were
just
talking
amazing.
about it.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about it before the podcast. I'm like, let me see it. Then you showed it to me. I'm like, I'm getting it right now.
Shooting a missile at something in your apartment will never get old. Like I've done it maybe 700 times just sitting on the couch.
I already am dying to get like I'm going to shoot a video of me jerking off and then shoot missiles at my dick.
Yeah, use that in porno. It needs to be used in porno.
Absolutely.
That hasn't been done that I know of.
Like the only thing, talking like couple chicks making out, next thing you know, helicopter crash.
Yeah, nothing more than sex and violence.
Yeah, a couple decapitations.
At one point, as a guy, if you're watching the porn, right, and you're doing your thing, and then you see a lot of explosions, do you think your brain can bounce back and forth and go, porn, awesome explosion, nice boobs, awesome plane crash, look at her
Probably
ass,
not.
and you think your brain could switch like two different windows?
I don't know.
Books, Transformers,
It's pretty tractor beam once I dial it in. You know what I mean? I'm pretty fucking, finish the
Like
task.
if there's a
kind
porn
of
going on and you're into the porn and then stuff started blowing up behind them, random buildings, would your brain go, I wonder if that building's going to get an extra that bus?
I would think though,
I don't know. It depends how long
I would think
I've already been beating off.
I think guys would love that. That seems like a good idea, having porn and then in the back have like tigers and explosions and like.
Okay, but okay.
An
yes,
MMA
that would
fight.
be awesome. Yeah. Keep in mind. But then, what's gonna happen when you have to then make love with a physical human being, and there's no explosions going on?
I don't think you're ever gonna get that mixed
Then
up.
you're
I
just
think
gonna cry.
I see where you're going, and I agree with you.
It's gonna be muted
Like I'm gonna have to
sounds.
go to Iraq just to get my rocks off with my lady.
Hey, look at this TV behind you. This is Veronica doing some.
what the
Oh, here it comes. This
is your girl just making some food. Holy shit! You just killed her.
That's good. That's the app.
Why'd you post that? That was just me looking like crap at home. I was like, why'd you post
But see, here's the thing,
find
though.
that hard to
Maybe
believe.
we just did our thing because I couldn't even tell you for $100 what you're wearing, I was just like, man, that was a shit ton of M16.
See?
I don't even know what you had on, and I'm not trying to be funny.
Look, Stitcher gave me this nice little thing for the
Oh, you got a
holidays.
little cup.
Oh, it's a tornado.
Oh, what is that?
And there's also a nice loading screen on there.
Do you have the
car
like
one?
that
I
fat?
like the car one.
Yeah.
I tell you what we're going to do, though, because we are getting close to the 3-minute time period. We're going to take a little break on Ustream, but we're going to fire right back up
Good, we
right
got it
after
kicking in.
this 1-second break. Oh, wait. We didn't even show it, too. Like, what? At home.
No, they didn't even get to see it?
Yeah, here we go.
This is also the same app we've been discussing if you have an iPhone.
God, it never gets old.
I know. That is a great app, and I bought the packs already, and it seems
There's
like
there's only like two.
There's only two, but it seems like they got me. They could release 100 tomorrow, and I will do every single one of them.
Yeah.
They got it. They got to keep on doing it. Whatever they're doing.
So I got a question though, but like if you have like 100,000 people releasing
Hang on one
videos
second.
of
One second.
cats.
See, Hang, you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah. But if there's like 100,000 viral videos of like cats being like with these movie effects being blown up,
right?
Do you think PETA would get involved?
No.
No?
Well, probably, but who cares? You know, I was thinking like watching Fear Factor the other day. They were taking their mouths and biting on snakes and moving snakes from one box to the other box, and I'm like, all right, if PETA's not mad at that, because I was like, wow, you're taking your teeth and grabbing as big of a snake as you can and moving into it. That's biting snakes. That can't be like PETA probably doesn't give a shit about fucking snakes. So.
Yeah, you can be all in about animal cruelty. You can't just go for the fluffy ones. I mean, you're being rude to reptiles.
Exactly.
You have to just go across the board. Like,
well, I like
flies, from flies to dogs.
Yeah,
they don't have
cute little puppies.
It's animalist
and plants. You can't like mark off.
It's animalism, right? Is what you would call it.
Yeah, it's animalism. Yeah. Well, I think NBC bought PETA. A lot of people didn't notice that. It was fucking NBC bought PETA, then they brought back.
And that's where they got all the animals. They're like, if we buy PETA, then you know how many animals we'll get to kill? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll totally we'll be like Richard Gere, where you buy companies and then you completely destroy them.
Yep.
What did he buy?
In what movie? What was that movie? It was
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman,
right?
yeah. Pretty Woman.
Because I buy things and destroy them.
Yeah, what's that called? It's called something. Shit, it doesn't matter. Not a lot of.
See, Tiger Woods' wife. Speaking of buying stuff, just showing you.
No.
What'd she buy?
Got a $12 million house, and then bulldozered it.
What?
Yeah, just fucking bulldozered it. Why? For no reason.
Because she has $500 bazillion dollars. She probably bulldozered it because she didn't like the windows.
You should see this place. It's this huge white, just imagine what a $12 million house would look like, and that's the image of it. In Florida, just done, and then they showed the next picture of it, completely destroyed. And it wasn't even like a house that was built it was just like a house built 2 weeks ago.
Maybe that was a direct message to Tiger Woods.
Yeah, that's
geez,
a big FU, 12 million.
Yeah,
right.
And then a lot of people were saying like, why didn't she donate it to whatever? Why don't they do this? Why didn't she give it to homeless? I actually don't like that argument because money is proportional.
Yes.
So even if you make $30,000 a year and you smoke cigarettes or you spend a trip to Vegas, I could go. Why did you go to Vegas?
Yes.
That money you spent on Vegas, you could have gave to. So I'm not big on that.
You could have given that money to the Fear Factor snakes.
Yes, that is a complete waste but it's all proportional.
Oh no!
Are you blowing up more shit?
There's just a rolling car on my dog.
Yeah, there is that sort of element of it where the average person can't fathom that much money and having that, but it's like, to them, $12 million is like $100,000 to, somebody, I mean, I'm sure it's a big thing. I'm sure she's going to build a fucking hell of a house on it.
Or, yeah, right? Or just not a golf course.
Yeah.
She just builds something just not a golf
Right.
course.
It's a putt-putt course.
Yeah, or she does something incredibly stupid, like it's just one tiny little Snoopy doghouse. You know what I mean? Like that's how she FUs.
Or like a statue to like her new guy. Like
There you
a
go.
$12 million
Like that.
huge statue.
And he's
just
swinging a
right where
golf
the
club.
house-
He's swinging a golf club.
Or he's holding it like he's whacking it off or something.
Yeah,
And that just,
exactly.
This big statue is now just in the middle of the rubble.
She should start dating that caddy that he fired. There was all that. Remember? Did you hear about all that shit? He
Yeah.
fired his caddy of X amount of years. You were going to ask something, were you not?
Nah, it wasn't important.
All right.
It's me trying to take over a
Fleeting
podcast.
thought.
I do that when I'm on our
Cocaine?
What's of it?
You're on cocaine.
Yeah, I do that when I'm on cocaine.
Yeah.
Which apparently would be all the time if you see the people who tweet us after listening to the last podcast.
What'd you do for New Year's, John?
Cocaine.
Noticing a theme.
For the record, Your Honor, I did not do cocaine. I sat home with my dogs. Got Batman, Ark, whatever.
Do you love it?
Ark City.
Do you love it?
Very popular.
I love it, and I'm not a good gamer, and I figured out some stuff, and then came here. So
I hear there's a lot of Lost references in there. Like
To the show Lost, you mean?
Yeah, and like they use a lot of lines.
I would not see one of them. I don't even know. I haven't
Okay.
figured out how to throw my smoke bomb yet. There's some. I'm also in my 40s, so it's not
Right.
coming to me
That's cool.
as easy as Tecmo Bowl.
Right.
Do you find yourself buying games and playing them for like a good hour and then not ever going back to them ever again?
More and more so. I think I'm reaching that age where
Yeah.
just like Batman, I put 2 days in, and then I'm on the road again. I'm like, really? Why? What? I
Right.
found Mr. Freeze, but that's done zero for my life. So
Right.
unfortunately figuring that out.
There's something that I've been like on the fence about buying lately. It's a portable. Get it? I know. It's a portable Xbox machine that seems like it would be perfect.
Like a Game Boy kind of situation?
No. Here, let me see if I can find it. It's the Hip. It's from this company called. That's not even it. Hold on.
PlayStation. While I looked it up, PlayStation has these glasses now, where if we're playing multiplayer, we can look at the same screen, and I can see what I would see, and you see what you see, so you don't have to split screen it.
Is that on the 3D? That's on the 3D TVs, though, right?
It's a different monitor than your TV, yeah. But still, that's like the greatest thing.
That's pretty
Just
smart.
Geek about stuff. Because when I'll play video games with my wife, and if we're doing a multi thing, we'll literally get in fights because I'm not
That's
over to the
cool.
left or to the right because her guy can't advance because I'm taking too long.
That's cool. You and your wife play. That she plays video games.
But we argue. I mean, it's
course.
banned. It's not like hate each
Right.
other, argue. But we still get you're doing it wrong. You left.
That's a video game lingo, though. Everybody does that.
Yeah,
When you're-
you're leaving stuff on Ratchet and Clink and stuff you're not picking up.
Right.
Well, a lot of people kind of grew up with that too, where like you kind of have the split screens, and people are kind of cheating off of what you're doing on your screen.
Yeah,
like
now
when
you
you-
see it all
when you're-
different,
when
man.
You're shooting and killing people on your screen, and like you're fighting each other, they'll do that.
Here's the thing I'm talking about. It's it's the size of like a small little suitcase, and it's only on if you go to Doug.com, DUGGED.com, and search for portable Xbox 360. You'll come up with this, and it's just a 720p screen. It's got a place that you put your Xbox in. It's got HDMI connection. There's a place to put your power cable and all this stuff. It's just like this little suitcase you can bring on the road, play your Xbox or it also fits the slim PS3 on it. And I'm so tempted, and I guess the sound's really good, the quality's really good. I'm so tempted to buy this, especially, John, if you're on the road a lot and you're in your hotel room, this would be the perfect little thing. And it's been approved by the airline industry, so you could just throw it on the overhead.
I switched from a 15-inch MacBook Pro to a MacBook Air because I thought the 15-inch was just too much for me to fucking carry.
Yeah.
So I wonder if adding a game console would put you over the edge.
Well, I think it would help on the road because you would also get Hulu, you would also get fucking Netflix, you would also get all that shit. That
I also have this soccer flick game on my iPad that I can play for hours.
Yeah.
That would be cool though if you're on vacation.
I think hotels should start having like game systems in there.
They do. They have Nintendo.
They got the Nintendo 64. Or
Yeah, they have like the old school, like they've had literally. They haven't upgraded their game system since it first came out.
Which is kind of cool in some ways, but I would never pay for
It's
that.
retro cool.
Yeah,
You're like,
but I have a
oh.
laptop. I could get an emulator. It's-
Mario Kart. I remember this shit.
You can bring that little Atari joystick that you just plug into the back of your TV.
Yeah, I'm talking about games. I'm talking about Xbox 360. I'm not talking about fucking bullshit.
But the other thing is, for the most part, I guess if you're on the road, it's one thing because a lot of times you're stuck in wherever fucking town
Pittsburgh.
and there's nothing to do. But if you're on vacation, why are you bringing your fucking Xbox?
Yeah, I wouldn't bring it on vacation. I'm talking about like if I'm on the road a lot. Like Heffron's on the road like almost every week.
Day of my life. I'm on the road right now. A lot of people don't realize that I'm in Columbus right now.
Yeah, wow.
I'm hologramming this as we speak.
Skyping in.
Yeah.
Skyping in.
I'm sitting in my room trying to find a vending machine. Although that's my new thing. I've been looking online for vending machine hacks.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you this one. It involves like Indiana Jones style, where you take a bag of fucking like bean bag, and you're just like there with like the M&M, and you're just like slowly at the same time you just take it off the sensor. So
this one they show you the vending machines, and it's a code you type in, and there's a thing you do with your dollar that almost any vending machine you can get either 2-for-1s or completely free.
I feel like someone should start making a website for vending machines, like
there's one, you know the one that you do, it goes up, and then slides over, grabs the Coke, and then it goes like that, and then it drops it in. Well, there's a thing where you go, it grabs it, and then when it goes to return, you stick your hand in, and then it blocks it. So then what happens is the bottle then falls to the bottom. And then you put your dollar in again because it'll say it was misread. You hit a button. It'll grab a second one, but when the thing comes back up, now you got 2-for-1, dude.
Oh,
you just spent 30 minutes to save 75 cents, but it's still something free. So,
well, you remember the magic dollar? Did you ever play that when you were a kid? And the magic dollar was where you took a dollar bill and you took a packing tape, the clear packing tape, and you just the very tip of the dollar you put it on one side and then fold the packing tape around onto the other side, so it grabbed the sticky part on both sides of the dollar, and it was like a handle almost. And we'd go into like pop machines at the time, cigarette machines, and all these machines, and you just pulled it in and then pull it out, and it would register the dollar, but you yank the dollar back out, and so it would credit you. And so I used to allegedly have in high school like trunks full of cigarettes and Cokes and candies and tons of change, like tons of quarters. And then after a while they figured that out, and I don't think you can do it anymore.
I wanted to try the hack so bad, but I just think then how I'm worst case scenario guy. I'm thinking I'm gonna get caught, and then really for like 75 cents. Like I'm 40 something years. I can afford to buy
a Dr. Pepper.
Well, but like so I almost want to go to the security guy who is there at nighttime, because whoever works at hotels at night, I don't even think work there. Like if you've ever checked into a hotel after 11 p.m. they know nothing, or if you check out at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., so I wonder if I would go, listen, here's $1. I just want to see if this works. Right?
Right.
Maybe I'll YouTube it. Maybe I'll do that in Jacksonville.
There's also elevator hacks. I don't know if you know this, where there's like... I
don't want to fuck with that. I want to fall.
No. Elevator hacks. You don't want to
unless you get to open... What if there's an elevator hack and there's a whole floor that nobody tells you about where it's free, like cupcakes?
Have you ever been on an elevator where it's
free Dr. Peppers?
Yeah, it's just a whole thing. Yeah. And the beds are comfortable, and
the 13th floor that never exists in all places. It's the fucking cupcake Dr. Pepper floor.
There's hotels I've been into
giving away shit.
Yeah.
There's been hotels I've been into where it skips like the 13th floor, whatever the scary floor was, is the 11th floor, the bad luck floor.
13th.
13th. It would skip the 13th floor. A couple of hotels I've been into where
New York.
They don't even have them. Chicago, a lot of them don't even have it. It goes from 11 to 12
which is bullshit
to
because it's still the 13th floor, right? Like it's or is there an empty floor where there's just like where the maids break dancing or something like that?
I know when I used to perform in Vegas a lot. When you'd eat in the employee cafeteria, there's all these signs and there's magazines about how to, like, a smile will get the casino an extra $50 when the dealers, hey, how are you? They had a thing where it says Asians love numbers so much and are very
true or false
superstitious.
Do you love numbers?
Depends on the kind of Asian.
Very, very like luck versus bad luck, type thing. Where on the slot machines, you'll see serial numbers. And very rarely will you see serial numbers on the slot machine that end in like odd numbers for that reason.
Oh, that's interesting.
So for the people who get that crazy and anal and will look at 607, that it ends in like a 7 or whatever, but the numbers are complete bullshit. Or, they just switch them up. My wife, who is Asian, she's got this voodoo thing. Oh, I don't have it. Well, she's trying to pick the sex of the kid, if you conceive, by the month that you throw it down.
So it's like Dungeons and Dragons for babies.
Is that
like you have a seven-sided die or something like that? And you're just like, oh, it's an elf.
Yeah, I think that's what's going down. Yeah, she was like, no, this month we can't because it's we have to have a boy. We have a girl.
So you're trying to make a baby right now?
Well, I have to be home. Or she just like doesn't want to sleep with me this month and is making up some crazy.
I think that sounds more like it.
Some crazy Chinese New Year thing. She's not even Chinese.
So you've been no protection, nothing, no birth control, nothing for the last couple years?
Oh no, nothing.
Nothing.
No,
and is your sperm okay?
Oh, I'm supposed to leave it in?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That helps.
Nobody told me that.
Talking vagina.
I was, oh no, I've been doing it so wrong.
That helps.
Is she supposed to be there? Wait, what are you guys talking about?
She's supposed to be there. It's like that old. It's like that old joke where it's like if you're on top, it's more likely you have a boy. If she's on top, it's more likely if you have a girl. So
oh really?
That'll explain why you guys have puppies.
Baby.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you guys start doing reverse cowboy, Veronica.
What?
Because I
hermaphrodite. You're going for a
gay
hermaphrodite.
girl.
Wait, so you're telling me? Are you telling me?
Yeah, that's not on the chart, man. That's not
wasn't on the chart. It was just girl, boy, puppy.
That's hot gay girls.
Keep in mind, this chart I think came out in the 1200s. I don't even have a reference point, so so maybe it's more clear cut. I on Twitter I asked. I know it's not the funniest Twitter thing, but I asked because if you knew age. That the girl, if she knew her age at the time of conception and the month that I could guess was boy girl, and I did my own random survey and it was like
nothing.
20. I have better odds than playing war, so I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, it probably is.
I need a real sign. Like have that on MythBusters.
Yeah,
like they just need that guy with the mustache needs to sleep with. I don't even know.
Have you ever seen the gay pictures of him, the guy with the mustache? Like, there's like all these gay pictures, and they're really well photoshopped. Like it actually hit news where it was real photos for a while, but then somebody's like, no, that's not real. But it's like gay photos of the guy with the mustache doing gay, like with other guys and stuff. It's pretty.
Is there soft? Oh, Is there software that can detect if something's Photoshop because stuff is so crazy?
There's a
now.
website that I don't remember offhand, but I'm sure if you Google it, there's a website where you can upload a photo and it will tell you if it's been photoshopped or not. And it's just by detecting the brightness and it's the layers, but it's also the brightness and the compression of different layers, because like when you cut and paste, there's different compressions, and there's also like when you like Photoshop anything, there's different compressions. Like it's hard to explain, but it's pretty cool. It's very accurate too.
I saw this face recognition stuff they had on CNN where they're showing how face recognition, I have a hard time saying that word, is going to be used in the future, where if you walk by a sign, and they already have this, it'll look at your face and go, he's male, he's 30 years old. Here's the ad for you.
Oh, that was in a movie. That was in.
Yeah, but that exists now.
Yeah.
Right. So. Yeah.
Billboards.
It was in Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? When the woman's face blows up.
Have you talked to me about this before in the past? About like how we were talking about like driving down the street, like on the highway, and looking at a billboard and having it. I think it was you that the billboard would be like towards you.
Yeah. Well, they're doing away, but now bars are using it. Where I don't know if it's out yet or it's coming out.
Probably in Vegas.
Where bars will detect and can tell how many people are in the bar, what the average age is in males to females. Wow. So then the app is, you live in Los Angeles, you look at your app and it says this bar has 70% women that are from 23 to 28 years old.
Fantastic.
And then that's going to either like...
Too bad it can't like do like shoot like a laser, like those like things that tell your temperature by shooting a laser. Too bad it can't be like how drunk they are. Like this club is off the hook. There's 70% women and they're all fucking butt wasted. Yeah. And the yeast detection is off the hook. These girls are ready to go.
18% of the girls are already crying. They're already crying. You're like, oh shit.
The moisture levels in this club are there's so much wet pussy and crying going on in this club.
But here's where the big business is, right? So like other bars, you're going to do that, and then there's going to be a whole generation of people that just look at their phones to decide what bar to go to, which it happens now. But back when I was young, you'd go from bar to bar going, this place sucks, and you would drive. But where our business model is we create faces that look like hot 25-year-old drunk girls and set them like mannequins in a bar. So then all these guys will trick the face recognition stuff, and all these dudes will show up.
Well, you just have all the bouncers have shirt faces on the back of them. You know what I mean?
Just have it
like just shirts all over their faces.
All right, Redman, I gotta go. I'm rolling.
So you're rolling. All right,
rolling.
Teeb. Follow the Teeb on Twitter. The Teeb.
The Teeb,
And-
everybody.
I might roll too, right?
Yeah, I think. Let's end it. Like, why don't you guys all say goodbye and stuff like that?
Let's say goodbye, everybody.
John, get everyone go down and tell your Twitter names and stuff.
At John Heffron, and then at Last Podcasting whenever me and John Reaper are around. We actually do
we
it here on the
figured that out
Discord.
yet?
We got to figure it out, man.
I haven't figured it out.
At the Teeb, everybody, thanks for watching, and thanks for having me, Redban. Another fantastic time at the Ice House.
And then Saul Hung is our awesome guy that helps me out, and that's SAWHUNG, and that's C Hang, that's past tense, and of course the beautiful Veronica Ricci, and that's VERONICARICCI, and you're gonna see some really crazy shit coming from her Twitter soon, so check that shit out. And I'm Redban. Thank you very much. If you want to come see a live comedy show that we do while recording this podcast, go to Icehouse's website, icehousecomedy.com, and search for Death Squad. I'm Redban. Thank you very much. Check us out, deathsquad.tv.
And about to pick up some more holes at the next